WFAN, WFAN FM, WFAN FM HD1, New York, and Odyssey Sports Station.
WFAN Sports Flash.
Good morning at 10 o'clock. I'm Chris Lopresti. This report is brought to you by Moderna. Without the benefit of facing the Cowboys' porous defense, the Giants' offense went back to their struggling ways in last night's 22-9 loss to the Chiefs. Russell Wilson this season now 4 for 18 with no touchdown passes in the red zone. There were boos for him, calls for Jackson Dart, and calls for Brian Daboll to be fired. Not exactly how you draw up your home opener for the head coach.
I'd be doing too, to be honest with you, in terms of not being good enough. Not scoring, not finishing. I understand that. That's the nature of it. We got to be better.
Daboll wouldn't comment on his quarterback situation for next week as the 0-3 Giants move on to a Sunday afternoon home game against the 3-0 Chargers. The Jets, you guessed it, also 0-3. Came all the way back from being down 23-6 and 26-13 to the Bucs in Tampa. Took the lead on the Will McDonald blocked field goal and touchdown return, only to allow the Bucs to get in position for a game-winning 36-yard field goal. Bucs 29, Jets 27, but Aaron Glenn quick to proclaim.
We're not the same team as what everyone says, same old Jets. These guys are going to fight no matter what the situation is. There's no give up in them. I hate that term. And I really don't know what that term means, but I know this. They're not the same old Jets.
Another trip to Florida on the way as they'll visit the 0-3 Dolphins next Monday night. This evening, you get the Lions and Ravens from Baltimore to wrap up Week 3. We'll have Westwood One's coverage here on The Fan beginning at 7:30. Baseball locals with the day off leading into the final week of the regular season. The Yankees 3 games clear of the Red Sox for the top AL wildcard spot. They'll host the White Sox beginning Tuesday, and the Mets, off another series loss to the Nationals, have fallen out of the third NL wildcard spot as the streaking Reds own the tiebreaker over them. They've got 6 games to go, including 3 with the Cubs beginning tomorrow at Wrigley Field. Fan weather sponsored by Motion Sports Medicine. Is pain stopping you from doing what you love? Physical therapists at Motion create a personalized plan that can get you moving safely and confidently again. No referral needed. Most insurance is accepted. Find a location near you and schedule an appointment today at motionptg.com. 64 degrees, cloudy skies in Central Park, and with sports flashes at the top of the hour, I'm Chris Lopresti.
Real sports talk for real fans with real opinions. The Fan, 101.9 FM, and always streaming on the Odyssey, iHeartRadio, and TuneIn apps. It's Brandon Tierney and Sal Licata on WFAN, The Fan, 101.9 FM, and always live on the free Odyssey app.
All the talk about things being different for the New York Football Giants this year, BT, with the winnable games against the Commanders or the Cowboys, or a game that people thought was ripe for the picking, the awful Kansas City Chiefs coming to town. Giants sure to get their first win, not so fast. We talked about the offense last week not being sustainable. You saw that last night in what was an all too familiar effort from the New York Giants.
It's just, honestly, this is just ridiculous what we have to sit through and watch this nonsense. It really is embarrassing, and it's even worse when it's national, when there's a national televised game and there's 30,000 Chiefs fans and they take over the joint. And this is not me calling out Giant fans. I don't blame you. There's really not a whole lot to cheer about. It is just a listless, pathetic, sad erosion of a once proud franchise. And, and listen, we all know that it's going to eventually turn into Dart. You and I, we're going to have the conversation. But like this notion that Jackson Dart is the golden ticket for a head coach who hasn't shown really anything for years is to me, it's almost laughable. Like, what do the Giants do well? Can somebody tell me what they do well? I mean, this is now multiple times where the kicker's jacked up. Even the most basic things, Sal.
Yeah.
Like, you watch this team and you're like, my God, it's a combination of boring and embarrassing, and it's just awful, and the Giant fan deserves so much better. It is a joke what the Giants are.
Did Malik Neighbors play last night?
It's ridiculous. They couldn't even target him.
Okay, but so this is the point that we go back to. We're not going to keep having the same conversations every week. Like, I can't do it, you can't do it. We'll talk about something else and make it more
I'm already
entertaining.
at my wit's end with this.
Yeah, I
think everybody is.
I get it. I get it. Nobody wants to watch that nonsense. Like, outside of Scadaboo, who was at least fun to watch.
Yeah,
but even with that, like, Come on, man. You got to be able to score more points or build off of what they did in week 2. We knew it was not sustainable, certainly not to that level. But could they build a little bit off of it? They couldn't. Russell Wilson was bad. The offense overall is bad. The defense is not as good as it's supposed to be. Abdul Carter can't make big plays the way. Like, why they're trying to play him inside to me makes no sense. And then when he does get free, he's not being able to make the plays. So, I mean, 3 weeks.
It's done nothing.
3 weeks in,
it's quiet.
Like, something's got to give here. I mean, something's got to give for the New York Football Giants. What the hell is going on here? And that does lead us to the Jackson Dart conversation. Like, we all, and this is a conversation that we had in the offseason, and it does predate Daboll with the Giants' follies and drafting this guy and that guy when they should. And then you look elsewhere with Barkley and Daniel Jones, and we'll get to him later on. But, like, all these things add up to what has been an unmitigated disaster for the Giants for years, which leads to the final salvo of this regime. And it's something we discussed last year when they decided to keep Shane and Daboll. Well, what happens if they draft a young quarterback and you have this regime who doesn't get off to a good start? Shocking. Here we are 3 weeks in. The Giants are 0-3. What a shock. What a shock. And now it's going to be, and it has been for the most part, all about Jackson Dart, who had an exciting preseason. But not only is it about Dart, BT, it's about, will Dart come in whenever he does and then do enough with Brian Daboll and Joe Shane to justify keeping this together? Otherwise, you have a different problem next year.
Yep.
With a rookie quarterback or young quarterback that this regime drafted, that's going to be taken over by, at the very least, a new head coach.
Yeah, well, think about this. Organizations that are in a bad spot, they complicate everything. Like, they really do. I mean, when there's a chance for a clean break and a new identity and a new philosophy, you have to take it. And you know, listen, the Giants decided to bring back Brian Daboll, bring back Joe Shane when the evidence was overwhelmingly in the other direction. And, like, I really hate that we have to have this conversation. You're right, and we can't do this every single week. I mean, who the hell wants to sit here and have 17 weeks of fire Daboll, get rid of Shane, play Jackson Dart? But, I mean, I really don't know what else there is to grasp that. Like, I wish there were. Yeah, I mean, we could take it through the sequence at the goal line when Russell Wilson's throwing the ball in the tunnel, then throwing the ball off the goalpost, and then doing some ridiculous benign 4-yard run. What a horrible play call that was. We can talk about that. We can talk about how Patrick Mahomes rips the football away from Okereke with a chance for the Giants to steal something. Of course we could talk about that. But does it really, really matter at the end of the day? I don't think that it does, because the Giants, as Sal just said, and we have had the conversation a million times, we warned you when you decided to bring back Daboll, you've got a situation now that is 9 levels extra complicated. If he's fired, does the new guy want Dart? If he's fired, does Shane stay? It is just an unmitigated mess.
But now, before we get there, which is maybe the inevitable conclusion to this season, we need to see what Jackson Dart is. So, and then like the conversation about, well, when should they start him? I was always of the belief of, it's not about the play of Russell Wilson. I'm still about that. Even though they were talking about it on the broadcast last night, like, just because Russell Wilson threw for 450 yards in week 2 doesn't mean, well, now you keep Jackson Dart at bay. And now, because Russell Wilson looked awful last night, it's, let's go with Jackson Dart. What is the primary goal for the New York Football Giants this year? They foolishly thought they had a team that could win some games. Wrong. Your DOA at 0-3. It's over. Not to mention the schedule, but like it's over. So they thought that they could try to do both. Win some football games with a veteran quarterback while developing your younger player. Is their goal to try to win some games and become relevant and give the fans some excitement now before this thing gets out of control? If it is, then you got to turn the keys over to Jackson Dart. If it's just about developing Jackson Dart, then I have 2 questions for you. Well, number one, do you trust Daboll and Shane to know when he's ready or when he's not? And number 2, what is the best way to develop him? I don't have the answers for that. I would always say sit longer than not.
Yeah.
I'm not forcing him in just to try to win a ball game. But when you watch him play, like even last night when they used him, I thought it was good to use him, and the Giants were moving. They took him off the field, and that was it.
I know.
It stopped. Like, I would have just kept at least ride him out for the rest of that drive.
Even that doesn't seem like they have a real plan. It's like they're just kind of reacting. And again, I'm not trying to be disrespectful, because I know that they do they do have a plan. It's just not a good one. But it's not like they just go into the game and say, maybe we'll play dart. Maybe we won't play dart.
No, they know.
They've got it mapped out. Again, that's why I'm not trying to be unfair to the staff here. But, yeah, it just seems a little disjointed, like when they put him in, even when they wedged him in the first time.
Yeah, that made no sense.
And we're sitting there saying that's just a very, Russell Wilson's bold and moving the football, and the Giants have a good flow on offense, and they put Jackson Dart in at the worst time.
Let me ask you it this way. Just you and I having a conversation here. Who do you think gives the Giants the best chance to move the football consistently?
I think it's going to be Dart because of his legs.
Me too. Now, that doesn't mean that I go to him right now, but I think it's clear that, last night I was rooting for the Chiefs because I picked the Chiefs to win or whatever. From my perspective, just to give you a different perspective for a second, anti-Giants in this particular game, when Dart was in and they were moving the football, as somebody who was rooting for the Chiefs in that spot, I wanted to see Dart off the field, which means that he was the right guy to keep on the field because the way the Giants are moving the ball and being the dual threat that he is. Like, at some point, he's going to start throwing the ball, and then we'll really see. Now, we don't know what Jackson Dart is. He could turn out to be a bust. He could turn out to be a Hall of Fame. You have no idea. My feeling, though, is that he's going to give them a better chance to move the football consistently. There are many more areas of the game that, special teams have been a disaster for the Giants. Can't even get a healthy kicker here.
It is really amazing.
I mean, defense.
Come on.
Yeah, if Dart does go out there and score, he can't score more points than Russell Wilson did a week ago, and they still lost the game. So that doesn't mean that they're going to win more games. I'm just saying that I would feel better about the offense being potentially more consistent with the dual threat read option offense of Jackson Dart.
So would I. But, I think the fear here, Sal,
right.
This to me, this is the most dangerous part of the situation, is anything that's going to be done with Dart and the insertion of Dart, which is inevitable. We're just having the discussion when. It can't be to placate fans. It can't be to change the tone in the stadium, to turn the anger into cheers. You can't do that. Now, I'm not saying that it won't change the tone if he comes in and plays well, but the motivation can't be to just shut the Giant fan up and save your own ass, because that could destroy the kid.
Well, that's kind of the point. So, okay, while we could acknowledge that maybe their offense might be more consistent, certainly more exciting, just the new toy, unleash him, let's see what he's got. We need to evaluate him and Daboll, and that's it for Daboll once and for all. However, is that the best way to develop him? Baldy said it with us a couple of weeks ago. Hey, why are we waiting? Let's go see what he can do. You look around the league, not just this year, I'm talking about historically, like rookie quarterbacks can play and have some success. So there is no right or wrong, definitive black or white answer. Each individual, each system, each circumstance is different. For me, I would wait as long as I could. The season is lost. We know that. So it's not then just about trying to move the football consistently and give the fans a little bit of excitement. That will happen sooner than later. I want to make sure that when I do bring Jackson Dart in, he's 1,000% ready to take over. Now, do you ever really know until it's your team?
No, but you have a sense of how he absorbs things in the building. You have a sense of how his teammates react to him. You can give yourself a good chance to, before you roll him out there, to know if he's kind of ready. And then listen, obviously the speed is different and the complexity of the game is very different. So you can't 100% determine if he's fully ready. But from a maturity perspective, you have a pretty good sense of, and I do think he's kind of ready, but I still wouldn't throw him out there. I'll tell you what, here's a curveball. I'd probably throw Jameis out there for a game or two.
Yeah.
I really would. I mean, that's Sal, that sequence.
But then that's about Russell Wilson.
Well, Russell Wilson, that sequence, that may have been the worst quarterbacking sequence in the history of football.
I know, but dude, Jameis.
That was disgraceful.
Jameis is a pick machine. I know that, but he threw for 450 yards last week. Like, I'm just saying that there are ups and downs that we got to live with. He was awful last night. Like, not even throwing the ball and not even giving your team a chance.
No,
like, what are you doing, throwing to the camera well or whatever it may be?
Yeah, I know, into the tunnel. Then he hits the crossbar. Right. I mean, it was just embarrassingly bad.
Yeah, I get it. And look, I want to get back to what I felt was my core belief of when to turn the thing over, whether it's going to be against the Niners in week 9, whether it would be around the bye week. I don't think that they could last that long now with the way that things have gone here. But I certainly wouldn't start Dart this week going against the Chargers.
No, what about the Saints?
And I probably wouldn't do it then. Now, assuming that, let's say they lose to the Chargers, I mean.
What an assumption.
Well, I mean, who knows?
Lay the points. I don't even know what they are. Lay them.
Anything could happen, but you have to based on common sense. By the way, both the Jets and Giants could have had Harbaugh. And I remember saying it for years.
We talked about that.
Predating us 100%. Like, that's the difference that a coach makes. So when you sit here and wonder why neither team has a win and why they've been flailing all over themselves trying to figure out a head coach, because you didn't want to hire the right guy who could have been had. Harbaugh wanted the job. You didn't want to hire him. And look what he's done already in 2 years with the job. Like, it's just mind-numbingly stupid to go keep hiring young guys, the unknown commodities here in New York, and it just continues to fail. Anyway, I'm not even so sure that I would do it before the Eagles get. Like, if you do it with the Saints, now you're turning it over to him ahead of 2 of 3 matchups with the Eagles, and the one in between is at Denver, which is not going to be. I would probably wait to week 9, regardless of what happens with Russell Wilson or the results to go to Jacksonville.
Look at where we're at.
That's bad, dude.
Look at where we are.
Yeah. And we'll get to the Jets.
Football is just miserable.
We'll get to, if you watch the locals, yeah. BT and Sal on the Fan or friends at Town Fair Tire remind you that at Town Fair Tire, you always get the guaranteed lowest price on name brand tires from Connecticut to Maine. Nobody beats Town Fair Tire. Nobody. Patrick is in Melville starting us off. What's up, Patrick?
Hey, Pat.
Hey, guys. How you doing? So,
what's up?
I think all Giant fans, including myself, basically got duped by the preseason. We actually thought that this team was a base, fundamentally good team. Now, before the season, we all looked at the schedule and were like, yeah, they're going to be 1-7, 1-8 in the first 9 games, and that's exactly how it's going to turn out. Now, I just think we just start Dart because the reason why, it's not even because of Russell Wilson. It's just a question of we know the inevitable. We might as well let the kid take his lumps and actually see what he has and just give him as much runway as
Patrick,
possible.
hold on, Pat. That's the wrong mentality. Now, if you want to play him, I respect that. And I know you're not alone, but when you say, like, that's cavalier, let him take his lumps and figure it out. When you take your lumps and they're too big of lumps and it's the wrong situation, the damage could be irreparable. You have to factor this in, guys.
Yeah, you risk ruining him. Now, again, we don't know. None of us. So I'm talking about me, you, Cole's listeners. We don't know. I don't even know if the Giants themselves know, and that's even the scariest thing. Like, we're at a spot now. We got to trust Brian Daboll and Joe Shane. This is not year 2 where it's like, okay, we'll trust them to fire the bullet when they know it's right time to go with Jackson Dart. Dude, they're fighting for survival here. At the very least, Brian Daboll is. Remember, because last year we heard that there was thought about keeping Shane and getting rid of Daboll, which is the only reason why I'm not tying them together, which, by the way, I also think is another mistake on top of it, letting Joe Shane pick a head coach. It's a mess every which way possible. However, you can't just say, well, throw him in the wolf, see what he's got. We've seen many quarterbacks before fail that way. That's why I'm not doing that, regardless of how ugly it gets with Russell Wilson, with Jameis, with the fans yelling for Dart. I'm not doing it if I'm the Giants until I know that he's coming out there and putting him in the best position to succeed.
I'm with you. Now when that date is, when that week is, it's obviously fluid. And we've given you several examples of when we think it would be a good fit to do it. But, this just can't be a Hail Mary to shut everybody up. That's what really worries me. And again, it can't just be, I'm bored, I can't watch this anymore. And by the way, I get it. We get it. We understand it. It is just miserable watching this. Both of these teams, they are just garbage. It's unacceptably bad. And it's been bad for so long. We feel you. We know it. But you can't just throw them out there just to pass the time to make it more exciting, because if you do that, the future could be bleak as well if you destroy the kid.
John is calling from Danbury, Connecticut. What's up, John?
God, John.
I mean, it's like Groundhog Day. Another putrid offensive performance. The defensive the defense was all right. It wasn't terrible, held them to 22 points, but it's just like deja vu all over again. There is no trust in this regime, and to your point, I don't trust them to put Dart out there. They're going to ruin the kid. There's been no creativity on the offense. I don't care what quarterback you put out there. And then you look at the whole Daniel Jones situation. I hate to bring this up, but now he's got a similar situation of what he was with the Giants, where he had a great running back. The offensive line wasn't great, but look what he's doing compared to what he didn't do in New York.
Yeah.
It's the coach's fault.
But
I
then,
don't trust them to put Dart out there. Plain and simple. I know it has to happen. We have to see what this kid is made of at some point, but this regime has got to go. Like, it's over at this point.
Think about what you're saying, John. I think you're onto something. Thank you for the call. It's not about the quarterback. Like right now, we're making it about Jackson Dart because we're excited about it. That's how it was years ago with Daniel Jones. And we've seen Daniel Jones have some success, but obviously not nearly enough. And now look at what he's doing in 3 games with the Indianapolis Colts. So it's clearly not just about the quarterback. It's clearly not about Saquon Barkley and not building around a running back. Like, there are issues here that the Giants have inherently that are problematic. They scored, like, Jackson Dart, if he were running the offense, would not have scored as many points as Russell Wilson did a week ago in Dallas. He can't do those things. Now, he would have done it differently, more sustainable, sure. But they still lost that game. So, obviously, it's not. I know we're going to talk about Dart, and that's what it seems like it's all about. It's only because that's the last line of hope that could be tangible. But in reality, it's much, much bigger and deeper than just the quarterback.
Yeah, I mean, that's the easiest part of the discussion. Hey, when should Dart play? Let's watch the kid. Put him on, come on, put him in. Let's go. The deeper, tougher, but more accurate part of the conversation is all the other things. When you lift up the hood of the New York Giants, it has been a decade plus of bad drafts, bad hires, poor player development, not enough either, winning players and all-in attitude. If you could do it wrong, they've done it wrong.
Okay. Now, when we come back, and we'll continue with the calls here, I understand there's going to be an overwhelmingly negative Monday. Rightfully so. Like, we just gotten used to it with the Jets and Giants and all that stuff, and we'll get into the Jets in a little bit. I am, though, going to paint the positive side, because there is still a possibility.
For the Giants?
Correct.
Oh, I can't wait to hear this.
BT and Sal on the Fan.
Oh, man. All right, here we go. What would it have to do with betting? Maybe you want some exotic bet? Well, positive with the Giants. I really can't wait to hear this. All right. Our transportation, water, and energy infrastructure is critical, but did you know those projects are built by the local 825 operating engineers and their contractors? They even built MetLife Stadium. It wasn't that fun last night. And the stadium before that. That's why their advocacy organization, ELEC, the Engineers Labor Employer Cooperative, fights for those priorities every day. That's ELEC, representing the hardworking men and women who build New York and New Jersey.
The home of the NFL on Westwood One is WFAN.
He is in for the touchdown.
The Detroit Lions are in Charm City taking on the Ravens. 8:15 tonight. Monday Night Football is on the Fan. 101.9 FM and always live on the free Odyssey app.
Mnexspike COVID-19 vaccine mRNA by Moderna is now available and easy to find near you. To learn more, visit mnexspike.com. That's MNEXSPIKE.com.
Did you know you can get more with New York Lottery Plus?
You pulling my leg?
No, seriously. Just enter scratch off and draw game tickets and get more points.
Pulling a fast one?
No. And you can put your points towards chances to win gift cards, cash prizes, and more.
Is this a stunt?
No, you even get points for playing new games.
You're pulling my chain, aren't you?
No.
Pulling my finger?
What? No. Man, put that thing away.
Sorry.
Introducing New York Lottery Plus. Download the app, sign up, get more. Please play responsibly. Must be 18 plus. Gambling problem? Call 1-877-8-HOPE-NY or text HOPE-NY.
201-450-4263. Hi, I'm Dr. Glenn Gedgerman, and that's my cell phone number. If you've been recently diagnosed with prostate cancer, please call me directly at 201-450-4263. For more than 20 years, my team and I have helped prostate cancer patients at John Theurer Cancer Center's Radiation Oncology Department, now one of the largest programs of its kind in New Jersey. If you have prostate cancer, call my cell, day or night, at 201-450-4263. That's 201-450-4263. At John Theurer Cancer Center, we use TomoTherapy's unique guided radiotherapy to precisely focus on the prostate gland. Our treatments can be safely completed in a shorter period of time with fewer side effects and better sexual function. Call my cell at 201-450-4263. I'll make sure you're seen within 48 hours. John Theurer Cancer Center, a division of Hackensack Meridian Health.
Football is back, and it looks like we're going to get thrills from both teams this year, but thrills are nothing new at Bay Ridge Mazda. Tired of that clunker you've been driving? Just bring it in to Bay Ridge Mazda for up to $2,000 over book value all month long. The time is now to make a trade. Head over to the place where everybody wins, Bay Ridge Mazda, located on 4th Avenue and 90th Street, or buy your car direct at BayRidgeMazda.com and have it delivered to your door. That's Bay Ridge Mazda, 4th Avenue and 90th Street in Bay Ridge, Brooklyn.
This is the story of the one. As a maintenance supervisor at a manufacturing facility, he knows keeping the line up and running is a top priority. That's why he chooses Grainger. Because when a drive belt gets damaged, Grainger makes it easy to find the exact specs for the replacement product he needs. And next day delivery helps ensure he'll have everything in place and running like clockwork. Call 1-800-GRAINGER, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
Ready to kick off the fun? Chumba Casino is your go-to game plan during halftime or overtime. From spinning slots to instant scratch-style cards, it's like running the perfect play, all from home. New players score a free welcome bonus and daily logins with a shot at some serious prizes every time you play. Get in the game and visit ChumbaCasino.com today. Let's Chumba. Sponsored by VGW Group. No purchase necessary. See terms at ChumbaCasino.com. Must be over 21 and present in a state where it's legal to play.
When your reputation's on the line, you don't leave anything to chance, especially your primer. Painters trust Kills primers for a smooth start, strong adhesion, and serious stain-blocking power. And now, the full Kills lineup is available exclusively at the Home Depot. Need it fast? Get same-day or next-day delivery, or order online and pick up in-store. Kills primers. Pro results, faster. The Home Depot. If you're a pro, you know.
Morning, Zoe. Got donuts.
Jeff Bridges, why are you still living above our garage?
Well, I dig the mattress, and I want to be in a T-Mobile commercial like you. Teach me, Saldana.
Oh, no, I'm not really prepared. I couldn't possibly. At T-Mobile, get the new iPhone 17 Pro on them. It's designed to be the most powerful iPhone yet and has the ultimate pro camera system.
Wow, impressive. Let me try. T-Mobile is the best place to get iPhone 17 Pro because they've got the best network.
Nice, Jeffrey.
You heard them. T-Mobile is the best place to get the new iPhone 17 Pro on us with eligible trade-in in any condition.
So, what are we having for lunch?
Dude, my work here is done.
24 monthly bill credits on experience beyond for well-qualified customers plus tax and $35 device connection charge. Credits ended, balance due if you pay off earlier. Cancel. Finance agreement iPhone 17 Pro, 256 gigs, $1,099.99, and new line minimum $100 plus a month plan with auto pay plus taxes and fees required. Best mobile network in the U.S. based on analysis by Ookla Speed Test Intelligence data 1/8/2025. Visit T-Mobile.com.
Get connected with WFAN to talk about your favorite teams. The Fan on the Odyssey, iHeart, and TuneIn apps.
BT Sal back on the Fan on this Monday morning. All right, so let me paint the positive picture, or at least the possibility of a positive picture here. Dart could come in and change everything. Like, once you make that, there is that possibility where it's not just, okay, well, let's just bring him out there and see what can happen and throw him to the wolves and take his lumps. What if, let's just say that they did decide to do it this week. I wouldn't think that they're going to. I said I would not. I know you would not, BT.
No, not yet.
Let's just say that, well, now again, this is a different picture. I want to be positive here, but let's just say, like, ownership gets involved. Or, like, you don't want that either. You want it to be a Shane and Daboll decision and do the right thing, and when they want to. Right or wrong, those are the guys you hired. Let them make their decision. But let's just say that they want to do it this week ahead of the Chargers game. Crowd is going to be energized. Fan base will be totally energized. Dart is ready for the opportunity, at least in his mind. Like, he's excited for it. He's got the right attitude and mentality and the confidence. And what if he goes out there and the RPO is working and clicking, and all of a sudden they beat the Chargers? Think about the energy, the shift in energy. Like, that is a realistic possibility. Think about the shift in energy from a fan base that has been beaten down forever. Now, all of a sudden, with that move, and that's the I don't want to say risk, maybe that's the reward of trying to make that decision early. Yeah, you risk hurting Dart and crushing his development or throwing him to the wolves or whatever, potentially ruining him. But the reward could be that you can change everything right now. And all of a sudden you beat the Chargers and you go out there and beat the Saints. Now you got 2 wins on the board. And with the young phenom that's taking the league by storm with the RPO and his attitude and his chain, all of a sudden the entire season and feel changes. And if not just about this year, then certainly about next year. That is a realistic possibility from the other side.
It is, but it's a cheap pop. I'm not looking to take a chance with there. So to me, you've got to put both on the table. All right, the one scenario that you just laid out, which is plausible because I think we all think he's talented. So that's not an unrealistic thought that he plays, he does well, changes things. What's the flip side? He plays, not a whole lot changes. He's overwhelmed. He regresses. God forbid he gets hurt. The Giants don't stabilize anything, and now it's even worse. To me, that's got to be part of the calculus. And think about this.
There's risk and reward, 100%.
I get it. And I at this point, Sal, I appreciate options. So I appreciate you bringing that to the table just so there's something else to discuss. I get it.
Right.
I really do. I mean that. But to me, what does worry me, and you said something you glossed over, but I want to go back to it, ownership. Because I don't know what John Mara's role is going to be in this here. I hope it's nothing. But do we think that the role, and listen, if I'm talking out of school, then I don't mean to here, but common sense, and also industry innuendo, into speculation, whatever. But does anybody really think that John Mara didn't have some influence on the retention of Daniel Jones back in the day?
Right.
Okay, so if we believe that / know it, however you want to frame it, why do we think he would lay out now when his stadium's being overrun by opposing fans and drowned out by booze?
We don't.
That's terrifying to me.
When you got a head coach that's hanging on by a thread as it is. I'm just saying, look, however they get there, it does matter to me because you wouldn't want him meddling. You wouldn't want the owner meddling. But you know that they talk about it. And by the way, if I'm him, I'm at my wit's end. Like, I want to take Saquon Barkley. You didn't only let him go. You let him go to the Eagles. He goes, basically wins the Super Bowl. He's the MVP of the league. That's strike. Like, if that's not strike 3, it's at the very least a hefty strike 2. Daniel Jones, okay, you let him go. I told you we did everything we could to screw this up. I hired you guys in part to fix Daniel Jones. You went to the playoffs in year 1. You couldn't get anything out of him for the next 2 years. He goes to Indianapolis and in 3 weeks is lighting up the league doing things that no quarterback's done before. 3 touchdowns passing, running, no interception, whatever it may be.
Yeah, undefeated.
It's unbelievable. So if I'm Mara, I'm like, I must have hired the wrong guys here. And then...
No, it's not the first time he did it. He's pretty much done that for a decade.
Which, by the way, he very well might have. However, you also have to factor in the fans. And the fans want to see Jackson. Like, those are the customers. Now, it's not the right reason, BT. I'm not saying that those are the right reasons to make decisions. But where the Giants are at, is it, and I'm just asking the question, you know how my philosophy on developing young quarterbacks would always be, I want them to sit as long as possible. And, like, I don't think there's any harm in that. But if you think about where the Giants are at, there is the possibility that Dart can come in. We've seen it before from young players and have immediate success and change the entire narrative and feel.
Trajectory.
Everything.
Okay.
Literally, everything can be changed.
Okay, so let's work under the slight possibility that were to happen.
Right.
I think the next question would be, are there enough other components on the Giants team where if Dart comes in and plays amazing, where what you just said could actually possibly come to fruition? And my answer is more no than yes. But I don't feel like they're a good quarterback play away from being as relevant as this move might make them. And if that's the case, why run the risk of sabotaging what could be a really good career?
That's why I would tend to not do that. However, I could understand the perspective from Giants ownership thinking, well, it's year 4. You told me how great the draft was last year. You're supposed to have a great draft this year. On defense, like you got players that on paper are supposed to be impact players, multiple, not one, not two. Like there are more than enough guys out there. Burns, Thibodeau,
yeah,
Carter.
1 sack last night. One.
I understand that, but I'm just saying, like, if I'm the owner, hey, great draft this, great draft. You got a stud wide receiver. You got the tight end that you wanted. Everybody was hyping up. Like, what's the problem here? obviously there's a problem. So if I'm the owner, I would be immensely frustrated and saying, here's what you're going to do.
But that's an emotional decision, man.
But BT, at some point, dude, the franchises.
I know. It's in the toilet, man. It's in the toilet. Listen, we all make emotional decisions. We do. Now, the objective is to try to not make emotional decisions, because when you're emotional, there's generally a lack of clarity, okay? And you're just you can fool yourself and do things to either pacify people or shut people up or whatever, quick fix. But when you really step back, whether it's buying a home or throwing a young quarterback in there, the emotional decision, is that generally the right way to go?
No, 100% not.
So why mess around with this?
Because to me, it's not just emotion. There is also some legitimacy to it, where he's not the only. Well, and again, this is hypothetical. I have no idea what ownership is thinking. I could just imagine his perspective, seeing Barkley leave and Jones and all the examples that we referenced, seeing the fans, Cole for Jackson, like, can't be a good feeling for anybody in the building, including Russell Wilson, including the owner, head coach, to hear the fans chanting, "We want Dart!" Like, get this starting quarterback off the field, regardless of who it may be. Right? I mean, that's where we're at right now. And there is that, Boldy with us a couple of weeks ago, what are we waiting for? Like, we've seen guys come in and have success. And by the way, even if he did come in and have success right away, it doesn't mean that it's guaranteed for the future. Look at C.J. Stroud. Like, the league is weird, but everything can change. There is that possibility that, as bad as it feels right now, that Dart can lift the Giants out of this. BT and Sal on the Fan, 888-808-1019. Matt is calling from Hillsborough, New Jersey. What's up, Matt?
Hey, good morning, boys. So, two things. One, and you can just let me get to the Jets. If I was playing the Jets, 3rd and long, I'm throwing at Sauce Gardner every time.
He's been terrible. We'll get to him.
We'll get to the
Jets.
Jets.
Been awful.
Yeah. But the other point was, let's just get to the inevitable. Football's over. Let's just talk about hot TV moms. I'm going to go with Gloria from Modern Family. Last year was Seinfeld's Hot Girlfriends. Let's get the hot TV moms. Go.
Okay, and thank you for the call, Matt. And maybe I would suggest calling in the morning. Maybe they'll do more of that. We'll get to that eventually, maybe like on a Wednesday. Well, we did do the power-ups on Thursday. We could do that.
Modern Family, not a bad call, though.
Oh, Sofia Vergara?
That's a good call.
Oh, you like Julie Bowen, I
from
think.
Happy Gilmore as well.
I would go Sofia Vergara. Like,
listen, both of them work.
Yeah.
Both of them work, buddy.
It's not exactly Russell Wilson and Jackson Dart. I mean, there's no risk being taken there. Look, we'll get to the Jets and Sauce Gardner in a little bit. Come on, let the Giant fans have their piece of the meat here. Neil, calling from Weehawken, New Jersey. What's up, Neil?
Hey, Neil.
Hey, guys. As always, thanks for your time.
Yep.
All right, I want to see the quarterback change, but I think Russell Wilson, he did his job in that he got us through 2 games. Now, not necessarily to Dart. I want to go to Jameis, and here's why. Right now, we have finally gotten functional enough play on the offensive line and backfield to evaluate the rest of the roster. How many times has Wan'Dale Robinson before this year been able to be coached on how to run a route with a 15-yard cut? Really hasn't been able to do it. He's done 4 yards at a time.
Because there's not enough time to throw the ball downfield. Yep, true.
Right.
True.
This is the first time we can evaluate everything. Can our pass rushers get home in pass rushing situations, right? Let Winston take over until maybe another 4 weeks so that you can really get through, all right, this is what we really have this year. The low-hanging fruit we've fixed, right? Like, I'm just going to pick something random. If Wan'Dale Robinson has a tell on his cuts, we can get that out of him in 6 weeks, right? Now when you throw Jackson Dart in there, he's going to get as much of a supporting cast as he possibly can get this year, and then we can evaluate the rest of the roster.
But why Jameis? Why not just keep Russell Wilson?
Oh, because we've seen enough from Russ. Like, Jameis can't be that much worse.
No, he is. What do you mean? No, Neil, he actually is. It's not even close, and thank you for the call. Like, I don't understand what Giant fans are saying about Russell Wilson. Yeah, he didn't have a good... Week 1, he had no time to throw the football, okay? Week 2, he threw 450 yards, dropping dimes on deep balls that you haven't seen ever in your life. I mean, the guy did win a Super Bowl before. And then last night, he wasn't very good. Now, that's a good Chiefs defense. To me, it's even more than Russell Wilson. I don't know how the Giants didn't force feed Malik Neighbors more. Like, come on, what are we doing here?
Listen, it's one thing if you can't hook up with the guy because they're bracketing him, but to not even try to target him is just...
It's ridiculous.
What are we doing here? It's like having no threes for Steph Curry. Let him shoot.
Ridiculous. But that, to me, is also not just on Russell Wilson. And even if it is, even if you say, okay, well, there's been 3 games and Russ has been bad 2 out of those 3 games, What makes you think Jameis Winston, I love his personality. Yeah, personality I take over us, but he's a pick-six machine. Like, Jameis Winston is a backup for a reason. There's a reason he's not even the Giants' backup right now.
Yeah, no, listen, to me, Jameis is really just another layer of protection for Dart. Like, would he be a lot better than Russell Wilson? I don't know. Now, I'll tell you, the sequence last night, I mean, listen, you got 3 minutes and 16 seconds to go in the fourth quarter. You're down 22-9. And obviously, like, with the Jets mounting that ridiculous comeback that fell short, as a Giants fan, you're watching this saying, all right, we're probably not going to win this game. But you had a chance because the Giants still had 2 timeouts, and they had the 2-minute warning. And the sequence that you get is 1st and goal from the 4, he airmails one to the tunnel. 2nd and goal for the 14. Now, that's not his call. They didn't call the play, but it's a design run, goes nowhere. You basically run into 5 Chiefs right up the gut. Ridiculous. 3rd and goal at the 10. He sails one out of the end zone. And then 4th and goal, he hits the crossbar. Like, it's not like they weren't even contestable plays. It was so bad. And just so, like, skittish, like, let me just get rid of the ball, that's why I think there could be a conversation to at least let Jameis play a game or two. That was just, I mean, that was comically bad. That was cartoonishly inept.
I think the primary reason Jameis Winston is here is his personality, his experience, his leadership. They wanted to build a good quarterback room around a young Jackson Dart. You could want Jameis, and then you're going to see Jameis play, and it's going to be like, oh, yeah, there's some great, and then there's some awful.
I understand that. Like, we know what the Jameis experience is. You may as well. You can get a pick-6 or a 72-yard dot.
Right.
It's based flip a coin.
It's going to be fun, a wild ride, but
yeah, but at least I just, listen, if Russell played better the first game against the Commanders, maybe I would have a little bit of a different reaction. And I don't think that they're going to bench Russell for Jameis. I'm just saying, before I go to Dart, I'm trying to exhaust everything so I don't ruin the kid. That's my fear. 888-808-1019. BT and Sal on the Fan. Obviously, get to the Jets. That was, oh, God. All right, 4 distinct all-electric Cadillacs here, Sal. Some drive them for the performance, others for the range, and some drive them because, let's face it, it's a good way to make an entrance when you pull up in the Caddy. 3 different ways to turn every drive into an occasion. Whatever your reason, never been a better time to say, hey, let's take the Cadillac.
Yeah, BT, the all-electric Cadillac family of vehicles, the Escalade IQ, the Vistic, the Optic, and the Lyric. That's the one that I drove last summer. I loved it. Visit your Tri-State Cadillac dealer today. The BT and Sal Show is presented by your Tri-State Cadillac dealers. Cadillac, the official luxury vehicle of the New York Mets.
This is Boomer Esiason with an Odyssey Sports Minute. So what a tremendous matchup we have tonight as the Detroit Lions visit the Baltimore Ravens. The Lions quarterback Jared Goff normally performs worse outdoors, while the Ravens running game, which was stuffed by the Browns, should get back on track, led by Derrick Henry due to injuries to the Detroit defensive line. In this battle of legit Super Bowl contenders, I see the Ravens prevailing 27-24. I'm Boomer Esiason.
Do Crohn's disease or ulcerative colitis symptoms keep coming back? Tremfya, guselkumab, may help, with rapid remission achieved at 12 weeks and lasting clinical remission at 1 year. Some even saw visible improvement of their intestinal lining at 12 weeks and 1 year. Tremfya is a prescription medicine used to treat adults with moderately to severely active Crohn's disease and adults with moderately to severely active ulcerative colitis. Serious allergic reactions and increased risk of infections and liver problems may occur. Before treatment, your doctor should check you for infections and tuberculosis. Tell your doctor if you have an infection, flu-like symptoms, or if you need a vaccine. Healing is possible with Tremfya. Approximately 3 out of 10 patients were in endoscopic remission at 1 year, based on areas visualized on colonoscopy, which may not represent the deeper bowel layer or entire GI tract. Individual results may vary. Ask your doctor about Tremfya today. Call 1-800-526-7736 to learn more or visit tremfyaradio.com.
We could tell you what it's like to drive the Nissan Rogue and tell you all about its performance capabilities, like its VC turbo engine. It's I can go virtually anywhere type of freedom. Nice. But you don't have to take our word for it. Go drive it for yourself. You're up. Experience the power of the Nissan Rogue.
Drive the Nissan Rogue. Get 0% APR for 60 months on the 2025 Nissan Rogue, Pathfinder, or Murano. Visit your local Nissan store and nissanusa.com today. For well-qualified buyers, example, 0 down payment, 60 months financing at $1,667 per month per thousand financed. Actual down payment may vary. Subject to Nissan Motor Acceptance Company credit approval, not all buyers qualify. Dealer contribution may affect actual price set by dealer. Contact dealer for details. Ends September 30th, 2025.
If you're in the market for Michelin tires, get to Town Fair Tire and get them at the guaranteed lowest price. With Michelin's innovative technologies designed for durability and performance, you can trust you're getting the highest quality tires over all the toughest of road conditions. Plus, at Town Fair, you get free services for life. So if you're looking for the best deal on Michelin tires, get to Town Fair, because nobody beats Town Fair Tire. Nobody.
Name brands at discount prices. Town Fair Tire.
Dunkin's $6 meal deal is kind of wild. You get a bacon, egg, and cheese sandwich, 6-piece hash browns, and a medium hot or iced coffee, all for $6. That's the main character meal energy you need this fall. Get it now in Dunkin' stores or order ahead on the Dunkin' app. No substitutions. Participation and times may vary. Offer price varies in California and Hawaii. Limited time offer cannot be combined with other offers. Exclusions and terms apply.
Go from daydreamer to industry leader with Amazon Business. From office supplies to IT essentials, Amazon Business provides tools that help you save costs and make insight-based decisions. Learn how to bring your visions to life at AmazonBusiness.com.
It's O-Rewards Member Appreciation Month at O'Reilly Auto Parts. Up to $100 in bonus rewards available at O'Reilly Auto Parts.
O'Reilly Auto Parts.
Ryan Reynolds here from Mint Mobile. I don't know if you knew this, but anyone can get the same premium wireless for $15 a month plan that I've been enjoying. It's not just for celebrities, so do like I did and have one of your assistants switch you to Mint Mobile today.
Visit mintmobile.com/radio.
Upfront payment of $45 for 3-month plan, equivalent to $15 per month required. Intro rate first 3 months only, then full price plan options available. Taxes and fees extra. See full terms at mintmobile.com.
Tulsa is my home now. Academy Award nominee Sylvester Stallone stars in the Paramount Plus original series, Tulsa King.
This distillery is a very interesting business. We gotta know the enemy.
From Taylor Sheridan, co-creator of Landman.
What are you saying? I'm a rat! If you think you're gonna take me out, it's gonna be really difficult.
Tulsa King. New season now streaming exclusively on Paramount Plus.
Your cold is coming. Your cold is coming. When you feel a cold coming, shorten it with Zicam, the #1 cold shortening brand.
Oh, no, not before my big trip.
The big trip you've been planning is coming up, and so is your cold. But Zicam can shorten your cold and get you back to planning sooner.
Thanks, Revere.
We really should keep Zicam in the house.
Shorten your cold with Zicam.
Take it from America's most revered messenger. Shorten your cold at the first sign with cold shortening products from Zicam, the #1 cold shortening brand. Available in stores or see where to buy at Zicam.com.
Talk New York sports on WFAN, 888-808-1019. Powered by Paramount Plus. Count on Sundays all season long with the NFL on CBS and Paramount Plus.
All right, BT and Sal back on the fan talk for the Yankees. Wendy's turning point of the game contest here. Wendy's, the official hamburger of the Yankees. 6 to go. So the first one to identify yesterday's turning point of the game, give us a call at 866-540-WFAN. That's 866-540-9326. And you'll receive 2 pairs of tickets to a 2025 Yankees regular season game, but it's all from your flagship station for Yankees Baseball, The Fan. We'll get right back to the Giant calls, obviously. BT and Sal here. And we'll do Jets coming up at 11, get some Mets things on the table later. Just very quick, so Yankee fans know the math here. All right, the Jays have lost 4 or 5. Yankees are 2 out. Yankees obviously have 6 to go. If the Yankees go 6-0, and the Jays go 4-2, then the Jays would win the division. If the Yankees go 5-1 and the Jays go 3-3, then Toronto would win the division. So still the math not really in the Yankees' favor. They've made it interesting. They've been playing well. but the Jays probably still a pretty good grip on that division.
Yankees cost them. They basically had to win out. Now, we could get more into them a little bit later on, but obviously they're going to be a postseason team, and really that's the primary thing here. BT and Sal on the Fan, 888-808-1019, the number to call. We're talking Giants football to start. You mentioned it, BT. We'll get into the Jets coming up in a little bit. Can't count on much, but you could always count on Sundays with the NFL on CBS and Paramount Plus. Watch your local NFL game all season long, kicking off with the juicy Week 4 matchup between the LA Chargers and the New York Giants. Visit ParamountPlus.com/NFL to get started today. Steve is calling from Staten Island. What's up, Steve?
Hey, guys. How you doing? Good morning. First time talking to you guys.
Nice. Appreciate the call. What's up?
Thank you. Listen, just give me a minute here to say what I got to say on the Giants, please, okay? Listen, to me, and I get it, I'm just one person, but it doesn't matter who the starting QB is. It doesn't matter who the Giants signed for defense. It doesn't matter that we have two studs and Neighbors and Scat. None of it means a hill of beans if the coaching staff is just not doing what they're supposed to do. It begins and it ends with them. And hopefully soon we see the end of a coach who, in my opinion, became who he is because of Josh Allen. Not the other way around, guys. You got a defensive coordinator who is not even in the middle of the pack and an owner who's never been able to sign proven coaches because he still thinks coordinators could turn this around. Look at the facts, guys. Joe Judge was hired because he's a guy who knows a guy. Daboll was a guy who coached a guy. And meanwhile, you had Harbaugh out there, and you got John Gruden, who I know is gushing over Jackson Dart right now, gushing over this kid. And we need to stop with line, okay? Because for the last two games, this team looked like they turned it around. And they've absolutely played much better than we've seen in years. Joe Shane is nothing more than a snake oil salesman who, in my opinion, this guy's a car dealer only with a fancy suit and a tie. I'm a Giant fan for over 47 years, guys, and this is the most pathetic coaching staff that I have ever seen and I ever thought. And I thought Joe Judge held that dubious distinction. And all those fans that scream at Daboll, you know what? I tip my hat to them. Every one of them was good. Because you know what, Mara, if you're listening, which I doubt, you're an owner, bro. Own. Make the executive decision. Stop it. Well, it's not the Giants' way. The Giant fan is tired. Bro, I am sick and tired of watching the same garbage in and out. I've never seen Kansas City Chiefs fans at that stadium than I do Cowboy fans. Guys, I'm so...
Yeah, you got a bad line there, Steve. Good stuff.
We feel it, Steve-O. There's no doubt. I mean, listen, this is year 4 for the head coach here, and let's just call it for what it is. You take away Wink Martindale... And that 1 year, then when they were together and the Giants did well, and I understand what happened with Daniel Jones that year. Daniel Jones obviously ran the ball well, protected the football, whatever. But without Wink Martindale, I mean, he's an abject failure as the head coach of the Giants. I'm sorry.
Yeah, my issue would be that the offense has been so bad. Like, there's different levels of being a bad coach. Guy doesn't have total control. Maybe he's not dealing with the media the right way, not developing the players the right way. For a guy who's supposed to be an offensive guy, by the way, they could have scored a lot of points and still been a bad team. That would have been somewhat acceptable or at least understandable. Like, all right, well, he's an offensive guy, can't get the defense together. The special teams have been a disaster. They make it hard to score points in the NFL where the league is set up for the offenses to succeed. And yet consistently for 4 years, the Giants can't score touchdowns. And when they do, the off chance that they do score a touchdown, they can't get the extra point. I mean, my God, it shouldn't be that hard. We've heard the excuses, the weapons here, they don't have this, they don't have that. I mean, it's been 4 years. What I will say, though, is that it's not, to me, this has not been the worst that I've seen. Like, think about what we've seen with McAdoofus, Shermer, Judge. Like, it has just been one. They're all, to me, in my mind, equal disasters.
Yeah, I mean, the one difference, so they're not losing 40-0 anymore at home. That's the progress, right? They did, but they don't score. You know, it's amazing. Like, you think about all the teams in our city, and there's always either a player or a point of reference that we point to that encapsulates a very rough period. Like, you could think about the Mets, you could say Madoff. You can say Yankees, a lot of old-timers say, like, Horace Clark. You've heard the old-timers say that, the Horace Clark era. You know, from a Knick perspective, I mean, it's been most of the century. You could say Phil, you could say Isaiah, and we all know what that means. really, from the Giants, historically, it's always been a reference back to the 1970s. Oh, my God. Remember how bad were the Giants in the 1970s? Comically bad. This is the 1970s. That's what people are missing. I've actually looked at this in years past and looked at the 1970s, the wins, the losses, the point differential. This is the 1970s.
Yeah, it's been ugly for the Giants, so we understand.
I don't think it's ever been as ugly, Sal, as it's been these last X amount of years in Giants history. That's what I think people are kind of glossing over. It's just not. It's not bad relative to the Giants championship standard. It is bad to the worst years of the Giants ever.
Yeah, I mean, and then you throw in the success of Saquon Barkley and Daniel Jones elsewhere. That really, we're hitting new lows every year. Maybe there's the savior there with Jackson Dart. Joe is calling from Boston, Mass. What's up, Joe?
Hey, Joe.
Hey, guys. How's it going? Yeah, I mean, last night is just same stuff, different day. I'm beyond that at this point. It's almost like it doesn't even hurt me anymore. But if we take a step back, and BT, I called you before the draft, this is an owner issue because these guys should have been fired. They should have never had a chance this season in Shane and Daboll. Because now, if you look, like Shane's drafts in 2022 and 2023 have one player that is contributing right now in Kayvon Thibodeau. The rest of those players are all busts. And now they've put the organization in a terrible position where these guys are going to be gone at the end of the year. I don't think – I mean, to me, it's almost a guarantee. And now you're going to have Jackson Dart with a new offense and a coach and a GM that didn't draft him. We're going to be in the same position that Daboll and Shane were when Daniel Jones was here, where they inherited him and then they signed him to a contract. They're going to be in the same situation. John Mara, to me, does not get enough criticism in this town because Woody Johnson on the other side, I think, takes a little bit of that spotlight away from him. Like, he has been awful.
He's been getting knocked around. Joe.
He has. His decision-making is awful.
Yeah, I don't disagree. Last couple of years, John Mara's been absolutely crushed. He really has been. And that's why I said to start the show, the Giants have been very good at one thing, and that's complicating things for themselves, where one decision or one indecision leads to downstream a more difficult decision. It's just, it's amazing, dude.
Yeah, I mean, there's been some good and some potential in some of the moves that he's made, but then he can't stick with the guys because public pressure, because the results aren't there, and it's just been one disaster after another. We talked about it last year. That was the time to me to cut bait and have a clean start without Shane and Daboll and without a quarterback at that particular point.
Yeah.
They loved the draft last year. They thought they were closer this year. It feels like it's an impossibility for this team to win a freaking football game.
It is.
Shouldn't be that hard.
No, it is. I can't prove this, but I think, and I'd love to really, truly know this answer, not that we ever will necessarily. Did he bring back Daboll because he really, truly believes in him? Or what I tend to believe here, and what I've always surmised, is that he brought him back because he's very aware of the volatility within the coaching ranks. He's very, the stability with the Giants, which was something that was always there, has eroded, and they've almost become like the Jets. And in that, higher fire. And I think he was just staunchly against that happening. So was it belief in Daboll or just not wanting to be viewed as a circus?
Well, I'd like to ask them, why didn't they hire Gruden? Why didn't they hire Harbaugh? Why didn't they do whatever they could to get Sean Payton? There were options to go get real head coaches, and they continued to try to get coordinators. I'm not trying to disparage Daboll, who was the coach of the year his first year, but, come on.
I know.
You go get, this is New York, go get a known commodity, and they're afraid to do that. And why do you think we're here 4 or 5 years later, 6, 7, 10 years later, whatever it's been, since we're going through this mess with McAdoof? It's been over 10 years. All right, BT and Sal on the Fan. We'll get to the Jets when we come back. We'll continue with your Giant calls as well. We'll work the Jets into the conversation after that, whatever you want to call that, from yesterday. 888-808-1019.
The Yankees are back in the Bronx facing the White Sox. 7:05 tomorrow night. Driven by Jeep.
A one pitch swung on a high fly ball. Deep center field, and that ball on cue is out of the ballpark.
Susan Waldman and Dave Sims call all the play-by-play. The home of Yankees baseball is The Fan. 101.9 FM and always live on the free Odyssey app.
Got internet?
Cool. A $200 Verizon gift card for switching to our Fios 1 gig plan? Hot. And here's a pro tip. Use it to pay your bill. It's like getting 2 months free. Plus, get a 5-year price guarantee. Hurry into your Verizon store today. Offer ends 10/8/25. Must install and maintain eligible Fios service in good standing for 65 days and register gift card per offer terms. One offer per account. Price guarantee for new customers on select plans and excludes taxes and other charges. See store for additional terms and conditions.
This is John D'Agostino from D'Agostino and Associates, the injury firm. Accident victims, I understand how an accident can turn your world upside down. You're in pain. You need medical care. You can't work. You're struggling to pay your bills, and you don't have a clue what your rights are. So what do? Call the first law firm that pops up on the internet? Look for the best website? Or say, hey, find me a lawyer? The options are endless, but the answers are simple. Ask around, read reviews, and go with your gut. Great law firms build great reputations. I built D'Agostino and Associates one client at a time by doing the right thing for accident victims just like you. Our clients know my team cares, and we're going to fight to get you every dollar you deserve. So call me today at 888-24-LAW-24. That's 888-24-LAW-24. We have offices throughout New York and New Jersey, and we'll come to you. I've been there, and I'll be there for you. D'Agostino, Law, Bite Back.
In the U.S., it is estimated that more than 1 in 5 adults live with mental illness. Help is available. Call 988 to start on your road to mental health care. We can survive together. From your friends at Town Fair Tire.
For over 100 years, Sloman's has been your trusted partner in comfort. When it comes to home heating oil, they deliver more than just quality fuel. They deliver peace of mind. With price protection, automatic deliveries, and 24/7 service, their dedicated team is just a call away, ensuring you stay warm and comfortable all winter long. Sloman's, the Tri-State's largest heating oil provider, proudly serving their community for generations. Give them a call today at 866-GET-HEAT or visit oil.slomans.com.
Nassau County Executive Bruce Blakeman invites you to celebrate the Ryder Cup coming to Nassau County. Thursday, September 25th, kick off the festivities with a concert and fireworks at Eisenhower Park. Friday to Sunday, watch all the action on the giant screen with games, food, and Ryder Cup ticket giveaways from 12 to 6 each day at Field 6. Friday night, don't miss world-renowned EDM DJ Steve Aoki at 8 p.m. Free admission and parking. Join us for Ryder Cup weekend at Eisenhower Park.
Hey, Joy. Oh, you are glowing.
Oh, hey. More like Mirajoyed. That Miralax helped me go. I was so backed up. Tried mega coffees, prune juice, everything. Then Miralax. And hello, gentle relief without the harsh side effects.
Ooh, how does it work?
It works naturally with the water in your body for constipation relief. Find Miralax today at Walmart.
Use as directed for occasional constipation.
Count on Sundays with the NFL on CBS and Paramount Plus.
Here we go.
This week, it's a must-see matchup as Lamar and the Ravens visit Mahomes and the Chiefs.
Oh, my goodness.
Visit ParamountPlus.com/NFL to get started today.
This is the story of the one. As a maintenance supervisor at a manufacturing facility, he knows keeping the line up and running is a top priority. That's why he chooses Grainger. Because when a drive belt gets damaged, Grainger makes it easy to find the exact specs for the replacement product he needs. And next-day delivery helps ensure he'll have everything in place and running like clockwork. Call 1-800-GRAINGER, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
Let's go! You're still glowing, flirting, grooving. You've still got it. But your immune system weakens as you age, making it harder to fight flu, pneumococcal pneumonia, RSV, and COVID-19. Vaccines are a key part of any health routine and help strengthen your immune response. Ask your doctor or pharmacist which vaccines you need. Schedule in minutes at vaxassist.com. Sponsored by Pfizer.
Talk sports with Evan and Tiki. Afternoons from 2 to 7. WFAN, WFAN FM, WFAN FM HD1, New York, and Odyssey Sports Stations.
WFAN Sports Flash.
Good morning at 11 o'clock. I'm Chris Lepresti, and this report is sponsored by Flag and Anthem, real clothes for real life. New thoughts from Jets head coach Aaron Glenn the morning after his team's 29-27 road loss to the Bucs, falling to 0-3. Outlined a number of things in areas that need improvement, particularly on defense. Too many missed tackles yesterday. And, quote, you can't give up the number of points we've given up and expect me to be gung-ho about it. That being said,
listen, I'm not shaken by this at all. I have a ton of confidence in the guys that we have. I have a ton of confidence in the coaches that we have. But I do know this, man. We're in a race to improve. All right, we have to do a good job with that.
Another road trip to Florida on the way as they will visit the 0-3 Dolphins next Monday night. This evening, you've got the Lions and the Ravens from Baltimore to wrap up Week 3, and we've got Westwood One's coverage here on the Fan beginning at 7:30. As for the Giants, licking their wounds again following last night's 22-9 home loss to the Chiefs. They also fall to 0-3, and despite big passing numbers against the Cowboys a week ago, the MetLife Stadium crowd had little patience for the struggles of Russell Wilson, who heard boos and calls for Jackson Dart even before halftime.
It's a National Football League. You look across the league, there's tight games, there's close games. We've been in all of the games that we've played, with a chance. And I think that's what you want. Obviously, what we really want is to be able to win them.
0-3 and staring at another home game with the 3-0 Chargers coming to town this Sunday afternoon. Baseball locals with the day off leading into the final week of the regular season. The Yankees 3 games clear of the Red Sox for that top AL wildcard spot, and only 2 back of the Blue Jays now atop the division. They will host the White Sox beginning Tuesday, and the Mets, off another series loss to the Nationals, have fallen out of the 3rd NL wildcard spot as the streaking Reds own the tiebreaker over them. 6 games to go, including 3 with the Cubs, in a series that begins at Wrigley Field coming up tomorrow. Fan weather sponsored by Moderna. We got 67 degrees, cloudy skies right now in Central Park. And with sports flashes at the top of the hour, I'm Chris Lepresti.
Get the scuttlebutt on your favorite team, the Fan, on the Odyssey, iHeart, and TuneIn apps.
Hey. Hey. Ooh, this is not nice. Hey. Baby, let's move. The BT and Sal Show on the Fan is presented by your Tri-State Cadillac dealers. Cadillac, the official luxury vehicle of the New York Mets. Ooh. Look, I thought the Jets were going to win that game yesterday. I picked them on Friday, and I really felt that. The Bucs were banged up. Can you kill that music there, Alex? You get the update music still going on. Thank you. The Bucs, I thought, were banged up. They were played in it's bad enough that these teams can't win a game, BT. I can't take the bad football anymore. And that was on both sides. Really, the quality of play around the league has been trashed through the first few weeks of the season. Clean it up. Nobody wants to sit there and watch a flag fest out on the field. It is absurd. Anyway, the Jets, again, to me, they didn't deserve to win that game. So while we could be excited about the fact that they shockingly, miraculously came back and had a lead for a half a second before they gave it away, they played putrid football all afternoon long.
Yes, they did. And I'm not going to allow the comeback, even though it fell short, to mask the fact that for the second time in 3 games, the Jets didn't look like they were ready to play football. I mean, here we are, first half, the Jets averaged 2.8 yards a play. There's 6 penalties. Now, Tampa had more, but several of which were procedural that just stagnated drives. They had a fumble. They had a pick 6. It's just in the first half, guys. They were stopped on 4th and inches. They had more missed tackles, 19 missed tackles in the game, dude. And then to me, there's a play. It's first quarter. It's 3rd and 29, and there's a penalty on Sauce. Whether or not it was a penalty or not, I mean, Sauce Gardner got absolutely abused because then he got smoked by Emeka Egbuka for a 42-yard gain.
He stinks, dude.
Sauce Gardner's doing absolutely nothing, absolutely zero. But to me, Sal, I understand there's a lot that you gotta kill from a ghost perspective to get this thing moving in the right direction. But one thing that's starting to worry me about Aaron Glenn, and I want to play this for you. It's not like over the top insane, but I've heard him now do this at every press conference, and he continues to reference what other people are saying, the media, the narratives. Listen to this, and then I want to follow up on it. Go ahead, guys.
We're not the same team as what everyone says, same old Jets. These guys are going to fight no matter what the situation is. There's no give up in them. I hate that term. And I really don't know what that term means, but I know this: they're not the same old Jets. All right, so these guys are fighters. I love these guys.
Now, I love the fact that he hates that term because every time that you drop it at me, I resist it. I'm like, no, I don't lean into the same old Jets. And I don't have an issue with him talking about his team the way they fought. I understand this is a Herculean task to get the Jets to the middle of the NFL and eventually, hopefully, beyond here. But Aaron Glenn, it's a small thing, and if he can just hear this, please, somebody get him this, because he's going to complicate his own job and his own life here. Stop talking about the narratives and stop talking about all the other stuff that happened before you got here. Just talk about the games. I think it's a disservice, Sal. It's not a smart tactic, and he's doing it every time.
The problem is, if we were going to focus on the games, his record is what it is. It's 0-3. This was the first time. See, I thought the Jets were going to be a competitive football team, button things up, be more what we saw in week 1, and be able to take advantage of a down Bucs team. Like, hey, it does happen in the NFL. You saw the Browns beat the Packers. Like, teams upset teams almost on a weekly basis. Yet in New York, it seems like an impossibility. I thought that would be one spot where the Jets would upset the Bucs. Glenn, that's the first time that he started to lose me with the way that he spoke in the postgame, with the way that he was happily clapping after the loss. Like, no.
Yeah, and that's not even the celebration on the touchdown. That's after the game. You're talking about when he was clapping.
Yeah, we'll get to that in a second.
Yeah.
No, the fact that he was still clapping after the loss, like he was proud of his team for fighting back. No. Your team sucked all day long. By the way, it's not just Sauce Gardner, who is maybe the most overrated player. And if I was saying this last year, I'm certainly going to say it now. He's the most overrated player in the league. He is a string bean out there who's not physical at all. Like, I don't know how the hell this guy's got voted All-Pro. What are these guys watching? I've seen great cornerbacks in my life, even recent ones. You don't have to go back to Deion Sanders, whether it's Revis, whether it's Nnamdi Asomugha. Like, there are great cornerbacks, even some of the current guys, Surtain, whatever it may be.
Winfield's pretty good.
Dude, Sauce Gardner? What? When is he going to make a big play? When is he going to make a big play? He was getting chewed up and spit out yesterday. Matter of fact, so bad with the Jets with the stupid penalties that I'm thinking, Glenn, stop accepting the penalties. Just let them punt the football and try to kick the field goal.
That's what I was thinking,
Something's bound to happen.
Yeah.
It's third and forever, but one mistake is going to cost you, and that's exactly what happened. Also, Garrett Wilson. How does he not come back to that ball? He leaves it up to float, change the entire game. Like, yeah, not that Tyrod Taylor's a great quarterback.
He played pretty well. I thought Tyrod was really just stuck his nose in there. He made some plays. He did a good job.
He is as tough as they come. However, he's also conservative. Yeah, he's not going to be flinging the ball down the field. But when he does,
nobody's open.
When he does, can Garrett come back to the ball and make a freaking play on it, dude? Like, those are their two best guys, Sauce and Garrett Wilson. They're supposed to lead the way. Yeah. And they weren't. Not to mention Brees, and the Jets can't run it. Anyway, back to Aaron Glenn for a second. That's the first time he started to lose me. I don't think that's a game where, as the head coach, you should be clapping after your team just lost at the final buzzer there.
It's not high school, man. It's not college. You know, the last thing I'm going to do is try to suck the life out of that guy and the morale and the spirit, because one of the reasons that I really and still absolutely believe in Aaron Glenn is, number one, you know, his knowledge, his experience, who he worked with, Parcells, his playing career, how he climbed the coaching tree and the ranks, all those things we talked about. But I mean, this is a man's man. This is a man with integrity and purpose and presence, right? So I'm going to bet on that stuff more than I'm not. And eventually, well, one quick sidestep. Yeah. What we can't do is and he uses the term instant coffee. I'll use microwave. It's the same thing. Even though they're 0-3, and it's a bad look optically, clapping, I'm with you on that, right? And they looked horrible again yesterday for 90%. They were awful for 90% of the game. Horrible, right? No excuses, horrible. But I do think that we have to understand that year one for any coach that's coming into a bad situation, yes, it's about trying to get them to eventually win, but really the first thing you got to do is you got to get rid of the guys who just don't fit what you try to do. Right. And there's a feeling out. It takes a while, so let's not lose sight of the perspective. I know we're not. But to me, the most disappointing thing from yesterday is, number one, the Jets' pass protection was awful. I mean, again, talk about Tyrod Taylor sticking his beak in there and getting popped basically every play. They had 27 quarterback pressures. They had 4 sacks. I mean, and the Jets' O-line has a bunch of first-round picks on it. And I know Todd Bowles is a good defensive coach. The pass protection was horrendous. Again, 19 missed tackles. There was a swing pass to Bucky Irvin that went for 30 yards where 7 Jets missed them. The defense did nothing against a patchwork offensive line, which to me is the most disappointing aspect of what transpired. And, it's too early to start giving out grades on Muji here, but they are embarrassingly thin at the second, third, and fourth wide receiver spot. Like the Jets receivers outside of Garrett Wilson, it's expansion level, dude. It's that bad.
Yeah, okay, but to me, that's like something that he's going to have to address in the offseason and maybe year 2. I would focus on Glenn and I don't want to say mixed messaging, but do you think Aaron Glenn was legitimately happy when that game went final last night or yesterday afternoon?
Yeah, there's no way he's happy. Okay. I mean, he's a winner, so he's not happy with the loss.
Me neither. So what I think is going on here, remember the negative cloud that we talked about on Friday hovering toward Aaron Glenn? He's starting to feel it with the media, with the fan base, and that pressure a little bit. And then in a spot where authentically Aaron Glenn should be rightfully annoyed with the sloppy way that his team played the majority of that game and, of course, the way that it ended, he was trying to compensate for that and not letting that negative narrative seep in and saying, hey, we fought back. This is not the same old. No. He didn't say that after week 1. They played much better in week 1. What did he say after week 1?
No moral victories, right?
So then why is he clapping as they just got beat at the final buzzer yesterday?
But let me ask you a question here. So we talk about the changing of a culture. God, and it's been so elusive for both of these football teams, right? But in his mind, like the way you change the culture eventually is to start cranking out some wins and have some belief, right? But before you get the wins, how do you change the culture? Maybe, and we'll see if it's effective. And again, it's not a great look at the pro level, but maybe in his mind, he's saying, all right, I've got to fixate on something positive, and that's the comeback, and I could use this as a little building chip to facilitate the acceleration of the building of the culture, even if we might not like him clapping. Yeah. In his mind, what's the other thing? Resignation? We lost, we're 0-3, and just have this morbid handshake and just take it on the chin and go in there? Like, I don't know what the other option is.
Be consistent. And you can say, look, we played like dog crap the majority of that game, but I'm proud of the way the guys fought back and didn't just let go of the rope. They fought back. Unfortunately, we got to make a defensive stop there. No, instead it was, we're not the same old Jets. Like, he's fighting off that narrative. He's clapping on the side, on the middle of the field. Like, it's all right. No, like that. To me, if you watch that entire game, that was not an effort to be proud of. Where I would give them the benefit of the doubt in week 1, I thought that was an effort to be proud of. No moral victories, but like, even if the Jets won that game yesterday, my take would have been, dude, that was a horrible, horrible display of football. But at least they got the win. Like, you're not going to apologize for any win. It's
yeah, well, and Sal, think about it. If they would have gotten the win, they would have had a defensive stop at the end as well. So that would have, you would have had the block punt, Will McDonald house it, then you get a stop to win it if they would have won. And then we could at least come on the air and say, well, all right, there's one win. Now you got Miami, who's basically in a body bag, whose coach is going to get fired soon, coming up, Monday Night Football. So maybe the Jets have a chance to get to 2-2. And unlike the Giants, the Jets' schedule does soften. You're going to play the Bengals without Burrow. You're going to play the Pats a couple times. You're going to play Miami. There are wins to be had here. But when you're 0-3, nobody wants to hear it. You're 0-3.
The number one thing that Aaron Glenn cannot do under any circumstance is let any of that negative feel, the history, seep into his thought process. And I think it's already started to in week 3.
I think it's the opposite. I think by the fact that he's trying to so proactively and publicly address it and embrace it tells me that he's not feeding into it. Now, if it works, I don't know.
But he shouldn't even be acknowledging it.
That's different.
That's what I'm talking about. Okay. He's already let that seep in, that negative aura and the same old Jets and, the negative feel that we've had here now at 0-3, but even with 0-2, that should not enter his thought process. He's got a job to do in rebuilding this thing. It takes a while. People will understand that. And regardless of who's writing what or who's saying what, stick to what you believe in and stick to your plan. And the way that, to me, he handled the post-game press conference or the way that he was clapping, that's where I thought that maybe he let that seep in. Now, with the celebration that he did, I had no issue with that myself. He's caught up in the moment.
Yeah.
Guy makes a great play. They miraculously just tied the game and are about to take the lead here. I did not have a problem. This is a new age. It's not Bill Parcells. It's Aaron Glenn, but it's in 2025. Like, yeah, he's a Parcells disciple, and Bill wouldn't be doing that.
Yeah, well, Bill couldn't move much.
Yeah, right. Other coaches do that. McVay does, like, all.
Well, Robert Saleh did it the night that Rodgers got hurt. Remember when Gibson returned to the house against the Bills? He ran on the field. He jumped in a pile.
I mean, that's not the example that I would want to use, Robert Saleh. But that to me is. I have no issue with Aaron Glenn celebrating the way that he did on the field.
All right, the day that I tried to, just hold down enthusiasm and passion is the day that I'm just a joyless, miserable person. And that I hope I never become that person. I'm kind of with you. Now, I wanted to let it marinate for a little bit because I jump on to do the podcast, which, by the way, is there a dumber endeavor than to actually do a Jets podcast after every game? Honestly, I may as well sit there and stick needles in my eyeballs and call it the needle in the eyeball podcast instead of there's nothing more depressing than doing that. I'm sitting there on my couch just waiting for the game to end, knowing I've got to do a podcast and instant it really is miserable. But I did want to let this soak in a little bit because the reaction in real time, I'm like, I was fired up along there with him. I was, like every Jet fan. Now that I've had a full day to process it, I don't have a massive issue with it. Like you, I don't. But Sal, we're not the head coach. You've got to understand, and I'm going to give him a pass. I'm not burying him on this, but there's 1 minute and 43 seconds to go. Tampa's got a couple timeouts. They just need a field goal. Like you can't be that lost in the moment, even though you're incredibly enthusiastic. You got to be the CEO. Now, he's going to grow into that, and I'm going to give him some latitude to do that. I love the fire, but I prefer a little bit more balance in that moment.
Yeah, the timing of it to me is what I would have an issue. I don't have an issue with him showing emotion or going nuts after a huge play like that. The fact that he celebrated as if it was going to mean a win is where I would have an issue with that. At that particular point, you just tied the game. So I like that emotion. I like him being excited. The timing of it, where obviously the Jets didn't have the win. They didn't even have the lead at that particular point. That could be where you have a little bit of an issue. 888-808-1019. Mike is on West Long Branch, New Jersey. What's up, Mike?
Hey, what's going on, guys? I don't even understand why they gave Ahmad Gardner, I'm not even calling him Sauce anymore, all that money. Last year he was terrible. I mean, we could say how bad he is. The other teams are picking on him. It's not like Darrelle Revis is on the other side. I mean, even against Buffalo, after Josh Allen broke his nose, they bring Trubisky on 3rd and 10 and just pick on him and pick
first
20 yards. First play. 3rd and 29. They just bomb it out to him. He commits a penalty. I mean, $30 million or whatever they gave this guy, I mean, it's mind-blowing. They should have made him wait. I said it in the offseason when they were talking about it. I just don't understand what they're going to do with him.
What they're going to do with him is they're going to play him and they're going to pay him. That's what they're going to do, Mike. Thanks for the call. I mean, I understand he is highly overrated and he cannot tackle. He never makes any disruptive plays. There's no pick sixes. There's nothing, really. I mean, yeah, he blankets some guys, but there's just not enough bang for the buck. It's incredibly disappointing. At least Garrett Wilson makes plays. Now they decided to pay both of them. That's why I bring Garrett Wilson into the equation. But I get it. It was a tricky, delicate balance because when you have a good player, to not keep him around, that doesn't do much for the culture either. So they were in a rough spot, and I'm sure that Aaron Glenn looked at every single snap of Gardner's career and said, I could work with this kid. He is a stud. I just got to get him right. He's not right yet.
Yeah.
They just pick on him. He's right.
And I don't want to hear about Mike Evans, who's a physical specimen and a big-time receiver. Well, that's what number one corners are supposed to do. You're a great cornerback. You got to shut him down. And Sauce Gardner can't do that. And it's not just that. It's been years to me that Sauce, I don't care how many All-Pros he's gotten. I'm watching these games here. Sauce does not do nearly enough to me to be justified as an All-Pro or one of the best cornerbacks in the league. It's the same thing every freaking week, even if that wasn't necessarily a penalty, which I do think it was a tough call on him for that particular play. Stop dealing with your neck pain, backache, sciatica, and go to Dr. J. Schott, Samwell Institute for Pain Management, a migraine and nerve pain specialist who get you back to feeling yourself again with minimally invasive and non-surgical treatments There are thousands of 5-star reviews who trust Dr. J for pain-relieving solutions. Same-day and next-day appointments are available with offices in Colonia, Livingston, and Englewood, New Jersey. Turn to Samwell Pain for effective pain-relieving solutions. Visit SamwellPain.com.
Baseball heartbreak, football glory. WFAN covers every win, loss, and headline from the Yankees, Mets, Jets, and Giants. The Fan, 101.9 FM, and always streaming on the Odyssey, iHeartRadio, and TuneIn apps.
It's officially Ryder Cup week, and our friends at Flag and Anthem have the best officially licensed gear. Join me at the official Ryder Cup watch party Friday at the Tap Room in Farmingdale, where Flag and Anthem will be giving away 2 tickets to Saturday's golf matches. Doors open at 11 a.m., so come stop by for a chance to go to the biggest event in golf.
Mnexspike COVID-19 vaccine mRNA by Moderna has arrived. To learn more and find it near you, visit mnexspike.com. That's MNEXSPIKE.com.
Whether you're heading out on a road trip or planning a weekend escape, make every mile unforgettable in a Mercedes-Benz from Mercedes-Benz of Edison. From sporty SUVs and timeless sedans to cutting-edge hybrids, their expert team will help you find the perfect fit. Mercedes-Benz of Edison has over 400 new and certified pre-owned vehicles to choose from. And with flexible lease and finance offers, getting behind the wheel of a Mercedes-Benz has never been easier. Mercedes-Benz of Edison, the Tri-State's premier destination for luxury driving.
Things today can seem kind of unpredictable. Who knows what's around the corner, right? Well, at Total Wireless, we want to give you something to be sure about. With us, you save 50% off Metro and Cricket when you switch with one line. Guaranteed. And you get to keep the phone and number you love. Visit our Total Wireless store today. 50% savings for unlimited plans versus comparable Total Wireless unlimited phone plans based on standard plan rates. Some customers may only receive the guaranteed savings after contacting us and validating the current plan rate. Excludes promotional, discounted, bring your phone rates. For Total 5G unlimited plan or higher, auto pay required. Applied on next renewal date. Additional terms apply.
Hey Yankees fans, come out to Yankee Stadium on Friday, September 26th when the Yankees host the division rival Orioles for a great promotional giveaway. It's Yankees Jersey Hoodie Night, presented by Star Insurance. The first 18,000 guests in attendance will receive a Yankees Jersey hoodie. For tickets, log on to Yankees.com/tickets. Don't miss Yankees Jersey Hoodie Night when the Yankees face the Baltimore Orioles on Friday, September 26th. Visit Yankees.com/tickets today.
This is the story of the one. As a maintenance supervisor at a manufacturing facility, he knows keeping the line up and running is a top priority. That's why he chooses Grainger. Because when a drive belt gets damaged, Grainger makes it easy to find the exact specs for the replacement product he needs. And next day delivery helps ensure he'll have everything in place and running like clockwork. Call 1-800-GRAINGER, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
Looking for Michelin tires at the guaranteed lowest price? Get to Town Fair Tire. Michelin's innovative technologies are designed for durability and performance over any of the toughest road conditions, so you can trust you're getting the highest quality tires. And Town Fair's been a name you can trust since 1967. Now with over 120 locations and still growing, because nobody beats a Town Fair Tire deal. Nobody.
Name brands at discount prices. Town Fair Tire.
Listen up, football fans. You won't want to miss this.
Right now, new Bet365 customers bet $5 and get $200 in bonus bets, win or lose. So you could turn that $200 into something bigger when you bet on money line, spread, totals, player props.
$200 in bonus bets when new customers bet $5. I know where I'm going to bet from now on. Download the app today and see why it's never ordinary at Bet365. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER. 21 plus only. Must be physically located in New Jersey. T&Cs apply. In-app only.
There are a lot of reasons why people buy at Ramsey Mazda. It's their selection, it's their customer service, and it's their savings. Lease a new 2025 Mazda CX-90 Turbo Select for $249 for 24 months. Start shopping now at RamseyMazda.com. Choose wisely. Choose Ramsey Mazda.
Call 833-853-2970 for details. Then S1225248. MSRP $40,000. Zero security deposit. Ends 9/30/25.
Morning, Zoe. Got donuts.
Jeff Bridges, why are you still living above our garage?
Well, I dig the mattress, and I want to be in a T-Mobile commercial like you. Teach me, Saldana.
Oh, no, I'm not really prepared. I couldn't possibly. At T-Mobile, get the new iPhone 17 Pro on them. It's designed to be the most powerful iPhone yet and has the ultimate Pro camera system.
Wow. Impressive. Let me try. T-Mobile is the best place to get iPhone 17 Pro because they've got the best network.
Nice, Jeffrey.
You heard them. T-Mobile is the best place to get the new iPhone 17 Pro on us with eligible trade-in in any condition.
So, what are we having for lunch?
Dude, my work here is done.
24 monthly bill credits on Experience Beyond for well-qualified customers plus tax and $35 device connection charge. Credits ended, balance due if you pay off earlier. Cancel. Finance agreement iPhone 17 Pro, 256 gigs, $1,099.99, and new line minimum $100 plus a month plan with auto pay plus taxes and fees required. Best mobile network in the U.S. based on analysis by Ookla Speed Test Intelligence data 1/8/2025. Visit T-Mobile.com.
HL Gross Jewelers of Garden City is Long Island's premier engagement and wedding ring destination. Visit HL Gross today or online at hlgross.com.
Have something to say? Dial us 888-808-1019. Powered by Paramount Plus. Count on Sundays all season long with the NFL on CBS and Paramount Plus.
And as if the football wasn't bad enough, we'll get to the Mets a little bit later on. I mean, aren't sports supposed to be fun, BT? What the hell's going on here? New York sports for a long time has been down. It has been down for a long time. Outside of the Yankees, and even them, like they haven't won the World Series since 2009, but outside of the Yankees, where is the success? Yeah, there's one-off years, whether it was the Mets last year going on the run to the NLCS or the Giants a few years back getting the postseason. In total, even the Knicks, as good as they've been consistently for 4 or 5 years, whatever it's been, they have ultimately disappointed with 2 years in a row falling short of at least winning another series that people expected them.
Nobody's ever good at the same time. It's amazing how it's just,
Well, who's good? Outside of the Yankees, who are the constant.
Yanks and Knicks.
The Yanks are the one constant.
Rangers have had some good years. Yeah. Obviously fallen short.
Yeah, but it's always disappointing. Like, where's the...
I know.
Where's the non-disappointing season? And with football, honestly,
football's unwatchable. That's what it's become.
Well, we're not asking for much. We're asking to maybe be relevant in mid-October. We were talking, like, before the year, hey, are these teams going to be around before, Halloween? The answer is no. Yet again, no. Like, yeah, Jackson Dart could change the feel and the conversation. Aaron Glenn, his first year is going to be a talking point. And by the way, I do think the Jets missed Justin Fields yesterday. I know Tyrod Taylor is tough as nails. It was lacking another layer to the offense without Justin Fields.
Yeah, I'm with you on that. I'm with
potential.
You. Yeah, I mean, it's torturous, man. I really don't know how else to describe it. And it's just not even, for us, it is kind of work, but it really feels like work. Yeah. That's the best way to describe it. It feels like sitting down to work. To watch these teams.
Watching the football games is brutal. All right, BT and Sal on the Fan. WFAN NFL football is powered by Verizon. Get to your local Verizon store today. Let's get some Jets and Giants calls in here. Nick is in Tampa, Florida. What's up, Nick?
What's happening, Nicky?
Hey, guys. How's it going?
Good.
I went to that game yesterday, and, man, the sunburn is hurting today. But we were in section 331. It was my birthday. We bought these tickets a while back. It's really exciting. A lot of Jet fans there, tons of Jet fans, and every Jet fan saying the same thing. Stop running the ball on 3rd and 1 with Braylon Allen. You never get a yard ever. He gets stopped more than any running back on 3rd and 1 or 4th and 1 than I've ever seen. All we hear is he's brick, he's huge, he's young, he's fast, he's a workhorse. He gets stopped more than anyone I've ever seen back there. And they're just so predictable. Every Buck fan was laughing at us because we kept accepting the penalties when we should have just declined them because we knew we were going to give them an automatic first down. It's just so frustrating. And
what the hell is that noise?
Is
that a bird or something? What is that?
I don't. There's landscapers around. I'm sorry.
No, it's all right. It sounds like a whistle every 2 seconds. You hear that?
No, I don't hear it. I don't know. I do hear it.
Be silent for a second. Be silent for a second.
Yeah, right there.
Okay.
Of course, now he's playing possum.
You still there, Nick? Yeah.
I'm still here. I'm not sure.
It sounds like a little cricket almost, right? Something like that.
A bird whistle in that. Anyway.
I'll tell you, man. Listen.
Were you able to hear anything I said?
No, we got it.
We did.
Unfortunately, we got it.
Happy birthday.
Well, Brandon, please still keep doing the podcast.
Yeah, there you go, BT.
Yeah, I'm going to keep doing it. It's let me tell you something. It is a next level of either pain or resignation or torture or whatever word you want to use when when you walk out, and I say this because he was there, even though he lives down in Florida, but when you go to watch your team play, particularly in the NFL, on the road. Like, it's one thing you go to MetLife, you're not that far, you live in Jersey, maybe Long Island, Queens, Brooklyn, where Staten Island. All right, you get home. But when you travel, as I have many times, to go watch the Jets play on the road, and you're walking out of the stadium and you just, you bump into 500 random Jet fans throughout the day, you just look at each other like it's this knowing glance, like we're pathetic, man.
Yeah.
Like, not only is our team awful, but we actually went out of our way proactively to spend money and to fly somewhere to watch our team lose.
But I would assume the thought process behind that is not one of let's go see our team win. Obviously, it can't be that.
But it's always motivated by the hope that you think that they might reward you with a win.
What would make you think that at this point the Jets would reward you with a win? How many years do you need to see it?
I don't know.
You know what I'm saying, dude? I'm not trying to pick on the Jets. It's the Jets and Giants, but when you go to those trips, it's got to be like, all right, we're going to go have fun.
It is.
Hang out with our groups of fans.
Yeah, but it is. But then you still, listen, this is what separates us, fans from those who just really don't care anymore. And you and I both do. Like, you go to these trips or you go to a game, or even with the Mets hanging by a string right now. I mean, the Mets look awful, but, as a fan, you say to yourself, all right, we got 6 games to go. We're going to do this. And if you don't gravitate toward the positive, Sal, and again, there's a very, very stark difference between being delusional and being slightly optimistic. But if you don't have a speck of optimism, what the hell are we doing?
Yeah, and I did think, I'm just saying, like, you don't book that trip saying, like, yeah, we're going to go here and see a win. You could hope that that's the case, but that's not why you're doing it. So, yeah, you can't let the team, as crazy as it sounds, get in the way of what could be an otherwise good trip. I thought the Jets could win that game yesterday.
So did I.
I really thought that they were going to win that game. As a matter of fact, I bet them, not even with the points, of course. Like, typical. That's how... I'm like, why am I doing this? It's 6.5 points, so many points. Just take the points because I was down. So I want, from the first 2 weeks, I wanted the better payout. So I put whatever
money line out plus what, 240?
Yeah, exactly. Put $40 in there to win 100 or something like that.
All right.
Yeah, but
thanks for the deposit, Sal.
Exactly. So point is, I did really think that the Jets could win that game. I mean, it is football. You've seen bad teams win games, except for the New York teams.
Well, one thing though, and again, this I don't want to do this too much here, but this jumped out right away. Like the Jets' opening drive, right? They come out passing a little bit, which I think was a little bit of a surprise because obviously it's Tyrod Taylor, and you would think they'd be a little more conservative. I like that Tanner Engstrand came out and threw the ball a little bit, and I thought they had pretty good diversity, and they get a gift there. That's the first Tampa penalty with the horse collar. So you get 15 yards after an Arian Smith first down reception, right? Taylor had a 7-yard run. You're moving the football. Sal, it's 2nd and 1. And then the Jets have an illegal formation on themselves. I think it was Smith who was lined up in the wrong spot. And instead of being now 2nd and 1 and being able to do anything in the playbook, now it's 2nd and 6. You get a 2-yard run. And now all of a sudden, 3rd and 4. And everything changes. And instead of walking away with, it's not a guaranteed 7, I get it. But once you did that, the chances decrease significantly. You get a field goal. And then the next position, then Quentin Williams with the face mask, 15 yards. And then you got the 3rd and 29, like right away, the sloppiness was evident, which is why I said, did the Jets look ready to play the game? And if you guys are just tuning in, free Odyssey app, obviously, but the thing that's dispiriting to me, they were ready to play against the Steelers. They were not ready to play against the Bills. They were not ready to play yesterday.
Glenn is calling from Clifton, New Jersey about his Giants. What's up, Glenn? Okay, Glenn is not there. Mark is calling from Houston Texans about the Giants. What's up, Mark?
Hey, Mark.
Houston, Texas. What's up, Mark?
Hey, guys. Big Giant fan. I know there's more important things in life, but, man, they ruin every Sunday. I mean, I can't eat my macaroni and gravy. They just ruin every Sunday. My question for you guys is, I'm kind of with you. I think you said it, Sal. I wouldn't start Dart until the last Eagle game. I think it would just be – I think it would just be a disaster, but I mean, could it be much worse? It's just awful. As a Giant fan, BT, I do watch and love your Jet podcast, by the way. It makes me laugh. So
nice.
Thank you.
Glad to be entertaining.
Oh, thank you for the call, Mark. We appreciate you checking in.
Bud.
Yeah, the answer is, though, it could be worse. If you start Jackson Dart and he's not ready and he starts to regress or whatever you thought he could be is not there, That is the absolute worst case scenario.
Yes.
They are in a spot now where they need him to be good.
Well, I don't think that Brian Daboll's earned the right to throw a Hail Mary to try to save his behind here at the risk of, at this juncture, not yet, it's way too early, at the risk of, Jackson Dart coming in and changing the complexion of how we perceive the Giants, how we perceive Daboll, how we perceive Shane. I just don't think he's earned that.
Yeah. No, he hasn't, of course. But the point is, it can be worse. Like, you feel like, what's the difference? It's like the second caller, and I'm sure other fans are thinking the same thing. It can't be worse than it is right now. Just let's see what Jackson Dart has.
Oh, no, it could be worse.
Yeah, worse is not having him develop properly. That's worse. Ed is in Melbourne, Florida. What's up, Ed?
How you doing, man?
We're spanning the globe today, or at least the U.S. What's up, Ed?
Eddie.
I like that, Sal. This is a giant call, but Sal, I got to tell you, we are masochists down here. My daughter's going to see the Mets in Miami this Saturday night. Talk about silly.
Oh, Saturday's
Anyway.
a good one. That might be elimination day for the Mets officially, if they make it that far. Because I have a feeling
I
it might go out
BT
before
on
that.
this. Go back in time with BT on this if I could. BT, do you recall? This is about the Maras, really. I know they're not selling the team, but I think he's getting a pass more than everybody else. His father and his uncles, they needed a brokerage by Pete Rozelle to get George Young hired in '79. I don't know. You recall that?
I've read about that. Yeah, I mean, I was 5 years old. I've read about it. I know historically what happened, but not in real time. Yeah, but keep going.
Right. Yeah, so then what happens is now he's been very involved in the process of hiring Gettleman, Schumer, Judge, these two clowns. It's time, like, even if he's not going to sell the team, something has to be done there. And I know he's signing the checks as far as getting football people. Now in 2025, it's very different from 79. The availability of how you guys even said that they could have had Harbaugh for a song and dance.
Well, anybody could have. Jets could have had him as well, too.
Harbaugh wanted to come back and coach. Nobody wanted him.
Amazing. Eddie,
amazing. It's amazing. And the thing is...
Yeah, Eddie, hold on. I want to be clear. Hold on, Ed. I'm sorry. But are you saying that the NFL should intervene?
No, not really.
They
but
can.
It shows you how if they were intervening in the '79. That was Rozelle because they wanted better ratings in New York. And
Understood. But you can't do it now.
No, you can't do that now.
There's no grounds for it.
I think his process of hiring has to be put in, to be viewed more than just yelling at Daboll and Shane every Monday. There's something not right with this hiring process that's going on for the past 10 years.
Think about this, though, Ed. Here's the problem, and thank you for the call. I'm going to do something that seems impossible to do at this particular point. I'm going to be fair to Shane and Daboll. It can't just be that Mara continues to hire the wrong guys and everybody that he's hired isn't good. Shane and Daboll did have success in year one getting to the postseason. Now, you could say, well, yeah, that's what the prior regime's team understood, but getting to the playoffs is something that Shermer or Joe Judge, those guys couldn't sniff. So then we did see that with Brian Daboll and Joe Shane. The problem could, in fact, be the biggest problem is that Mara forced Daniel Jones on Shane and Daboll, which made them give Jones that contract, which basically 2 extra years. Like, this is year 4. We're 3 weeks into year 4. And again, I'm not saying it's good. And you know where I stand. I would have fired them both after last season just because it is what it is, whose ever fault it may be. But is it that Shane doesn't know what he's doing and that Daboll doesn't know what he's doing? Or is it that when they got here, it wasn't the best of circumstances? The owner forced the quarterback on them and made it a little difficult with the running back early on as well. And that led to decisions that kind of hurt them in year 2 and year 3. Whereas now in year 4, for the first time, they finally drafted their quarterback. We haven't even seen we have seen him take the field. We haven't even seen him throw a pass yet. So, I guess my question is, of the 3 years they've been here, 1 has been a postseason year. The other 2 were led by a quarterback that had nothing to do with them. You got to be fair. What would constitute success?
I'd say this, and I know where you're going, and it's part of the discussion, all right? If they were more competitive, I mean, there's not even most times remnants of an offense. We don't need 30 points every week, but I mean, Giants don't score touchdowns. Week 1, they get shut out. I mean, 3 years in a row, though. I mean, all these stats that we're just getting smashed over the head with here. If the results were, even if the wins and the losses, Sal, weren't necessarily better, but optically, from an offensive perspective, it just looked more like we thought it would look when the Giants decided to step out of the organization, which we gave them credit for because Mara rarely did that, and bringing an offensive mind in Daboll, and they were losing 37-24, 40-27. And we're like, all right, we got to fix the defense. But they can't even score. So there's really no evidence that he's the guy. It's rough. 888-808-1019. BT and Sal on the Fan. My God, it is still early, and it is depressing. All right, well, the FanDuel Sportsbook app, at least you can win some money on these teams. They're not going to win games. Just bet against them. You win some money. Your favorite NFL bets from yards to touchdowns. Who's going to win with FanDuel? Any play can be the play of the game. Giving all customers now a 50% profit boost token. How about that? For tonight's game, Detroit taking on the Ravens. That should be fun. You can build the same game parlay with a little Derrick Henry anytime touchdown. Maybe sprinkle in a little Lamar over rushing yards or a little St. Brown over receiving yards. Whatever you want to do, tons of options. Go to FanDuel.com/BT to jump in. Play your game with FanDuel on the app, which is a snap. It's simple to navigate. It's awesome. And it's the official sports betting partner of the NFL. We love it around here at the Fan, of course. It is safe and secure, and when you win, you get paid right away. FanDuel is also the official partner of us here at WFAN. 21 plus and physically present in New York. Opt-in required. Bonus issued as non-withdrawable bonus bet that obviously restrictions to apply for, including any token expiration and max wager amount. See terms at sportsbook.fanduel.com. And for help with a gambling problem, please call 877-8-HOPE-NY or text HOPE-NY.
This is Maggie Gray with an Odyssey Sports Minute sponsored by Staybill. At every fill-up or when you store, start with Staybill. Visit sta-bil.com for more information. Things are so bad at Clemson, even Nick Saban is calling out Dabo Swinney. After a 1-3 start and a home loss to Syracuse, Saban said Swinney needs to adapt to the new era of college football or risk falling further behind. Clemson was once a powerhouse. Now they're spiraling. I'm Maggie Gray.
Keeping your engines healthy means protecting them in season and out. Experts trust Stable to do that. And third-party testing confirms it. Stable is the industry leader in preventing fuel-related issues, no matter if you use it in your car, boat, or outdoor power equipment. In season or out, at every fill-up or when you store, start with Stable.
Lowe's knows how to help make your home holiday ready for less. Get Select Style Selections vinyl flooring for just $1.99 per square foot and have it installed before the festivities begin. Our team can help you every step of the way. See a Lowe's Red Vest associate or visit Lowe's.com/holiday install to get started. Lowe's, we help, you save. Basic install only. Date restrictions apply. Subject to availability. Installed by independent contractors. See associate for details. Contiguous U.S. only.
At Paramus Chevrolet, we understand that a car is more than four wheels. It's an extension of who you are. Hey, it's Mike Tandarella, General Manager of Paramus Chevrolet. Because everyone has unique taste, we stock a large variety of certified pre-owned automobiles. So you're sure to find something you absolutely love. And it gets better. Enjoy our exclusive Paramus Chevrolet VIP Plus program. A lifetime of complimentary oil changes, courtesy shuttles, and loaner car availability. Visit us in person or online at ParamusChevrolet.com.
Some things are hard to commit to, like learning how to surf or saving for a family vacation. But one commitment that's easy, switching to Fios Home Internet with a 5-year price lock guarantee. That means 5 great summers of fast, reliable internet at the same low price. All with the Fios 1 gig internet plan. Plus no hidden fees or equipment charges. Call 1-833-VERIZON to switch today. Price guarantee applies to base monthly rate only for new and existing My Home customers.
Hey, it's Tiki. Are you looking to enhance your home experience? Discover the new Sloman's Shield Link, the ultimate all-in-one ecosystem for integrating your smart devices with the Sloman's Shield. Sloman's Shield Link takes everyday routines and actions based on your preferences and connects other devices to react based on your actions. Imagine arriving at home at night and your lights, favorite music, and TV turn on as you enter your home. Whether you want your thermostats to turn down when you turn on your alarm or automatically lock your doors and ensure your security lighting is on. These scenarios are a reality with the Sloman's Shield Link integration platform. The Sloman's Shield Link is compatible with devices you already have in your home. Sloman's includes installation for all devices. Plus, they offer 24/7 support. Whether you need to troubleshoot a problem or want to add programming, you can call at any time. Embrace the future of home living by calling 1-800-ALARM-ME today or visit SlomanShieldLink.com to get the Sloman's Shield Link.
The FanDuel Sportsbook app is your home for all of your favorite NFL bets. From yards to touchdowns to who will win. With FanDuel, any play can be the play of the game. FanDuel is giving all customers a 50% profit boost token tonight.
With the Lions taking on the Ravens, you can build a same-game parlay with a Derrick Henry anytime touchdown, Lamar Jackson over rushing yards, and Amon-Ra St. Brown over receiving yards.
So make FanDuel your go-to app for any snap. Just visit FanDuel.com/Boomer. Play your game with FanDuel, an official sports betting partner of the NFL. We all just love the app around here. It is safe and secure. And when you win, you get paid instantly. FanDuel Sportsbook is also the official partner of WFAN.
21 and over and physically present in New York. Opt-in required. Bonus issues now. Drawable profit boost tokens. Restrictions apply, including any token expiration and max wager amount. See terms at sportsbook.fanduel.com. For help with the gambling problem, call 877-8-HOPE-NY or text HOPE-NY 467-369. Dunkin's $6 meal deal is kind of wild. You get a bacon, egg, and cheese sandwich, 6-piece hash browns, and a medium hot or iced coffee, all for $6. That's the main character meal energy you need this fall. Get it now in Dunkin' stores or order ahead on the Dunkin' app. No substitutions. Participation and times may vary. Offer price varies in California and Hawaii. Limited time offer cannot be combined with other offers. Exclusions and terms apply.
You can't count on much these days, but you can always count on Sundays with the NFL on CBS and Paramount Plus. Watch your local NFL game live every Sunday this season, all the way through the AFC Championship game. Visit ParamountPlus.com/NFL to get started today. Move and be moved in the Mazda CX-30. With advanced safety features, intuitive technology, and a refined, comfortable interior, you'll love every drive. Right now, lease the CX-30 for just $199 a month. Visit your local Mazda dealer or go to MazdaUSA.com for more information.
You know that Big Bargain detergent jug is 80% water, right? It doesn't clean as well.
80% water? I thought I was getting a better deal because it's so big.
If you want a better clean, Tide Pods are only 12% water. The rest is pure, concentrated cleaning ingredients.
Oh, let me make an announcement.
Attention shoppers, if you want a real deal, try Tide Pods.
Stop paying for watered-down detergents. Pay for clean. If it's got to be clean, it's got to be Tide Pods. Water content based on the leading bargain liquid detergent.
Partly cloudy, high 73, low 54.
Weather brought to you by Robert Half. Our recruiters' expertise and award-winning AI will find you the skilled candidates you want. At Robert Half, we know talent. Visit roberthalf.com/talent today.
Your friends pretend they know sports. WFAN actually does. Get smarter, louder, and way more annoying at watch parties. The Fan, 101.9 FM, and always streaming on the Odyssey, iHeartRadio, and TuneIn apps.
BT Sal back on the Fan. Hoff, is there a reason why you played this particular song, or this is just because you oh, Alex's arm playing this song? No reason, Alex, just...
Okay. I was just vibing with it.
Okay, there you go. Little Vanilla Ice, Alex's arm. You're not even old enough to remember Vanilla Ice. How old are you?
I'm 25.
25.
What do you know about Vanilla Ice, bro?
The thing is, there's a player on my favorite soccer team. His name is Rice, and he did it. He did like his own version of it called Rice Baby.
There you go. Well, Ben Rice could use that. Obviously, a big day yesterday for him. BT and Sal on the Fan. If not for the Yankees, we'd be really miserable. We'll do the Mets coming up at 1 o'clock. BT, we'll get more into them, but we want to get to the calls here. Keep it going with the NFL talk with both the Jets and Giants. Mad Mike is calling from Charlotte. What's up, Mad Mike?
Hey guys, what's up? How are we doing?
Good. How are you?
All right. I'm really, really disappointed in this team, and I see it going nowhere. Few points. So with the same old Jets theme, I mean, to me, it is the same old Jets, until it's not. I mean, I haven't seen anything else, and if this is not the same old Jets, maybe I want the same old Jets because I just don't like what I'm seeing right now. As far as the coach is concerned. I mean, every time I look at him or I hear his name, I say one thing, and I say, to me, he's Robert Saleh until he's not. I mean, he's done absolutely nothing. The only reason he's here is because he was a former Jet. He was a former player. Everybody loved him. His celebration was a little bit kind of...
Yeah, but hold on a second, Mike, hold on. We'll get to celebrate. Hold on. That's unfair to Aaron Glenn. To say that Aaron's here because he was I respect that you pissed off, and I don't know if he's going to be ultimately the right coach or the wrong coach, but to say the only reason that he's here is because he played for the Jets is really disrespecting the man's climb in the coaching ranks. Other teams wanted him. He turned down interviews.
He's been a coach a long time, working his way up to get this opportunity. He was a scout. And just pick him out of the broadcast booth.
Yeah, no, I get it. Maybe I was a little bit wrong.
Right.
But that was a big part of bringing him here. He wasn't a former Jet and so beloved. Would he be here, do you think, or no?
I mean, I can't answer that. Listen, was that maybe the deciding... if you have two candidates who are fairly equal in your determination and one knows the building and knows the city and was a really good player here and is from the Parcells tree, wouldn't you go that way?
Yeah, shouldn't have. No, to me, it would have nothing to do with it.
No, I'm saying if they're comparable. If you have two similar, now how do you actually split that and say it's 50-50? But
just like I don't care where a player is from, where he grew up, don't care. From a fan perspective, sure. Like nostalgia from a fan perspective. If I'm an owner making a hire, it would have nothing to do with it.
Yeah, listen, I get that. You're consistent with that. I'm just saying, like, if you have two people who you really do like, and one you're like, wow, is he going to be able to handle New York, and the other guy already has. Now, granted, when Aaron was a player, it's not like he was Boomer as the quarterback who's sitting there facing the media all the time. It's not like a corner, is bombarded with, a million press conferences. You kind of blend in, even though he was very good. To me, it didn't tip the decision in that direction, but I'm just saying, let's not run the man's accomplishment short like he was a scout, and then he really diligently worked his way up. Now, if it's the right hire, I don't know. I loved it when they did it. I wanted him. Right now, I'm not loving what I'm seeing, but it's early, and it does underscore the depth of the job. It's the toughest job in sports.
I wish that he would have handled the same old Jets thing differently. Like the caller just said, to me, that's what Aaron Glenn should have said. Yeah, people want to say we're the same old Jets, and right now our record says that we are. And we're going to be the same old Jets until we're not. But my job is to change that, and I will.
Yeah, that's a good way to handle it. Rather than saying we're not when you're still 0-3.
Yes, exactly. Yeah. He's better than that. He got week 3, to me, was the first time he got away from being what he was, which was my way or the highway, no nonsense. I'm not even letting that negative bullcrap infiltrate my mindset or what we're trying to do here. This is a long process. Like, just take it head on. Don't, once you start trying to pretend something you're not, or trying to fool New York, we're too smart for that here. We know that. So you could be frustrated by it, and I get it. You could have won that game very easily. So you're frustrated, and instead of taking that anger out, you want to have a positive spin on it. Say, no, we're not. This is how, we fought back, and I'm proud of this group. Okay, there are ways to do that. Not in that spot, not like that. We're the same old Jets until we're not, and it's my job to make sure everybody knows we're not, and we're getting there eventually.
But I don't think he's trying to fool us. I think he's talking to the room. I mean, anytime, listen, these press conferences, whether it's Boone after a game and those, any coach that we listen to, all the coaches here, it's a requirement, sure, otherwise you get fined. But really, that's the liaison to the locker room. So I don't think Aaron's sitting up there saying, hey, let me try to tell these hundreds of thousands or however many Jet fans that we're not the same old Jets and they'll believe me because they're dopey and I'm just going to take my word for it. I think he's just talking to the room.
Fair enough.
And I respect the creativity, but it's just a little hollow when you're still 0-3 and you lost in the manner in which you did.
The way that I would say it to do it then is talk to the room when you're in the room with the players and handle the media a little bit differently.
That's fair.
BT and Sal on the Fan. Eddie in Vernon, New Jersey has really pressing issues on his mind. What's up, Eddie?
Really, really pressing. Now, I want to add a little levity to this gloomy Monday in New York sports. You had a caller, I don't know, maybe 3 callers ago, telling you that he couldn't eat his macaroni and gravy on a Sunday.
That's what he said.
I want to know exactly what is macaroni and gravy.
Well, you're not Italian, are you, Eddie? Not that you need to be. What
I am Italian. My name is Maserati.
Maserati, what a name.
Eddie, I'm with you. It's sauce. Macaroni and sauce.
Well, you know what he means, Eddie. He's got the meat there, obviously, which makes it the gravy.
Macaroni isn't even right.
What?
Macaroni?
Yeah.
Eddie,
what's wrong?
Pasta!
All right, well, whatever.
Come on, man.
You can have spaghetti and meatballs. It's not pasta.
Sauce.
No, it's not pasta. I mean, Eddie, now's where you're losing me, and thank you for the call. Well, I did hear that, and I will admit, I'm getting caught up trying to do a sports talk show. I don't want to get totally derailed with that. I am not, never once in my household, ever. When my grandparents were alive, whatever it may be, did we ever refer to sauce as gravy?
We always say gravy.
Really?
Yeah, we do. And I say it too now. Yeah, I do.
Wow.
Yeah, there's really, there's no going, it's like politics, man. You're either a gravy or you're a sauce person. There's not much in between.
I'm thinking a lot of things here that I'm not saying any of them.
Mac and anything is never, dude, I'm sorry. Like macaroni is not like a thing.
Oh, mac and cheese, yeah.
No, mac and
macaroni
cheese. Okay,
and cheese.
We're kids. No.
Yeah, macaroni's a term you don't hear too much.
No,
That's
it's
an
not
old school
macaroni.
one.
It's not macaroni. It's pasta, dude. Get the pasta out.
Dude, I was so depressed. I didn't want to eat yesterday. I didn't even go and get the sandwich. I'm like, I had a banana. That's what I yeah.
I don't know. I ate. I enjoyed myself.
I just didn't enjoy the game again. Like, I was so pumped the first 2 weeks. I didn't know what to expect yesterday. I thought the Giants would. I definitely thought the Giants would play better. I thought the Giants had a chance to win that game going in. You know, I didn't want to let my Jet fandom take over my mind, so I thought that they'd cover and lose a tight one. But I was just like, all right, well, it's here. All right, put the game on. It's 102. Let's go. And I just was so, I don't know, so off-put already by the football season.
Yeah, I'm mad that I had to waste a Sunday night watching the Giants lose another game instead of watching Task on HBO, which I love. That
Task,
show.
I haven't heard of
Is
that
that a
yet.
Task?
HBO Max, yeah.
Is that the name of the show? I always get it mixed up with for some. Yeah, Task maybe.
Oh, Task. Yeah.
You watch it?
I have it. I want it.
Oh, it's so good.
Premise, what is it?
It is. How would you describe it, Hoff? Do you know what it's about? It's like FBI trying to uncover gangs
FBI
selling
agent
drugs.
Heads a task force to put an end to a string of violent robberies.
There you go.
Okay.
Yeah. It's great.
And the guy from Ozark, who season 3, I think it was, who was amazing. It was the brother of.
Mark Ruffalo stars in it, doesn't he?
Well, Mark Ruffalo. But no offense to Mark Ruffalo, he's a great actor, but the guy from Ozark was unbelievable in season 3, and he's the other star.
So now imagine like my wife's disappointment when this is a show that's appointment television for us. I'm like, sorry, I got to watch the Giants and Chiefs. And yeah, I'm falling asleep in the third quarter, literally like, oh.
Another 3 weeks, you won't have to say that.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're fired up. Let's binge.
3, what are you kidding me? I'm going around the league starting in week 4. All right, BT and Sal, the fan. We'll get back to your calls. Reset down with the king topic of the day when we come back. Of course, more misery with the local football teams, both the Jets and Giants, taking more L's. 888-808-1019.
This city lives and breathes sports. WFAN is where Yankees fans argue with Mets fans and Giants fans debate Jets fans. Live, loud, and daily. The Fan, 101.9 FM and always streaming on the Odyssey, iHeartRadio, and TuneIn apps.
At Bellavia Chevrolet, we know a strong season starts with the right lineup. Just minutes from MetLife Stadium, we've got East Rutherford's top GM vehicles like Silverado, Tahoe, Trailblazer, and so many more. Family owned, trusted for decades, Bellavia Chevrolet is built for whatever the road or Sunday throws your way. Whether you're hauling gear, heading to the game, or just need something that moves like a winner, Bellavia Chevrolet in East Rutherford has you covered. Bellavia Chevrolet, big trucks, big SUVs in East Rutherford or BelaviaChevy.com.
Now at Verizon, lock in our low price, plus free roaming included in Puerto Rico. Discover the best mofongo, post that perfect sunset on La Isla, and save big with Verizon while you do it. Switch and get 4 lines for just $30 per line. See? Just $30 per month with unlimited welcome with autopay plus taxes and fees. Plus calls, texts, and data in Puerto Rico included, so you can use your phone sin problema. Stop by your New York Verizon store today. For unlimited welcome in times of congestion, unlimited 5G and 4G LTE may be temporarily slower than other traffic. Domestic data roaming at 2G speeds.
Town Fair Tires, New England's largest volume discount tire dealer with over 100 locations. So we sell Michelin tires for the guaranteed lowest price. Like Michelin tires with all-season capabilities and maximum performance. Plus, Town Fair will give you more free services for life on your Michelin tires for longer tread life and reliable traction in both wet and dry conditions. For the guaranteed lowest price on Michelin tires, nobody beats Town Fair Tire. Nobody.
Name brands at discount prices. Town Fair Tire.
Recovering from an addiction is an individual accomplishment. A young mother who chose recovery to care for her family. A high school athlete overcoming opioid addiction. A couple celebrating his recovery. Everyone's recovery is different, and there's no shame in asking for help. Call 844-REACH-NJ. Trained counselors are available 24/7 to help you find the recovery option that's best for you. Tell us your story, and let's begin your recovery today. A message from New Jersey Human Services.
At Dick's Sporting Goods, we have always believed sport has the power to change lives. Community happens here. Change happens here. Sport happens here. Introducing the all-new Dick's House of Sport, bringing new experiences, new services, and unrivaled selection from the top brands to a new place Jersey City can call home. Featuring a rock wall, a HitTrax multi-sport cage, and 3 golf hitting bays. Dick's House of Sport, now open at Newport Center.
Hear that? That's the beginning of a journey powered by the confidence that comes from driving a vehicle so reliable. It's backed by a 10-year, 100,000-mile limited powertrain warranty. Where your journey ends? Well, that's up to you. Visit your local Kia dealer today. Kia, movement that inspires.
See retailer for warranty details. Always drive safely. Limited inventory available.
This is the story of the one. As a maintenance supervisor at a manufacturing facility, he knows keeping the line up and running is a top priority. That's why he chooses Grainger. Because when a drive belt gets damaged, Grainger makes it easy to find the exact specs for the replacement product he needs. And next-day delivery helps ensure he'll have everything in place and running like clockwork. Call 1-800-GRAINGER, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
You're still glowing, flirting, grooving. You've still got it. But your immune system weakens as you age, making it harder to fight flu, pneumococcal pneumonia, RSV, and COVID-19. Vaccines are a key part of any health routine and help strengthen your immune response. Ask your doctor or pharmacist which vaccines you need. Schedule in minutes at vaxassist.com. Sponsored by Pfizer.
Some people just know you can save money on car insurance by checking Allstate first. Like you know to check if they're going for it on 4th down before going to the concession stand.
Yeah, give me 3 hot dogs, 2 jumbo
Touchdown, baby! What?
Hey, buddy, you want cheese with those? Yeah, checking first is smart.
No.
So check Allstate first and see what you could save. You're in good hands with Allstate.
Potential savings vary, including based on how you buy, subject to terms, conditions, and availability. Allstate North American Insurance Company and affiliates, Northbrook, Illinois.
Another app for inventory, one for CRM. Oh, don't forget accounting. Wait, which login was that?
Or you could use Odoo, one fully integrated system that does it all without the hassle. Ditch the app overload. Get everything your business needs on one platform. Try Odoo free today at odoo.com. That's ODOO.com.
Tune in to the BT and Sal Show weekdays from 10 to 2 on The Fan, presented by your Tri-State Cadillac dealers. Cadillac is the official luxury vehicle of the New York Mets.
Get the latest on the Giants and Jets on WFAN, WFAN FM, WFAN FM HD1, New York, and Odyssey Sports Station.
WFAN Sports Flash.
Good afternoon at 12:03. I'm Andrew Bogish. Your Sports Flash is sponsored by the FanDuel Sportsbook at the Meadowlands Racetrack. Get all your parlays, money line, and prop wagers made on all the sports action at the Meadowlands Racetrack FanDuel Sportsbook, the #1 sportsbook in North America. 21 plus to wager and present in New Jersey. Gambling problem? Dial 1-800-GAMBLER. Offense, defense, and special teams put the Jets in position to steal that win yesterday afternoon in Tampa, but then that defense could not make one more play and stop the Bucs' game-winning drive. Aaron Glenn's unit yet to be great, but the head coach said this morning there's no confidence lost.
I'm going to say this. I have total confidence in our defensive staff. I have total confidence in like how our guys are going to continue to operate here on out because of the fact that I know who we got. And I know how our guys are built. And we just got to continue to do those things that help us win.
The Jets have an extra day of prep this week before playing in Miami next Monday night. With the Yankees having today off, Monday Night Football is on the Fan. It's the Ravens hosting the Lions. Westwood One pregame coverage at 7:30. Kickoff is 8:15. Fan weather sponsored by Duke's Mayonnaise at 65 degrees, cloudy in Central Park. And that's what's happening. Sports Flashes, top of every hour. I'm Andrew Bogish.
Talk New York sports here.
and Tierney and Sal Licata back on the Fan on this Monday now afternoon. We are down with the king topics of the day. We started the show talking about the Giants. The hour later, we discussed the Jets. Let's combine the two here, BT, both the Jets and Giants. And if you combine them all year long, 0-6. Like, there are 0-3 football teams out there. The Miami Dolphins are 0-3. The Tennessee Titans, Houston Texans 0-3. Nobody 0-6 like both New York teams. And for the Giants, for a team that in year 4 of a new regime with Tierney and Daboll was expected to be more competitive this year. Yet again, they start 0-3. The offense could not build off of what they did so well in week 2 against the Cowboys, and the Giants find a way to lose another game.
They've sucked the life out of us. That's really all there is to it. I don't care how much you love these teams and how invested you've been years going to stadiums and tailgating and family traditions and spending money and emotionally investing so much in these teams. They've really broken us to the point where it's not hard to detect, a sense of apathy that is kind of, crept into both of these fan bases, which is something that very rarely happens with our city, with our fan base, because we're usually pretty wired up and loud and passionate and stuff. So for us to kind of almost be like, oh, whatever, man, here we go again. It's just not natural. It's not normal. Now, the good thing is there's a couple of things that could change fairly soon. When the Giants go to Jackson Dart, that could obviously change the complexion of how we view them. And I do think that the Jets will start to get some wins eventually. I don't think the Jets are destined to, I could be totally wrong. I don't think we're looking at 2-15. I don't even think we're looking at 3 wins. I think the Jets are going to eventually get a couple of wins, and I'm looking forward to getting Justin Fields back. And I do think that Glenn, while he's tripped over himself a little bit with his words and some things like the Jets weren't ready to play again yesterday, I'm not abandoning hope that this season, like you said earlier in the show, can't change a little bit. But, man, oh, man, it's the same script, and it's just tiring, and it's utterly predictable at this point.
And for the Giants, to me, I'm not forcing the issue with Jackson Dart, not at this particular point. Now, the risk-reward is there, where if they go to him, it could change everything. The energy with Jackson Dart is obviously there, not only with the fan base, but you see it when he's out on the field, the RPO, maybe that could take this offense to another level. And, heck, they could start winning games as soon as week 4. I don't anticipate that being the case if they're going to make a change. I also would not. I wouldn't do it until I know definitively, if I'm Tierney and Daboll, that Jackson Dart is ready to take over this team. I'm not doing it just to try to get some wins or appease the fan base that is calling for him, literally calling for Jackson Dart while they're out there at the stadium watching Russell Wilson under center.
Oh, dude. And my solution would be, if you've got to change the feel, if you've got to change the tone here, I'd play Jameis Winston for a game or 2. I don't think that they're going to do that. I really don't. Now, the way Russell played against the Cowboys, all right, that was encouraging. And then right back to it last night, throwing into double coverage on the first pick, horrible throw on the second pick, not even really trying to. Now, this isn't just Russ. This is also the play calls and the other. There's other components to it. But Malik Neighbors not even thought of for most of this football game. Just frustrating, and it's like your eyes bleed watching this stuff. It's absolutely gross, is what it is.
And Jets missed a golden opportunity. Like I said, I thought they were going to win that game, and they played awful from the beginning. Sauce Gardner overrated. Garrett Wilson still a long way to go. He makes some positive plays and has a positive impact. To me, unlike Sauce, where there's too much bad from Sauce, and I'm not seeing from Sauce, and I'm not seeing enough good.
Yeah.
With Garrett Wilson, though, he's still not. Like, to me, there were reasons why Rodgers and him didn't get along, and Rodgers was trying to help him learn the little things. The fact that he didn't come back to that ball yesterday, that pick six, changed the game. So Garrett's got a long way to go. Even their best players have a long way to go. And also, I'd ask you, well, what's the Jets' identity? We thought that they were going to be built based off of a strong offensive line running the football. That's how they are built, and they haven't been able to do that consistently through 3 weeks.
Well, listen, they haven't, and the challenge now is going to be, number one, when you fall behind, you become predictable. That changes the playbook, number one. That's obvious. Number two, the receiving core, and this is a Muji thing, this is an off-season thing, but the receiving core is horrendous. It's really embarrassingly bad. I knew it was going to be fairly thin, hoping to get a little pop from the tight ends, Ruckert, Mason Taylor, rookie, obviously, but what they trot out there opposite Garrett Wilson is just absolutely unacceptably bad. But I think, to me, Sal, what's really disappointing with the Jets yesterday, I didn't think they were going to light up the scoreboard, even though I've got great respect for Tyrod Taylor. Like, I thought yesterday was the day that we saw the Jets defense kick some ass. You know, we talked about this on Thursday and Friday. With Tristan Wirfs out, 60% of the starting offensive line out, and you can't scheme something up, and your best players can't have enough influence where you're making Baker Mayfield's life miserable, who, by the way, hurt his hand twice. Mike Evans got hurt, left the game. Godwin didn't play. This wasn't even it's not even a great Bucs offense when they're fully together. They weren't together, and the Jets defense just did nothing, and the Jets' O-line was bad. I mean, they just didn't pass protect. Just a rough look for both teams.
Yeah, and Aaron Glenn could be happy about his team coming back and showing fight, but if you watch the game, you know that the reason why the Jets came back is because the Bucs sucked all afternoon. Like, Tampa Bay played maybe one of the worst games, and I'm including both football teams here, both locals here. Tampa Bay played one of the worst games that I have seen in quite some time. That was a god-awful, atrocious effort from basically start to finish. The fact that they were able to win that game was a sheer miracle. So the Jets let them get away with one. I'm not going to credit the Jets for coming back. Yeah, all right, they didn't give up. Aaron Glenn wants to take victory laps for that. To me, that was a bad look from the Jets' new head coach. 888-808-1019. BT and Sal on the Fan. Our friends at Town Fair Tire remind you that at Town Fair Tire, you always get the guaranteed lowest price on name brand tires from Connecticut to Maine. Nobody beats Town Fair Tire. Nobody. Dan is in Saratoga. What's up, Dan?
Good morning, gentlemen. I'm an old Jet fan. And I'm watching that game, and I actually stood up in the chair at the beginning of the game when I saw Tyrod Taylor throw the ball on first down. And they moved the ball down a little. A penalty made them have to take a field goal, which is always the case.
Yep.
And then on the second series, he's throwing the ball around on first down. Then, right after that, they revert back to the old first down, run somebody up the middle for no gain. They kept putting them in a 3rd and 7, 3rd and 8, and we know Bowles, that's the only thing he knows how to do is blitz. They were coming after him like there was no tomorrow. This offense is not good enough to be predictable. You got to throw the ball on first down and run on 3rd and 4. Put the defense at least somewhat on their back heels. This goes back to Schottenheimer when he was the offensive coordinator.
See, I disagree with that myself. Dan, I don't like that theory myself. If your strength, and thank you for the call, we appreciate checking in. If your strength is running the football, I am trying to impose my will on the opponent. Now, the reason why the Jets came out throwing is because Todd Bowles went in with the game plan saying, you're not going to run the football on us. End of story. You're going to have to beat us with Tyrod Taylor and your lack of weapons through the air. That's what you're going to have to do. So the Jets come out and they adjust accordingly, which is why they were throwing it to start. For me, though, BT, good running teams can run it when the defense knows you're running it and they try to stop it and they can't. And that is something that for the Jets to have any kind of success this year, that's what they're going to have to do.
Well, that's what an identity is all about. Identity, my style, everybody knows it. It's on film. Everybody knows what we're going to try to do, and it's up to you to stop it. Now, there'll be different degrees of maybe slowing us down, but to abandon what the ultimate strength would be. I mean, listen, if the Jets start coming and throwing the football around 30 times a week, the Jets will be picking first overall in the draft.
Yeah.
They do not have the horses to do that.
Maybe second behind the Giants, but yes, I get the point.
They'll be in the top 2, flip a coin, whatever. They just don't have those kind of pieces. So, but when you fall behind early, you're going to have to throw a little bit more, which is, it's untenable at that point. They can't possibly win. And listen, Todd Bowles did him a massive favor. One of the things about Todd when he was here, and I'm happy for his success.
And way too conservative.
Well, yes. I mean, I saw some next-gen stats. They in the first 3 quarters, they blitzed 66% of the time. And then in the fourth quarter, they dropped it down to like 19 or 20%. So they just completely allowed the Jets to get comfortable, get in a rhythm. I don't understand what some of these coaches are thinking. Like, this even goes back to the way the Giants played the final sequence against Dallas in week 2. Like, you do something during the game and it's effective and you're aggressive, and then it's time to win the game and you do the exact opposite. You see this all the time.
Yeah, I could see if, I like that style, but you're talking about 30 years ago. Like, I could understand that thought process, Bowles being a Parcells disciple and being smart and disciplined and punting and playing the game out or being conservative. it doesn't work like that in 2025, where it takes literally 10 seconds, maybe less, to drop back, throw a bomb down the field, get a PI call, and you're in field goal range or whatever to change the game. Like, we've seen this before. You can't play conservative anymore where the clock does not mean what it used to mean.
No, well, I can't stand it. And there was a couple of times where, the Jets were, and they were still in the game at this point in the first half, where there was one play, and then the Bucs were at midfield. Think about this. You get the ball on the 35. You throw, like, a little uncreative slip screen where you eat up 11 to 12 yards because your defense can't tackle. You're already in midfield after one play. Like, I don't know. It's got to be, to me, it's just we're not going to solve it now. There's no answer. They're not going to change the way the game is played now, but it really does alter the philosophies, and it doesn't seem like every coach is caught up to it.
Richard calling from Massapequa. What's up, Richard?
Rich.
Hey, how are you guys?
Good.
So I sit here, listen to you guys on my way to school every single day. And Sal, you sit here and you act like the Giants are as inept as the Jets in the past 5 years. And that just cannot be the case. 3 seasons ago, you guys made the playoffs. I'm 22 years old. I've witnessed the Jets win no playoff games, unless you want to count 2009 where I was sick.
Well, first of all, I'm not sure if you got me confused with BT. When you said you guys, what do you mean by you guys?
I mean, mostly you, Sal. I'm sorry.
Okay, so it's me. So then when you say you guys, what does that mean? You're talking about the Jets?
I'm talking about the show.
Oh, okay.
You guys.
Right. Okay, and explain what. So you think that we're more critical of the Giants than we are the Jets? Or me?
Sal, I think you go on this whole woe is me. The Giants are the worst team of all time in the past 20 years. You loop the Jets in with the Giants, and that's just the Jets are the worst team in the league. The Giants are terrible in what, the past 3 seasons? This is like when the Yankees didn't make the playoffs in 2023, and I started comparing them to the Mets.
I'm not sure I'm understanding your point at all, Richard. First of all, I am not a fan of either New York football team. I root for both, but it's not like I favor one team over the other as far as fandom goes. That's number one. Number two, I ask you. You keep talking about like the outside of the outlier where the Giants barely made the postseason. Where is, even if you factor in that year, add up their record over the last 10 years. What is it?
I don't know off the top of my head, but I can assure you the Jets got at least 5 less wins.
Oh,
at least.
Okay, but who's saying that?
But is that something to be sticking your chest out? They're both terrible.
Yeah, I don't understand what you mean.
So you want a little more respect for the Giants? Because okay,
yes, that is what I'm saying.
Well, then just say
I want
that.
A little bit more respect for the Giants.
Okay,
but they got to earn the respect, Rich. But Rich, hold on, Rich. They got to earn the respect. What are we missing? They're terrible. They don't score at home. They don't score touchdowns. They don't win. They fire coaches like the Jets. They hire GMs like. What are you talking about, Rich?
Fair enough, guys. I got to go back to eating lunch with my girlfriend. Have a nice rest of your day.
We appreciate you listening and checking. I'm serious. I'm not trying to be a wise ass. Like, I just don't understand the point.
No, me neither. The Giants in 2017, they were 3-13. Then they were 5-11. Then they were 4-12. Then they were 6-10. Then they were 4-13. They were 3-14 last year. What are we missing? Now listen, and I've always said this, and maybe I'm the one who should be saying this because I'm the Jets fan. I've always said, I'm jealous of the Giants. I wish I was a Giant. As miserable as it is now being a Giants fan, I wish that I was a Giants fan instead of a Jets fan because I'd have championships. So historically, of course, and I'm sure all of us will give the Giants the nod as the franchise, but the last 15 years, it's been the same disgusting race.
Yeah, and that's why I was saying, like, maybe he was confusing me with you, only because it sounded like he was looking to attack, quote-unquote, a Jets fan, where I am not that, and we try to be as unbiased and fair as we possibly can with each of these teams. Both these teams suck as equally, and they have for basically a decade. Hoff, have you looked up the records here, the last 10 years with each the Jets and the Giants?
It looks like
Giants are worse.
What we have right now in front of us. This could be fake information.
Yeah,
you never know.
Well, did you? Please tell me you didn't just AI it. You didn't just Google it.
No, I think the Giants are worse. slightly worse.
A win total, it looks like the Giants have one more win.
Actually, no, they didn't count last season. So the Jets have 4 more wins.
Hey, here we go.
All right, so let me just...
Since 2015.
Okay, all right, so let's just go from 2016
2016.
On. You have, can you pull up the Giants?
I've got the Giants in front of me.
Okay, 2016, how many wins did the Giants
that was an 11-win season.
Okay.
That was the boat there.
But still add that in.
Yep, 11 wins.
Okay, I mean, you want to go to the year before that, 2015?
Sure, 6-10.
Okay, and the Jets were 10-6 that year.
That's right. That was Bulls.
What about 2014?
6-10, Giants.
Okay. All right, so let's start there. 2014.
6-10.
Jets are 4-12. So you got to add them up.
Yeah, you got to do the math.
Can somebody
here,
add this up? All right, anyway, so you're going 6-10. Jets were 4-12. Okay. 2015, Jets were 10-6.
The Giants were 6-10.
Okay. 2016, 5 wins for the Jets.
So 6 the Giants way, 11-5.
Okay. The
17.
5 wins for the Jets.
3 wins for the Giants.
2018, 4 wins for the Jets.
5 for the Giants.
2019, 7 wins for the Jets.
4 for the Giants.
2020, 2 wins for the Jets.
6 for the Giants.
2021, 4 wins for the Jets.
Same number, 4.
2022, 7 wins for the Jets.
9 for the G-Men.
2023, and that was the year that they went to the... Like, that's
Correct.
the best year of the last 10.
Yeah, with
and there's only 2-game difference. Yeah. 2023, 7 wins for the Jets.
1 less for the Giants, 6.
2024, 5 wins for the Jets.
3 for the Giants.
And none
it's close, man.
Dude, they both sucked.
I don't know what the point of that call was. I'm confused.
A sensitive Giant fan thinking that we're too critical of the Giants and not harsh enough on the Jets?
That's the wrong fight to pick.
How about this? Maybe it's because we hold the Giants to a higher standard.
That's right.
Certainly this year, they're in year 4 with the new regime. The Jets are in year 1 with a rookie coach. And Justin Fields is a quarterback. For goodness sake. My God, man. I mean, that's not the majority of fans, by the way.
No, I know. Hey, listen, I appreciate him pushing back. Do whatever you want, but I don't know if you're watching the same team. I mean, it's been 3 straight openers where the Giants haven't scored a touchdown.
No, BT, but
week 1.
But they almost were close enough to win. Like, they weren't close enough to win.
You're right. My bad. They were knocking on the door. Yeah,
they did score a touchdown.
And they almost got a touchdown last night with 3:13 to go. Russell Wilson there inside the short, inside the 10, first and goal. Then he threw it in the tunnel. Then he hit the crossbar. Then he hit a drunk in the stands. Yep. And then they did a 4-yard run after the. I mean, it was an impressive drive by the Giants.
Almost made some big plays. Almost looked like a team that might be one at home.
Almost hit an extra point if the kicker didn't get hurt again. No, I mean, almost.
Right. Almost beat an 0-2 team, an otherwise winless team that people had left for dead. Like, come on. Like, Daboll would tell you his first, after week 1, wow, it was 14-6 in the 4th quarter.
That's what he did say, too.
Oh, God,
he did.
Good God. Hey, week 2, week 2, they almost scored 40 points and won, but they didn't. They lost.
Let me let everybody in on something here. I think that some people get this a little twisted. Now, I'm not going to lie to you. At the end of the day, and not to be negative because we want to be negative, but that kind of stuff is always going to sell more in sports radio. It's more polarizing. The clicks will be up. The conversation will be more volatile. The callers, the emotion. Like, when you get on after a win, unless it's like the Super Bowl or the ALCS and you go into the World Series, whatever it might be, like, the energy when things are bad is always going to outshine when things are good. That's just the way it goes. Having said all that, we want these teams to be good.
I don't even know if that's the case as it pertains to these football teams. I agree with you generally.
Oh, negativity always sells.
Yeah, but right now, it's been so bad for so long that there's nothing new about the negativity. It's literally the same stuff every year, every week. Like, you want to tell me that a tough loss in week 12 that can knock the Jets or the Giants out of the postseason would generate more clicks or whatever you want to say, or more interest than a win would in a season where you're going to go 11-6, whatever it may be? Fair enough. Right now, I don't think it's about negativity. Like, nobody wants to hear, we don't want to do it. Nobody wants to hear about, like, it's the same stuff that we're talking about with both teams for 10 years.
That's why I used the word apathy before.
Yeah.
I mean, it really is. It's amazing how that, to me, that's the most dangerous. I've said this. That is the most dangerous emotion in the world. When you no longer care about something, then there's problems. Because if you don't care, you're not going to fight for it. And, I don't blame whether it's giving up tickets and letting opposing, whether it's Steelers fans or Chiefs fans, or just checking out and saying, you know what, I'm not buying these jerseys anymore. I'm not paying for parking. I'm not telling you how to spend your money. But for those of you who have checked out and have become a little apathetic on Sundays, doing different things, we don't blame you.
Yeah.
We don't blame you.
And for the record, for our last caller to hear this, and this is genuine, I would, just so like it's clear so you don't think that there is any anti-Giant thing and pro-Jet thing going on here, I would 1,000% rather be in the Giants spot right now. And the way that you could have called and said, hey, you guys make it sound like both teams suck, but at least we have potential to have a franchise quarterback. That is one thing you can hang your hat on. Now, will that work out? Who the hell knows? Will this regime be around to see it through? Who the hell knows? But at least there is the excitement of the possibility of when they do go to Jackson Dart that things can change, where that does not exist with the Jets.
And that's the conversation that we're going to have at some point midseason when both teams have 1 or 2 wins, if that. And it's like, all right, bigger picture. Who's more set up for success?
Yeah, exactly right. Sports Talk on WFAN is presented by Paramount Plus. Sylvester Stallone is back in the original hit series Tulsa King this season. Dwight faces his most dangerous adversaries yet, forcing him to fight for everything he's built and to protect his empire. Stream the new season of Tulsa King now exclusively on Paramount Plus. Guys, by now you've heard me talk about Collars & Co., makers of the dress collar polo. They've already sold over 1 million of these amazing shirts. Well, Collars & Co. just came out with the new Maverick Performance Blazer. This blazer is sharp and wrinkle resistant, so you can travel anywhere with it. Just throw it in your bag and it will remain wrinkle-free. It even comes with security zip pockets, a sunglasses loop, and an optional pocket square. So visit collarsandco.com and check them out today.
The Yankees are back in the Bronx facing the White Sox. 7:05 tomorrow night. Driven by Jeep.
A 1 pitch, swing on a high fly ball. Deep center field, and that ball on cue is out of the ballpark.
Susan Waldman and Dave Sims call all the play-by-play. The home of Yankees baseball is The Fan. 101.9 FM and always live on the free Odyssey app.
This is the Duke's country song. It's a song about the best mayo. It has a yellow lid, and its full name is Duke's Mayonnaise. Get Duke's Mayo in store. It's got twang.
At Bellavia Chevrolet, we know a strong season starts with the right lineup. Just minutes from MetLife Stadium, we've got East Rutherford's top GM vehicles like Silverado, Tahoe, Trailblazer, and so many more. Family owned, trusted for decades, Bellavia Chevrolet is built for whatever the road or Sunday throws your way. Whether you're hauling gear, heading to the game, or just need something that moves like a winner, Bellavia Chevrolet in East Rutherford has you covered. Bellavia Chevrolet, big trucks, big SUVs in East Rutherford or BelaviaChevy.com.
Hey, Tiki here. Imagine a world where all your smart devices work together seamlessly in one simple ecosystem. Introducing the Sloman's Shield Link. With Sloman's Shield Link, transform your home into a truly intelligent smart home experience. Control your lights, heating and cooling, door locks, cameras, TVs, just about anything in your home. Life is busy and daily stresses add up. But with Sloman's Shield Link, your home tech works in harmony, making life more convenient, safe, and enjoyable. Now imagine pulling into your driveway, and with one tap, your home welcomes you. Lights on, doors unlocked, only to hear your favorite music. A true smart home isn't just about gadgets. It's about comfort and security. With Sloman's Shield, enjoy a full integration of home security and automation, all at your fingertips. Make your life easier and your home a safer haven. Learn more at SlomanShieldLink.com or call 1-800-ALARM-ME. Embrace the future of home living with Sloman's Shield Link.
Town Fair Tire, Connecticut's largest discount tire dealer. Because we give you the guaranteed lowest price and we honor every manufacturer's rebate. We even honor all our competitors' rebates. Nobody beats Town Fair Tire. Nobody.
Town Fair Tire.
Diving for that grounder got you grounded? Oof. We've got specialists for that. Layup, take you down? We've got specialists for that. With 45 Castle Connolly top doctors, Orland & Cohen specialists are considered among the best in the nation by their peers, which can mean a better outcome for you. From Staten Island to Southampton, our network is open 7 days a week, so you can feel better, faster. Visit OrlandCohen.com.
Move and be moved in the Mazda CX-30. With advanced safety features, intuitive technology, and a refined, comfortable interior, you'll love every drive. Right now, lease the CX-30 for just $199 a month. Visit your local Mazda dealer or go to MazdaUSA.com for more information.
This is the story of the one. As a custodial supervisor at a high school, he knows that during cold and flu season, germs spread fast. It's why he partners with Grainger to stay fully stocked on the products and supplies he needs, from tissues to disinfectants to floor scrubbers. Also that he can help students, staff, and teachers stay healthy and focused. Call 1-800-GRAINGER, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
Now that I'm a dad, I can't stop thinking about what would happen to my kids if something happened to me, like losing the house or not affording college.
Yeah, that used to keep me up at night too. It's why I finally got life insurance from Ethos. It's 100% online. No medical exams, just a few health questions. I got $2 million in coverage for around $2 a day.
I never realized it was that simple. Get your free quote at ethos.com/game. That's ethos.com/game.
Rates may vary. Billed monthly. Sample rate 10-year term life policy for a 35-year-old healthy non-smoking male.
Oh, could this vintage store be any cuter?
Right? And the best part? They accept Discover.
Accept Discover? In a little place like this? I don't think so, Jennifer.
Oh, yeah, huh? Discover's accepted where I like to shop. Come on, baby, get with the times.
Right, so we shouldn't get the parachute pants?
These are making a comeback. I think.
Discover is accepted at 99% of places that take credit cards nationwide. Based on the February 2025 Nielsen report.
Tulsa is my home now.
Academy Award nominee Sylvester Stallone stars in the Paramount Plus original series, Tulsa King.
This distillery is a very interesting business. We gotta know the enemy.
From Taylor Sheridan, co-creator of Landman.
What are you saying? I'm a rat! If you think you're gonna take me out, it's gonna be really difficult.
Tulsa King. New season now streaming exclusively on Paramount Plus. Talk sports hands-free. 888-808-1019. Powered by Paramount Plus. Count on Sundays all season long with the NFL on CBS and Paramount Plus.
BT and Sal back on the fan. 888-808-1019 is the number to call. We'll continue with your calls here on the football, work the Mets into the conversation, although I'm procrastinating on that. We could hold off on that as long as we possibly can. Getting to the Mets is just going to be, you think it's depressing about the football. Oof, this has been ugly around here. Yesterday, BT, I did watch a bunch of games around the league, especially because the Jets were getting beat so badly that instead of me, I've changed the way that I watch these games this year. Usually I'll have the quadrant up, and I'll have the sound on, the Jets or the Giants. But now when they play head-to-head, I'll just have the two screens up and flip back and forth between the sounds and watch both games. Yesterday, obviously, was the first time we didn't have the Jets and Giants on the same time. So I was locked in on the Jets as long as I possibly could. And then when they were out of it, or at least I felt they were out of it, I went to the quadrant and had the other games around the league. Dude, there's a lot of just sloppy play around the NFL, period. Now, it pales in comparison to how bad the Jets and Giants are. But I think around the league, these first few weeks, the NFL sells itself as a high-end product that everybody can't get enough of. However, because of the lack of preseason, the first few weeks of the regular season, slop. It's been slop.
It was, especially the early games. You look at the Browns, Packers. That was gross. The Colts, Titans was rough. The Vikings, Bengals without Burrow, brutal.
Backup quarterbacks in that game.
Yeah, at least the Steelers and the Pats was competitive, but not exactly, an amazing game.
Aaron Rodgers looked pretty good on that final drive.
Yeah, and his numbers were pretty good there. Eagles, Rams was a wild finish, clearly. Jets, Bucks was a wild finish, but really an eyesore of a game. Commanders and the Raiders, not much there. Raiders don't look great. I don't know what the hell happened to the Falcons getting shut out by the Panthers, 30-0.
They stink, dude.
The Texans aren't doing much, 0-3, not scoring. It's very. The Saints are terrible.
Texans are an interesting example to bring up because 2 years ago, everybody in the world thought that they had the head coach quarterback combination with DeMeco Ryans and C.J. Stroud. And now here we are. And how could you not question them? They went backwards last year, and now this year they're 0-3 to start.
No.
So what? Do we definitively know that Stroud and Ryans are the answer? Or is it, hey, you know what? You could blow that thing up. It even goes to show you in the NFL, you might think that you have it, and you still might not after 1 year. You can't overreact.
Well, that's why it's just changed so much. And even back in the day, when a team would win a Super Bowl, they wouldn't, their roster wouldn't get gutted, and they'd be able to keep some of those secondary pieces, that depth pieces, and chemistry pieces. Now, if you win a Super Bowl, everybody overpays for those pieces now. So your depth is diminished. You're not quite the same team. The injuries are a real factor. Guys going down like flies. Quarterbacks dropping everywhere. So you just see this massive drop between the starters and the reserves. Who's the one team, if I say Sal, there's one team that you have to watch right now. Who is it? I love watching Buffalo. And I love watching the Ravens, but it's a short list.
Yeah, I would think those two. Or Baltimore. I mean, Detroit.
Maybe Philly?
Detroit, this is a big matchup tonight. This will be fun. Yeah, I mean, Philly just continues to win. Are they exciting? I mean, no, they struggled in the majority of that game as well yesterday. I think Baltimore for sure. I would put them number one. I think the Lions are still exciting. Not that I would put them ahead of Buffalo, but I still think they're exciting. And probably Buffalo number three because of the quarterback. And you could say if Burrow were healthy, maybe that would change something. Dude, I don't know. Point is, they don't make them like they used to. And in a league that's, trying to have as much parity as possible, you do have it in a lot of ways. It's just not quality football. Bad decision-making, bad officiating, the flags all over the place. It's just, to me, not a quality product more often than not, especially through the first 3, maybe even 4 weeks of the season.
I got a question for you.
Yeah.
I'll try to get your partner's enthusiasm up just a tick.
Mm-hmm.
All right. The Dolphins are 0-3. All right. The Browns are 1-2. Texans, Titans 0-3. Chiefs have 1 win. Denver has 1 win. Raiders don't look that good. If the Jets beat the Dolphins,
yeah.
I mean, is there a speck of hope to just to go on, just to get it past Halloween?
Do you want me to be honest? Or do you want me to try to make
honest.
it happy?
I want you to be honest here. I mean, look at the schedule, factor things in, however you want to attack it. Obviously, then it's Dallas at home, and Dallas stinks, man.
Yeah.
Dallas is
I
rough.
know, but I think that Dallas and Miami look at their schedule and say,
oh, there's no question.
Well, we got the Jets now.
Yeah, we're going to get right.
Yeah.
Oh, 100%. But I'm saying all prefaced by if they can beat a Dolphins team,
Right.
and what's Miami playing for at this point? What are they playing for?
Based on the first 3 weeks of the season, do you think the Jets are definitively better than Miami?
I can't say definitively.
Do you think they're better than New England?
I can't say definitively.
Me neither, and that's a problem. Like, before we start to look at the rest of the conference, how about you start in the division? At least the Patriots have been competitive, and they do have a win.
But I think the Jets have a chance to be better than the Dolphins and the Patriots by the end of the season.
Yeah, I mean...
What does that mean now? I mean,
I guess everybody's got a chance. But they don't even have the deep... Like, if you start looking around the rest of the conference, the Bengals, obviously, without Burrow, is a different story, but still, they're still the Bengals. The Ravens, Steelers, forget about them. Like, Cleveland's not a good team. They got Joe Flacco at quarterback, yet their defense carried them to a win against the Green Bay Packers. Like, that's something. At least their defense is there. Titans stink. Texans, not so good.
All right, follow me here for this right here. So the next 5 games are for the Jets bye week. At Miami, Dallas home, Denver, London, Carolina home, at Cincy, no Burrow.
I think that of those games, 1, 2, I think 4 of the 5, in theory, should be, I mean, I hesitate to use the term, winnable games.
Will there be favored in none? Maybe Dallas, maybe.
Carolina is at Carolina, okay. I think Denver.
No, it's home. Jets, I believe the Carolina game is here.
Weird. Okay, yes, you
might be favored there, maybe.
Okay, that game, I mean, in Carolina, they look really good pasting the Falcons. Who the hell knows? But and is Burrow going to be back by then? Probably not, right? Okay,
he will not be back by that game.
He's definitely out by then.
Yep.
Even without Burrow, and that game is away in Cincinnati, I would think that the Jets. You're asking me to give you a prediction or the?
I mean, no. I mean, but can you see him winning 2 or 3 games there?
I mean, dude, if they don't win 2 of these games, they've got to be able to win 2. I think they'll. I mean, I don't even know. Miami played well against Buffalo. Or
they played
better
pretty well.
Than
better
we
than
thought
the Jets
that they were going to play.
And better than the Jets played against Buffalo.
And again, what is the Jets' identity? Like I
don't know.
There's nothing to hang their hat on and say, okay, well, at least this is going to transfer from week 1 to week 4, from week 3 to week 4. They don't play good defense. They don't consistently run the football, and they don't have a good quarterback.
I'm just hoping. I'm just asking for hope. This is not me saying they're going to win 3 of 5. I'm literally asking you: is there any chance, that
they go 2-3?
Yeah.
And even if they did, they'd be 2-6.
That's why yesterday's a crusher, and the Steelers game. Even if you're just 1-2, going into the Dolphins game, at least it's a different energy. All right, if we win tonight, we're 2-2, and then you got the Bengals without Burrow and Carolina at home. When you're 0-3, I mean, I can manufacture enthusiasm with the best of them for this team, but I can't really do it here. 0-3?
Yeah. And I would say that in the second half of this, if they don't get 2 of these, they're not winning 6 games the whole year.
Oh, I would totally agree with that.
Yeah,
Jeez.
but we were talking about
I think you were going to say like 4.
No. I mean, probably more realistic, but I'm still looking at the second half. It's not like they have a tough schedule. They got New England twice. They still have Miami. They have New Orleans on the schedule.
Playing the
Cleveland.
Saints.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah. That what?
They might have some winnable games. I just don't think that they can win any of them. The Giants are the complete opposite, where they don't have a lot of winnable games, although the one thing that can change is Jackson Dart. If he comes in and looks good in the RPO, then all of a sudden starts to say, hey, maybe they can beat the Eagles once. Maybe they can beat the Niners. But even then, I don't know. In Chicago, Green Bay, like the Giants get at Detroit, the Giants might win 3 games again. I mean, God, that's brutal.
Well, there goes the over.
Yeah. If you had the over.
I told everyone to take the over on this year. That didn't work.
What was it, 5.5?
I think it was 4.5. Was it 5.5?
5.5, yeah.
Mark is in Carmel, Indiana. What could Mark be talking about this morning? Mark,
first of all, I want to say I found you guys, and I love the show. You're both excellent. You give a passionate, honest view. Obviously, I've been a Colts season ticket holder since '84. I love even the battles, the Pacers and Knicks that you discussed. But Daniel Jones, to me, is the NFL MVP right now. We have punted once and only not scored on one drive all year. We missed a field goal, actually.
Mark, I
and
did
the
see
punt
that.
wasn't garbage.
Mark,
we have over 100 points.
I saw that stat where I think the only other team that hadn't punted, only punted once through 3, I think it was like 1940. So you're loving Daniel Jones. I mean, listen, we're happy that he could do for you what he really didn't do for us. Enjoy him. He's tough. And he's smart.
I guess my question for you guys is he plays such a cerebral game. I mean, we haven't had a turnover. He's run for 3 touchdowns, passed for 3. And Sal, I also find you to be very objective. Like, what was the issue? Obviously, your guy's not the quarterback whisperer that they said he is, because I don't think our offensive coordinator, Cooter, and Shane Steichen are any offensive geniuses.
Who's the offensive coordinator there? Cutter?
Steichen and Dirk Cutter. It's Dirk Cutter, right?
Dirk Cutter's a very good offensive coordinator. I didn't know that, and thank you for the call.
Remember, they couldn't get anything going with Richardson, who's an immensely talented
here's what I would say. First of all, I don't have the answers. If I did, I'd be employed by the Giants or the Colts or somebody in the NFL. So I admit I'm just a fan. Like, I'm not smart enough to know why Daniel Jones is having more success with the Colts than he did with the Giants. What I would say is that I don't totally believe it's easy to just say, well, look what he's done elsewhere, where you don't think Daniel Jones learned an immense amount from his failures here with the Giants. And the Colts could be, they benefit from having somebody that they could bring in their organization when they felt they had the proper pieces in place to have him have success, whether it is a sound offensive line, a terrific running back, indoors in the Dome, in Indianapolis, where it's not New York, where you draft him 6 overall, whatever it was, with all that pressure and all the hype and replacing Eli Manning, not to mention the 15 different coaches that he had. So I think the Giants certainly screwed Daniel Jones up, in the words of their owner, no question about it. I also think Daniel Jones on his own wasn't very good when asked to do certain things from different coaches over the years, specifically, most recently, Brian Daboll. They tried to open the game plan up for him in year 2 under Daboll. Couldn't do it, whether it was banged up offensive line, whether he himself got hurt, whether it was poor decision-making, whatever it may be. Daniel Jones never looked this good with the New York Giants, and I don't think it's just because of the system or coach. I think that that's a big part of it. I also think Daniel Jones has just matured, learned, being in year, what is he in now, 5, 6 in the NFL?
It's probably 6, I would think. I mean, I thought he looked even better when he first burst on the scene. Remember his first game? I think that was down in Tampa.
Under Pat Shurmur.
Yeah.
He looked good in Washington in week 2 of that year, I believe.
Yep. He, this guy could throw. This guy could obviously run. He's big. He's, 6'5", whatever he is. He's not afraid to put his pads down, get some extra yards. I think the Colt fans right now sitting there saying, now they're going to be eventually disappointed, but I think they probably see Daniel Jones and they probably see like a Peyton Light, like a cerebral.
I mean, come on.
No, that's just like a cerebral type and a guy who's not gonna, slice it up. Peyton was. At the end, Peyton was a little rough to watch throw the football there, especially with Denver when he couldn't throw it at all. But they just see a quarterback who's in control, not giving it to the other team. And look at these odds here. Are, let's see, the MVP odds right now, because that's what the caller said. All right, we got a ways to go. So you got Lamar at plus 275 with Josh Allen. They're leading the way. Herbert's up there. And then you got Daniel Jones at plus 8,000. I mean, that's crazy talk to think he's going to be in the MVP running. But He has played very well, and, good for him. Just another example why the Giants look bad.
It's year 7 in the NFL, so he's learned a lot along the ways, unfortunately. Giants made the right move by moving on from him, but it definitely hurts even more when you see the success that he's had elsewhere. WFAN NFL football, powered by Verizon. Get to your local Verizon store today. The city's biggest indoor pickleball event is coming back October 10th and 11th, and it will sell out. Sign up for the fun or for the cash prizes. Go to 1010wins.com/pickleball for all the info. The pickleball tournament is presented by Nissan. At Nissan, we make cars that thrill. Experience the thrill for yourself today. Shop nissanusa.com.
This is Maggie Gray with an Odyssey Sports Minute. Things are so bad in New England, and Mike Vrabel's losing patience. The Patriots coughed up 5 turnovers in a brutal loss to the Steelers, with Ramondre Stevenson's fumbles killing 2 scoring chances. The defense kept them in it, but the offense fell apart. Vrabel doesn't have answers, and the Pats are beating themselves week after week. I'm Maggie Gray.
This is the story of the one. As a custodial supervisor at a high school, he knows that during cold and flu season, germs spread fast. It's why he partners with Grainger to stay fully stocked on the products and supplies he needs, from tissues to disinfectants to floor scrubbers. Also that he can help students, staff, and teachers stay healthy and focused. Call 1-800-GRAINGER, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
Hey, want to hear something great? Right now at Wendy's, you can get 2 of the #1 selling bacon cheeseburger in all fast food, the JBC, plus medium fries and a medium soft drink for just $8. Want to hear something else great? Double the burger means double the bacon. Now that's a game changer. 2 of the #1 bacon cheeseburgers with fries and a drink for just $8. Gotta be Wendy's.
Limited time only. U.S. price and participation may vary. Request $8 JBC meal deal to obtain discount. Individual items at regular price.
Stepping into the Kia K4 or K5 isn't just getting behind the wheel of any average sedan. It's stepping into what's next. With a K4, it's stepping into a world that's exciting. With a K5, it's one that's bold. The Kia K4 and K5, the next movement for sedans. See your local Kia dealer or visit kia.com to learn more.
Kia, movement that inspires. Call 800-333-4KIA for details. Always drive safely.
Town Fair Tire has the area's largest inventory of name brand tires at discount prices, including Michelin tires, which give you the perfect match. A relaxing driving experience from your vehicle, along with all-season design for superior performance that stands out from the crowd. And Town Fair stands out from other dealers with a guaranteed lowest price on Michelin tires and gives you more free services for life than anywhere. Nobody beats a Town Fair tire deal. Nobody.
Name brands at discount prices. Town Fair Tire.
Now at Verizon, lock in our low price, plus free roaming included in Puerto Rico. Discover the best mofongo, post that perfect sunset on La Isla, and save big with Verizon while you do it. Switch and get 4 lines for just $30 per line. See? Just $30 per month with unlimited welcome with autopay plus taxes and fees. Plus calls, texts, and data in Puerto Rico included, so you can use your phone sin problema. Stop by your New York Verizon store today. For unlimited welcome in times of congestion, unlimited 5G and 4G LTE may be temporarily slower than other traffic. Domestic data roaming at 2G speeds.
Dunkin's $6 meal deal is kind of wild. You get a bacon, egg, and cheese sandwich, 6-piece hash browns, and a medium hot or iced coffee, all for $6. That's the main character meal energy you need this fall. Get it now in Dunkin' stores or order ahead on the Dunkin' app. No substitutions. Participation and times may vary. Offer price varies in California and Hawaii. Limited time offer cannot be combined with other offers. Exclusions and terms apply.
Everyone's addiction recovery is different, and there's no shame in asking for help. Call 844-REACH-NJ. Trained counselors are available 24/7 to help with your recovery. Tell us your story, and let's begin your recovery today. A message from New Jersey Human Services.
Together, let's drive at Paramus Chevrolet. For just $197 a month and $1914 to a delivery, lease a brand new Trax 4D Wagon LT with front-wheel drive for 24 months. Buying? Enjoy 0.0% APR financing for well-qualified buyers. Visit ParamusChevrolet.com today.
How can you free your team from time-consuming office tasks? Amazon Business. Smart business buying tools enable buyers to find and purchase items fast so they can focus on strategy and growth. Free up your teams and focus on your future. Learn more at AmazonBusiness.com.
Get 5 quarts of Syntec Full Synthetic and a MicroGuard Select Oil Filter for just $32.99, plus 2 times points at O'Reilly Auto Parts. Limit supply.
O'Reilly Auto Parts.
Here's the tale of the daily Medfield. Same old pharmacies, same old bill, but those prices kept rising higher still.
Till the savings wrangler rode in, cool as can be. Tap Good RX, saving massively.
No plan? Don't matter none. Up to 80% off. Deals are done.
Discounts hitting harder than Ma's chili. Dang, that one little app does all the rest.
Save time and money on prescriptions.
Check Good RX. Good RX is not insured.
This is the story of the one. As a maintenance supervisor at a manufacturing facility, he knows keeping the line up and running is a top priority. That's why he chooses Grainger. Because when a drive belt gets damaged, Grainger makes it easy to find the exact specs for the replacement product he needs. And next day delivery helps ensure he'll have everything in place and running like clockwork. Call 1-800-GRAINGER, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
Hi, I'm Michael from the War and Treaty. You know the jingle. Now discover the facts about Ozempic, a GLP-1. Only Novo Nordisk makes FDA-approved Ozempic. Learn about the real thing.
Talk to your healthcare professional today. Call 1-833-OZEMPIC or visit Ozempic.com to view the medication guide and to learn more about Ozempic. Semaglutide injection 0.5 milligram, 1 milligram, and 2 milligrams.
Get connected with WFAN to talk about your favorite teams. The Fan on the Odyssey, iHeart, and TuneIn apps.
BT Sal back on the Fan. We'll get to the Mets in about 10 minutes and continue with your calls on the football stuff. One thing that I did love last night, I'm assuming you saw this, BT, the way the Giants, whose ever idea it was absolutely brilliant.
I know where you're going.
The Taylor cam.
Yeah, LT.
Oh, dude. So perfect. Because everybody in the building, everybody on social media thinking the same thing. And then you hear her song, Welcome to New York, the Taylor cam. Oh, is she here? Oh, we're going to see her. And it goes to LT sitting there smoking a cigar. Oh, that gives me good. That is
smoking in the stadium.
Oh, it's LT.
Hey,
I know.
I was surprised by that.
Well done to the Giants and their creative. Whoever came up with that idea, brilliant. And only the Giants could do that.
Mm-hmm.
Welcome to New York, and instead of Taylor Swift, have Lawrence Taylor.
He looks good. Yeah. LT still looks pretty good.
Obviously always a beast. You could, talk about the off-the-field stuff, separate that from what he did on the field, but it just sucks that the Giants have become what they've become here, where, man, come on, dude. There's nothing. A once proud franchise, and there's like, you can't even win a game.
No, it is wash and rinse and repeat, and the cycle of emotions. Hey, we drafted this guy. We're going to be good this year. We're going to be better here, and if that happens, and maybe this could happen. But once again, early slap by the reality of just not good enough, and it's a deep issue, which is why we're here. Like you're not good, you're not bad for this long by accident. It's just been multiple checkpoints where the Giants have been, honestly, Sal, they've just been inept.
Can't get the right decision to get themselves back on the right track. David is in Maplewood, New Jersey. What's up, David?
Yes, good afternoon, guys.
Hey, Dave.
I'm a Jet fan since 1968, so if you bear with me, I have a few points, and please keep me on the line.
Go ahead, Dave.
What happened to the ground and pound philosophy that was talked about in the training camp? Did Hall and
Braylon Allen,
I think, had 6 touches in the first half.
Mm-hmm.
And I'll tell you why. I'll answer my own question, because the offensive line is horrible.
Yeah, but if the offensive line's horrible, they have major problems, because that was supposed to be the one clear strength of this team.
Well, obviously it's not, because then it can't run the ball. And the secondary is awful, and Sauce Gardner, I've seen him run away from plays, not to get involved.
He does. He does not like to throw.
I've seen him actually mistaking it.
Yeah, okay. I think we let him go long enough.
Yeah,
right? Okay,
thank
you for the call, David. Appreciate it.
Another satisfied Jets customer. Gotcha.
Yeah.
No, it's...
I'm not giving up on the offensive line yet, BT.
No, me neither.
Specifically because I think yesterday was a circumstance of, like, you could say what you will about Justin Fields, and I've said for a long time, like, he can't throw the football. However, and I like Tyrod Taylor, tough as nails, competitive, veteran quarterback. He's been a winner before. There are significant limitations to what he can do versus what Justin Fields could do, even just the threat alone. So if Bowles knows that and you're going to do everything you can to blitz the run and stop the run, forces the Jets to throw a little bit, so maybe they get away from their game plan of just trying to run the football with that big offensive line. But they need to, and remember, AVT also banged up. It doesn't help. They did it with week 1 against the Steelers. Maybe the Steelers aren't as good as we thought that they were. You saw what happened in week 2, even with the win yesterday. Point is, it's still early on. That has to be, and I still think it will be, the strength of this team. Glenn and the offensive coordinator better not get away from that. Run the football. Run the football consistently. That's the only way.
I think they've got 2 tackles that are going to be here. Whenever the Jets become really good again, I think that they're going to be both in the middle of it. And they both had rough days yesterday. Olu on the left side and obviously Mbembu on the right side. The Jets had 27 quarterback pressures allowed. That is a frighteningly high number. But I agree. I think it's going to be the strength, and not just because, and like, it's one thing to say, well, this is going to be the best part of the team because there's nothing else that's really that good, versus saying this is going to be the strength of the team because it's actually a potentially really, really good unit. I truly believe that the Jets' offensive line could be fantastic. I really do, but the problem is, Sal, and this is, I don't know how you coach around this. Angstrad's going to have to try to do this, and I know he's trying, but they just don't have anybody that could beat you down the field throwing the ball. And the Bills did it. I mean, I saw something, it wasn't, who was it? Somebody was breaking down film where the Buffalo Bills basically had they ran 6 plays in a row, the same exact defensive sequence, because they knew that the Jets couldn't get anybody open outside of Garrett Wilson. The word's already around the league here. You got 1 wide receiver. So even though the O-line was bad yesterday, and I do think it's going to be very, very good moving forward, big picture and small picture, you don't have another receiver. You can't do anything, dude. You just can't. To me, it's we're past the point of getting on the GMs because now we're watching what they have. But again, I'm going to just keep saying this. I watched a lot of Jets football, even bad Jets football. Their receiving core outside of Garrett Wilson is embarrassingly thin, and that's a Muji thing. That's a general manager thing who looked at this depth chart and said, we're good enough to start the season with these receivers. No, you're not. Miscalculation.
BT and Sal on the Fan Warrior football calls. When we come back, we'll work the Mets into the conversation on the other side as well.
It's Boomer and Gio, mornings on the Fan, 101.9 FM.
Before the game even starts, the damn kicker's hurt again.
Yeah, which, I've never seen anything like the amount of times that the Giants have had to struggle with injured kickers within games. I mean, it's just insanity.
Listen to Boomer and Gio on demand on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, or wherever you get your podcasts.
There are a lot of reasons why people buy at Ramsey Mazda. It's their selection, it's their customer service, and it's their savings. Get 1.9% financing on a new 2025 Mazda CX-50 or lease for $249 for 33 months. Start shopping now at RamseyMazda.com. Choose wisely. Choose Ramsey Mazda.
Call 833-853-2970 for lease details. VIN SN 354688. MSRP $32,945. Zero security deposit. APR $1748 per $1,000 finance. It's $930.25.
Hey Yankees fans, come out to Yankee Stadium on Friday, September 26th when the Yankees host the division rival Orioles for a great promotional giveaway. It's Yankees Jersey Hoodie Night, presented by Star Insurance. The first 18,000 guests in attendance will receive a Yankees Jersey Hoodie. For tickets, log on to Yankees.com/tickets. Don't miss Yankees Jersey Hoodie Night when the Yankees face the Baltimore Orioles on Friday, September 26th. Visit Yankees.com/tickets today.
The FanDuel Sportsbook app is your home for all of your favorite NFL bets, from yards to touchdowns to who will win. With FanDuel, any play can be the play of the game. FanDuel is giving all customers a 50% profit boost token tonight.
With the Lions taking on the Ravens, you can build a same-game parlay with a Derrick Henry anytime touchdown, Lamar Jackson over rushing yards, and Amon-Ra St. Brown over receiving yards.
So make FanDuel your go-to app for any snap. Just visit FanDuel.com/Boomer. Play your game with FanDuel, an official sports betting partner of the NFL. We all just love the app around here. It is safe and secure. And when you win, you get paid instantly. FanDuel Sportsbook is also the official partner of WFAN.
21 and over and physically present in New York. Opt-in required. Bonus issues now. Drawable profit boost tokens. Restrictions apply, including any token expiration and max wager amount. See terms at sportsbook.fanduel.com. For help the gambling problem, call 877-8-HOPE-NY or text HOPE-NY 467-369.
When your name's on the paint job, your primer better hold up. Painters Trust kills primers for serious adhesion, stain blocking, and a finish that lasts. Now, the full Kills lineup is available exclusively at the Home Depot. Need it fast? Get same-day or next-day delivery, or order online and pick it up in-store. Kills primers. Pro results faster. The Home Depot. If you're a pro, you know.
Whether you're heading out on a road trip or planning a weekend escape, make every mile unforgettable in a Mercedes-Benz from Mercedes-Benz of Edison. From sporty SUVs and timeless sedans to cutting-edge hybrids, their expert team will help you find the perfect fit. Mercedes-Benz of Edison has over 400 new and certified pre-owned vehicles to choose from. And with flexible lease and finance offers, getting behind the wheel of a Mercedes-Benz has never been easier. Mercedes-Benz of Edison, the Tri-State's premier destination for luxury driving.
When your name's on the paint job, your primer better hold up. Painters Trust kills primers for serious adhesion, stain blocking, and a finish that lasts. Now, the full Kills lineup is available exclusively at the Home Depot. Need it fast? Get same-day or next-day delivery, or order online and pick it up in-store. Kills primers. Pro results faster. The Home Depot. If you're a pro, you know.
Actual price will depend on product and subscription plan. Featured products are compounded drug products, which the FDA does not approve or verify for safety, effectiveness, or quality. Prescription products require an online consultation with a healthcare provider who will determine if appropriate. See website for details, restrictions, and important safety information.
Want a boost in and out of the bedroom? Hims has you covered. Introducing a new 2-in-1 approach to level up your game. Tadalafil for better bedroom performance and zinc for testosterone support. Turn things all the way up and find affordable treatment options at up to 95% less than brand names at hims.com/joy. That's hims.com/joy.
Morning, Zoe. Got donuts.
Jeff Bridges, why are you still living above our garage?
Well, I dig the mattress, and I want to be in a T-Mobile commercial like you. Teach me, Saldana.
Oh, no, I'm not really prepared. I couldn't possibly. At T-Mobile, get the new iPhone 17 Pro on them. It's designed to be the most powerful iPhone yet and has the ultimate pro camera system.
Wow, impressive. Let me try. T-Mobile is the best place to get iPhone 17 Pro because they've got the best network.
Nice, Jeffrey.
You heard them. T-Mobile is the best place to get the new iPhone 17 Pro on us with eligible trade-in in any condition.
So, what are we having for lunch?
Dude, my work here is done.
24-monthly bill credits on Experience Beyond for well-qualified customers plus tax and $35 device connection charge. Credits ended, balance due if you pay off earlier. Cancel finance agreement iPhone 17 Pro 256 gigs, $1,099.99 and new line minimum $100 plus a month plan with auto pay plus taxes and fees required. Best mobile network in the U.S. based on analysis by Ookla Speed Test Intelligence data 1/2025. Visit T-Mobile.com.
Our friends at Town Fair Tire remind you that at Town Fair Tire, you always get the guaranteed lowest price on name brand tires from Connecticut to Maine. Nobody beats Town Fair Tire. Nobody.
The home of Yankees radio is WFAN, WFAN FM, WFAN FM HD1 New York, and Odyssey Sports Station.
WFAN Sports Flash.
Good afternoon at 101. I'm Andrew Bogish. Your Sports Flash is sponsored by Flag and Anthem, real clothes for real life. Aaron Glenn did not have an update this morning on Justin Fields or Quincy Williams, who hurt a shoulder yesterday in Tampa. Glenn said the staff would discuss today if Fields gets his job back as soon as he's out of concussion protocols. Giants running back Tyrone Tracy reportedly out multiple weeks with last night's dislocated shoulder. Without Yankee baseball tonight, it's Monday Night Football here on the Fan. Kickoff for the Ravens and Lions is 8:15. The Mets are also off today before beginning the last week of the regular season. As you know, they don't currently have a wild card spot. They've got 3 at Wrigley while the Reds host the Pirates. And Syracuse football gets a $25,000 fine and a public reprimand from the ACC for breaking college football's new rules against faking injuries to slow the game down. The conference called the actions unethical and contrary to the spirit of the game. All of this happening in Saturday's upset win at Clemson. Fan weather is sponsored by Audi Manhattan, where luxury meets excellence. At Audi Manhattan, experience best-in-class service in the heart of New York. Visit the Audi flagship store today, conveniently located on 55th and 11th. Audi Manhattan, where luxury meets excellence. It's 66 and cloudy in Central Park, and that's what's happening. Sports flashes, top of every hour. I'm Andrew Bogish.
This city lives and breathes sports. WFAN is where Yankees fans argue with Mets fans and Giants fans debate Jets fans. Live, loud, and daily. The Fan, 101.9 FM, and always streaming on the Odyssey, iHeartRadio, and TuneIn apps.
Back to your football calls in just a bit. The BT and Sal show on the Fan is presented by your Tri-State Cadillac dealers. Cadillac, the official luxury vehicle of the New York Mets, who now, BT, find themselves on the outside looking in. When you were out last week on, I think it was Wednesday, it was the day after the Peterson, it was probably, no, it might have been Thursday. Peterson pitched on the Wednesday night and got beat up. Mets lost to the Padres. And that was after they won 2 in a row where Alonso hit the walk-off. That Thursday, I came on and said, for the first time, because you know me, I've been I hate even using the term positive or optimistic. I just tell you how I feel. And my feel up until that point, really up until the Saturday where they coughed that game up against the Rangers, that was the first time where I was like, I could be wrong about this team, believing that they're going to make it. Then Pete has the walk-off. Then they win the first game against the Padres, and I'm like, all right, let's see what – I still don't believe they've turned the corner. Let's see it. After the Peterson loss, and I'm thinking that Tong was going to get hit the next day, but that Thursday I said, for the first time, I feel like the Mets are going to get caught. They've played with fire far too long. The narrative can't be – just hang on, just get us there. Generally, when that's the case, and it's been that way for a while, generally, you will get caught. When you're trying to anything you can to hang on for dear life, playing with fire, you're going to get burned. And now, the Mets, after somehow, think about what just happened here this weekend. Not only did they play god-awful baseball yet again, continuing on since June 13th, they lost 2 out of 3 with their playoff lives on the line to a Nationals team that is
they just lost 2 out of 3 too a couple of weeks back.
Ago, but still, even that was on the road. Like this, the Nationals are such a garbage team, and with 9 games to go, to me, the Mets had to sweep them to really put, okay, maybe they could move past this and get a playoff spot. Not only did they not sweep, they lost 2 out of 3. So, I don't know at what point. How can anybody still believe in this team? Not to mention they're going on the road where they haven't been any good all year long. They keep saying the same things afterwards. Well, we just got to win games. Yeah, well, you've had to win games for months, if not the very least weeks, and you can't do it.
I don't know what the Met fan pulls out now to try to get them through this outside of, hey, I mean, it's not over yet. I mean, that's where you're at. You talk about hanging on. Hanging on would work for certain teams, but the thing that's shaping up to be just unacceptably, all-time bad for this Mets team is that they're not supposed to be hanging on. This was supposed to be a big step forward from last year. Now with Soto here, and it's been a long run of bad baseball, and I don't know why. I mean, I could certainly diagnose that starting pitching not giving you a good chance to win early in the games residually has a crazy impact on the rest of the team. I get that. That's probably the starting point. But, man, oh, man, this is just a confounding mess. And I actually thought, so you go back to the win where Pete had the walk-off, and then they beat the Padres the next night 8-3. I remember asking you, I said, and you were fairly I don't feel it, just being honest with us. And I said, not even a flicker of hope with Pete with that home run, that can't even get you going a little bit. And you didn't really feel it then.
They played bad in that game.
I know. And the way they played this weekend, kicking the baseball around, that is just, they are disintegrating. I don't have an answer for it except, there's 6 more games to go. And even if they do find a way to get in, the conversations are going to be deep and wide because this thing's got to get blown up in a million directions.
Remember, a lot of my feel for, they'll be fine, people are panicking. To me, there was too much time left. And also, that was pre-8-game losing streak. things change when you see a team. All they had to do was win a couple of those games. Instead, they lost 8 in a row. Then they washed that down with even in the win against the Rangers on that Sunday. It shouldn't have taken all that. And they should have had the game the night before in the bag. So, like, if you take the results out sometimes and just watch the way that they're playing, it was not encouraging. So that's why I didn't get caught up in that Pete home run. And then again this weekend, like you mentioned, it's so bad. And by the way, like, could the Mets be any dumber? Why would you? The one thing that they actually had working outside of Nolan McLean was Holmes into Manaea.
Do you have an explanation for this? Why they did that?
They thought, because they alluded to this pre-Manaea even going on the paternity leave, they thought that he matched up better with the lefties against the Nationals. So they're going again on the analytics. They're going based off of analytics. Clay Holmes has been the better starter all year long. And you just found a piggyback solution with him. Start Holmes and go with Manaea. You couldn't even do it 2 times through? What are you doing? Now, that's not the sole reason why they lost. You mentioned it, kicking the ball around, playing embarrassing baseball, the offense not consistent. But even that is a layup. You had McLean and then Holmes into Manaea, which is one of the more trusted things in that rotation.
I thought I missed something. I'm like, wait a second, why is now Pete? Why is he starting and not Holmes?
Yeah, they alluded to it over the last week or whatever. Now, Manaea was away with the paternity thing, and but they said he'll come back, and so then they have him not only come back, but they have him come back and make the start. Yeah, it was simply matchups based, thinking that they wanted to have him against the Nationals lineup, I guess, to start the game.
Yeah.
Through the first time, couple of times through the order, whatever it is.
I mean, they've lost every conceivable way. It's just that's emblematic of a team that's just not that good. I mean, imagine if Juan Soto wasn't here. If Juan Soto wasn't on this team. What are they, a 70-win team?
Well, they'd be back they'd probably be back to what we thought that they were going to be last year before they went on that incredible run. Look, it's more than just one thing. Like, it's not just a chemistry thing. It's not just a starting rotation thing. It's everything. But it's gotten, I actually can't believe that it's gotten this bad. So much so that even if they were to make the playoffs, forget about now, I'm talking about going back a week ago, where I drew my line in the sand saying, I already know what this team is, and I don't care if they make it or not. They need major changes because the damage has been done. There's no excuse for this. There's no excuse for being the third wild card team with their payroll and the amount of talent that they have in that clubhouse. There's no excuse for it. And not only are they not going to barely make it, they're going to miss it. I was wrong last week when I said they were going to miss it. I said they were going to get caught by the Diamondbacks. They're going to get caught by the Diamondbacks and the Reds and maybe the Marlins. Honestly, BT, I would not be stunned if they went 1-5. They're dead. They're dead. Anybody watching could say it. They're dead. What makes you think that's going to change? You could hope, and you could say, well, there's 6 games left. The same result continues to happen. Really, since June 13th. But if you want to just say even as recently as last week or last month, all they had to do was win a few games to try to right the ship. It wouldn't have been good enough, but it would have been better than this. This is unacceptable.
And the fans have come out. I know they set the record. I saw that over the weekend. Citi Field record, right? They shattered that. I mean, the music, the songs, the crowd, the energy, the belief. They just keep going back despite the overwhelming evidence that this team just doesn't have it. I mean, listen, what I like to do is when things get so bad, I think it's important to establish layers of culpability. So while the season's not over and you don't think they're getting in, Hoff told us 2 weeks ago he thinks it's over. So I know he doesn't think they're getting in. But what is the number one culprit here? I mean, what is it?
I think it's David Stearns. David Stearns has had a Brian Daboll type year too.
Dude, his offseason was atrocious in hindsight.
Yeah,
basically everything he did was wrong.
Yeah, and even at the trade deadline, David Stearns needs to still prove himself here. Okay, I don't care what he did in Milwaukee. Nobody did that. Last year was something that he earned some trust because of what he did with the starting rotation when everybody else said, wow, this rotation sucks. But he went out there and had a good, the rotation was good. So good, in fact, that the Mets made it to the postseason, went on their little run. Even though they barely made it, still got in and went on a run. And I do think ultimately, much like Daboll and Shane, that kind of masked bigger flaws. If the Mets didn't have the results that they did, if they just made the playoffs and got bounced by Milwaukee, if not for the miracle home run by Pete, it'd be a different story.
Yeah.
But because they beat not only the Brewers and the Phillies and then ran out of gas against the world champion Dodgers, it felt different. And maybe we were fooled by that, just like we were with the Giants and Shane and Daboll. But David Stearns has had a Brian Daboll-esque year, too. Dude, everything he's done has been wrong here. He's got to figure it out. I don't care what it's one thing for you and I say, yeah, Helsley, a nice move, and the upgrades in the bullpen. He's got to hit on those moves. Trying to win a World Series here. Like, it's his job to go scout and figure out why Helsley would be the right guy or why he wouldn't be, or why maybe Bednar would be better or Duran would be better. The Mets fell apart, not to mention the offseason where we all could have told him not to sign Frankie Montas, yet he did. He took a chance on converting a reliever to a starter. Like, David Stearns, his moves act as if he is smarter than everybody else and he knows more than everybody else. The results are going to say that you're this close from having one of the worst seasons and most disappointing seasons in the history of a franchise who is known for disappointing seasons.
I think in the history of New York, I don't think it's just specific to the Mets. I really don't. I mean, I don't even know, like, what is on the same radar right now as these Mets, where you got to understand what's coming into play here. They had a really good year last year. They spent a lot more money in the offseason. They brought in a superstar, and there's other teams that were supposed to be good, but just plateaued out, took a step back, injuries, whatever. This is very different. This is a next level hurt, almost to the point where even if they do get in, of course, Met fans are going to be enthused and hope that they can find a way to get something going. Well, I mean, listen, getting in versus not getting in, and I'm going to hold on to this. I really am. Now, do I believe that they're going to get in at this point? I mean, the Cubbies aren't playing particularly well. I still feel like the Mets are going to get in. I said that last week. I still feel it, not a lot. But, like, if you do get in, it takes McClain or somebody to spin a gem and Soto to do some damage in the first inning. You take a lead, you feel very differently, very fast. But that doesn't delete or eliminate all these issues. And I'm telling you, like, one thing we don't know about Steve Cohen yet, we don't know how he's going to react. We don't know what this man is going to do when he is embarrassed. And Steve Cohen, while he's been pretty quiet on social media lately, he has to be colossally embarrassed for the expectations, the money that this man laid out going back a couple of years ago to buy a minor league system and all the things that he's done since, and to be at this point with 70. How many wins do they have? What's their win total
right now?
Well, yeah, what is
80.
it? To have 80 wins with a week to go in the season is just disgraceful. It has been an awful season.
Think about this stat here. This is from Sarah Langs, who tweeted this out last night. I saw this. The Guardians were under 500. Now, this is a bigger picture issue with Major League Baseball, but it pertains to the Mets specifically. The Guardians were under 500 through 139 games into the season, and they've been on such a tear right now that they find themselves in a playoff spot, or at least tied for the final wild card spot.
You said 139, right?
Yeah.
All right, go ahead.
The Diamondbacks were under 500 through 149 games. Under 500 through 149 games. The Reds were under 500 through 151 games. Now, to me, and then just to finish this off from Sarah, the most games into a season that a team was under 500 and made the postseason was the Padres in 2005. There were 157 games in. They were under 500. They still made it. Mets in 1973 was 153. Twins in 09 at 143. Dodgers in 08 at 139. So it doesn't happen that often. And now yet you have two teams with the Diamondbacks and the Reds who were given life in an otherwise dead season, given life because the Mets came crashing all the way back down. This is not what happened in 2022 where the Braves came up to catch the Mets. The Mets didn't collapse. They won 100 games that year, 101 games that year.
Yeah.
The Braves went up to get them.
Mm-hmm.
This is not that. This is the Mets slowly leaking oil from June 13th on to the point where they allowed teams that would otherwise be dead, even with the expanded postseason, to come back to life. And now, so much so that they're on the outside looking in and obviously don't have the tiebreaker with the Reds, who they're tied with right now, and are one game in front of the Diamondbacks and don't have the tiebreaker there either.
And it's amazing that they just lose any kind of game. Like, you lose a high-scoring game 12-6, then you lose in 11 innings, then you lose a nail-biter yesterday, throw it all around the field. It's just, the Manaea giving up that two-run shot, the defense now, circus catches in center field, whether it's Alvarez at the end of the game, whether it's the other play, where he's playing hacky sack, as everybody saw, Pete sprawling in the dirt. I mean, balls going flying all over the infield. It's just really a mess. And now, what is it? So, maybe you remember this. I don't know if you did a Rico yesterday, but is it Peterson? I don't have it in front of me.
Tonight,
Peterson,
tomorrow.
Peterson, Tong, Sproat. right? I believe that's what the Mets have going.
I think
Peterson,
Mendoza only committed to, I saw the post game yesterday, only committed to Peterson. Beyond that,
okay. Yeah. So if it lines up the way it was, then it will be Tong and then Sproat, I believe. But he's not committal past Peterson. Listen.
Which, by the way, even
I don't
Peterson.
know what to tell you, man. It's just, jeez, this is.
I know what to tell you. It's over. And I actually, bracing myself for it after that Ranger series, even though I didn't believe it, bracing myself for it has made me feel better because I just accepted what I believe to be their fate. Now, it doesn't mean that that's going to happen. Yeah. Could they go out there and find a way to get themselves in? Sure. But I'm telling you, when you try to hold on, when you play with fire like this to this extent, generally you get burned. And they have been burned, and they'll be burned for good over the course of the next 7 days.
They very well might be. Listen, I remember saying probably not at the beginning when they were starting to play poorly, because I didn't want to jump on them right away. But, maybe 3 weeks into, or maybe even a month into when they really took it down. So maybe when the Pirates series happened, whenever that was, I forget exactly where they played.
It was end of June, if I'm not mistaken.
Sounds about right before 4th of July, I guess. And they played terribly. They just got whacked and just abused in that series. Like, it was such a ugly series. And I remember saying, like, man, I'm starting to see a team where it looks like they're bad at more things than they're good at. And, like, it just seemed like I'm sure for some, like an oversimplification, like, oh, okay, whatever. Yeah, they're bad at everything. They're good at nothing. Now, I was never saying that. But what I was fearful of for the Mets is that just when they solved one thing, something else sprouted up. The starting pitching was very good early. Then it went on hiatus. Then the bullpen fell apart. Then they got a little sloppy on the bags. Then the clutch hitting wasn't there for most of the season. Then they couldn't hit a fastball, as we talked about when you look at the advanced analytics. And then anything that you can possibly have go wrong, not beating the teams you're supposed to beat, not winning at home when you won at home most of the year. There's basically the manager having a rough second year, as I've said. Everything's gone wrong. And, would it solve everything if they win a couple of games here and squeeze in? Probably not, because I still think it's wrecking ball this offseason. But it ain't over. That's all you're holding on to. I know that you think it is. I respect that, Hop. I know you think it is. I respect that. I'm sure if I were a Met fan, I'd be sitting here saying the same thing. It's over. There's no evidence, and the blind faith is expired. Don't waste my time talking about this team, believing in a team that has sucked fumes for 4 months. However, the reality of it is, it's still not over.
Hop, you want to add something there?
I just one thing, because when they do miss the playoffs this year, I want everyone to realize that the conversation in the offseason should not be about Edwin Diaz and Pete Alonso, which is where most of it's going to be. Those are going to be the top two targets of, they're both going to get opt out. What are we going to do? How are we going to bring them back? It is every other position not named Juan Soto and Francisco Lindor. It's every starting pitcher on this team. It's the entire bullpen. It's basically the entire team. You're talking about the third base situation between Beatty, Vientos, and Mauricio. I'm sorry, you can't go into another season of them cycling around and seeing which one's going to work out. You got to be definitive and make a decision and move on from others and get good players here now.
Yeah, I mean, obviously that's going to be a conversation for, in fact, the offseason, but I would disagree with some of what you said there. We'll have that conversation probably next week. Once it's over, I mean, that's going to be we're going to focus on the Yankees being in the postseason and thankful for them that they can maybe go on a run here. They're starting to play their best baseball. Now, is that fool's gold with the opponents that they're playing? Whatever it may be, the Yankees are going to be in and have a legitimate chance to go back to a World Series and maybe win one this time, where there's no world beater in the National League either, even though the Brewers are good, the Phillies are good, Dodgers always scary. No excuse why the Yankees can't win a World Series, but the conversation about the Mets, I feel, BT, is going to be about what changes need to be made so they don't find themselves in this predicament again next year.
And it's not tweaks. It's an overhaul. That's going to be a deep conversation, which we will certainly have, obviously. So, Met fans, you want to jump in. What a rough road, my God. It's been brutal to watch. And the football is absolutely horrendous. Yeah, I mean, it's the Yankees right now, and that's it. 888-808-1019, BT and Sal on the Fan. We'll come back, get these calls here. Obviously, we'll take you up until 2. Then it's Evan and Tiki coming up. Busy day on the Fan, unpacking it all. Hey, our transportation, water, and energy infrastructure is critical, but did you know that those projects are built by the local 825 operating engineers and their contractors? They even built MetLife Stadium and the one before that. That's why their advocacy organization, ELEC, the Engineers Labor Employer Cooperative, fights for those priorities every day. That's ELEC, representing the hardworking men and women who build New York and New Jersey.
I'm Chelsea Messenger, helping you beat the books with the BetMGM Network. Play of the day is Lions tight end Sam Laporta over 44.5 receiving yards. The Ravens are giving up the second most fantasy points to opposing tight ends, and odds makers are expecting a back-and-forth game with the total set at 53.5. Laporta has already shown big game potential this year. He had 6 catches for 79 yards against the Packers. Bet smarter, beat the books. Download the BetMGM app. Please gamble responsibly.
Life insurance. Why are you putting it off? Can't afford it? Too much hassle? Think you don't need it? There's lots of excuses for putting off life insurance. But if you weren't there, who would pay the mortgage and other bills? With Ethos, you could be covered in 10 minutes and boom, family protected. Ethos, fast and easy online term life insurance. Up to $2 million in coverage with no medical exam. Some policies as low as $1 a day. Answer a few health questions and get your free quote at ethos.com/play. That's ethos.com/play.
It's officially Ryder Cup week, and our friends over at Flag and Anthem have the best officially licensed Ryder Cup gear on the market. From polos to vests to quarter zips and hoodies, every piece is built with premium performance fabrics for all-day comfort. Shop online at flagandanthem.com. Flag and Anthem, real clothes for real life.
Hear that? That's the beginning of a journey powered by the confidence that comes from driving a vehicle so reliable. It's backed by a 10-year, 100,000-mile limited powertrain warranty. Where your journey ends? Well, that's up to you. Visit your local Kia dealer today. Kia, movement that inspires.
See retailer for warranty details. Always drive safely. Limited inventory available.
When it comes to restoring cars, Diego's got skills. And with Total Wireless in his corner, the whole world sees them. With the dual camera system on his new iPhone 13, he can take amazing car photos and post them on the fly with super fast 5G, and even turn this hobby into a full-time gig. His claim to fame? Claiming iPhone 13 with 5G on us. Get iPhone 13 with 5G on us when you switch to the Total 5G or 5G Plus Unlimited 3-month plan. Total Wireless, in your corner. For limited time while supplies last. Valid in store. Device taxes and fees may apply. Requires port in and ID verification. Restrictions apply.
Jets football once again returns to MetLife Stadium. See your New York Jets face off against the Dallas Cowboys on Sunday, October 5th at 1 p.m. Presented by Atlantic Health System.
Play action, bootleg out to the right, Justin Fields, and he will trot into the end zone with a misdirection touchdown.
Get your seats now at nyjets.com/tickets. Once again, that's nyjets.com/tickets.
If you're in the market for Michelin tires, get to Town Fair Tire and get them at the guaranteed lowest price. With Michelin's innovative technologies designed for durability and performance, you can trust you're getting the highest quality tires over all the toughest of road conditions. Plus, at Town Fair, you get free services for life. So if you're looking for the best deal on Michelin tires, get to Town Fair, because nobody beats Town Fair Tire. Nobody.
Name brands at discount prices. Town Fair Tire.
My name is Maria. Okay, I lied, it's Mary. But I'm feeling more European after my European-style holiday on MSC Cruises. The restaurants, nightlife and shops in La Galleria. And of course, American touches, like a sports bar and water slides. Bellissimo. Okay, this is a problem.
Book now and save up to 30% off, plus kids sale free. MSC Cruises. Let's holiday. To book, visit msccruises.com or contact your travel advisor. Restrictions apply. Ships registered in Panama and Malta.
Hey, I'm John Gallucci Jr., President and CEO of JAG Physical Therapy and an avid pickleball player just like you. I'm so excited to share that I've written my 4th book, Pickleball, 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 Don't Get Hurt. JAG Physical Therapy and myself have treated many athletes throughout our careers. Each chapter gives you an opportunity to read about different injuries that you're exposed to in pickleball. Pickleball, 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 Don't Get Hurt is a book that's written for beginners all the way up to professionals. It discusses the demands of the sport and how to prepare to play, prevent overuse injuries, proper nutrition and hydration, how to prepare with biomechanical movements and core strengthening, how to recover after participation to keep pain out of your joints and muscles. And of course, if you do get injured, please seek out one of our professionals at JAG Physical Therapy. This book is your essential guide to staying strong, playing smart, and avoiding injury. Grab your copy of Pickleball, 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 Don't Get Hurt today on Amazon. And let's keep you playing and pain-free.
For over 100 years, Sloman's has been your trusted partner in comfort. When it comes to home heating oil, they deliver more than just quality fuel. They deliver peace of mind. With price protection, automatic deliveries, and 24/7 service, their dedicated team is just a call away, ensuring you stay warm and comfortable all winter long. Sloman's, the Tri-State's largest heating oil provider, proudly serving their community for generations. Give them a call today at 866-GET-HEAT or visit oil.slomans.com.
Here is your Game of the Week, presented by Hyundai. Kansas City has not had the most ideal start to the season, but they look to right the ship when they host Baltimore. Two of the league's best quarterbacks will be on display as we get another top-level matchup early on in the season. Will offense continue to be the story of the season for Baltimore, or will Kansas City's defense be able to stop the high-powered squad? What is it that makes the all-new Hyundai Palisade Hybrid an incredible SUV? Is it the spacious interior that's comfy for the whole crew, or the capability to go off-road? Maybe it's up to 600 plus miles of range. What if it's all of that and more? Well, what is it then? The all-new Hyundai Palisade Hybrid. Is it the driver behind the wheel? No. Are you sure? The all-new Hyundai Palisade Hybrid, so much more than just another SUV. Visit HyundaiUSA.com or call 562-314-4603 for more details.
Listen weekdays from 1 to 2 on The Fan for the call of the day with BT and Sal, brought to you by Wind Creek Bethlehem. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER.
Tell Siri to dial The Fan. 888-808-1019. Powered by Paramount Plus. Count on Sundays all season long with the NFL on CBS and Paramount Plus.
BT Sal back on The Fan, 888-808-1019. Boy, the Met fans here are out of their minds. You get some in the newsroom saying, oh, would you be shocked if the Mets are going 6-0? Yes, I would, as a matter of fact. I would. What makes you think that the Mets will go 6-0 over these final seasons? 6-0? I mean, good God, I'd probably sign for 4-2, and I'm not even sure that gets it done. Like, realistically, you think the Mets are going to go 6-0?
Yeah, somebody did ask you that.
Yeah, I mean, come on. Rosie, get a grip here. They just lost 2 out of 3 at home where they've been good to a team that lost 92 games so far on the year. The Marlins have been on a heater. I mean, the Marlins have won 6 in a row.
Yeah, playing well.
And if historically had the Mets number, and even if you say, well, what does 2007 have to do with 2025? You're right, nothing. But what does 2025 have to do with 2025? A lot. The Marlins are better. They've been better. The Marlins are within 4 games of the Mets. The Marlins are within 4 games of the Mets because they have been playing much better brand of baseball in the last several months that the Mets have played. Like, this is now, it's gotten to a point where there is no more reason to say, well, there's still 3 weeks to go, there's still a month to go, there's still stop the bleeding. When all the pressure was on and all the lights were on, it was, time to get down to it. The Mets got worse. They kept losing. They continue to lose. And you think they're going to come out of it for what? Based on what? Like, you need something to be realistic about. It's not hope. Now, I will say that if they get in, you can make a case, okay, they reset, and it just shows you how bad. Think about it this way. Even with the Yankees, the Yankees have not had a great regular season for the majority of the regular season. But we're at a point now where they're getting hot here. I don't care who they're beating. Like, they're getting hot. Okay, they fell short of winning the division in all likelihood. They're going to get in the postseason, and they're going to have as good a chance as anybody else in the sport to go win a World Series. Doesn't that tell you that the regular season is kind of worthless?
Well, I mean, the numbers you gave before, what was it, like 3 or 4 teams under 139 games before they got to 500? I mean, when it takes you that long to establish yourself and you're basically still a playoff team, it tells you something's not right.
Right, okay.
But that's what they want. I don't like it. I like to have 1 or 2 teams that are, the perceived top dogs and can they be taken down? Right. And then you get, I like a feel-good story, but I don't like months upon months upon months of sloppy play where you're still here with a week to go. I don't think it's fair.
But that's what we're at with this sport, and it doesn't mean anything once you get to the postseason, which is why I make a case, or can make a case. My case for the Mets will be different if they could figure out a way to get into the postseason. When we're here talking Monday, getting ready for a wild card round, whether it's the Mets or Yankees, and I think you can make a better case for the Yankees. Well, obviously they're going to be there, but I'm saying even in the postseason, I still think you can make a case for the Mets if they were to get there to say, well, hey, nothing else mattered. They got there. They overcame it. Exhale. Now they could set themselves up potentially for success in a short
That's
series.
what I've said. That's why I've leaned on the, one good start and then a 3-run bomb by Soto, and everybody feels good about things. Now, it will be 3 games on the road, probably going across the country, right? I mean, you really set yourself up for a grinder of a run. But I'll tell you what, this is even almost more depressing. Imagine where the Mets would be without these young kids.
Yeah, I know.
That at least injected some life into the season. I'm talking about the pitchers.
Yeah, they'd be dead without
my
them.
goodness.
They would have been dead.
Yeah, they would be eliminated probably.
With a month ago. They wouldn't have any pitching. Unbelievable. BT and Sal on the fan. Mickey is calling from Walcott. What's up, Mickey?
Hey, guys. Thank you for taking my call. Hey, I don't know where to begin with the Mets, man. I've been saying it for weeks. I definitely don't think they're making it. I think this solidifies it even more. But, like you guys say all the time, let chips play out and just see how this last week goes. But for me, what I wanted to call about was Stearns. Stearns, I do got love for the guy, and I definitely think, a year or two is not enough to judge. But we are starting to see certain things and certain decisions because, let's be honest, even the lineup cards, that falls more on him more than Mendoza at the end of the day. The lack of consistency in the lineup cards, the lack of signing the right players. Me personally, my biggest thing with Stearns right now is when we get into the off season, whenever that is, whether it's the end of this week coming or the playoffs or whatever, sign Alonso, get it done, because I don't want that to be a topic of conversation, and let that be the good move he does, and then move on.
Yeah, but Mickey,
I'm worried about Alonso, and the longer that lasts and lingers.
But you know that,
he's
Mickey,
just going to put us in that worse place.
Mick, that's not going to be quick, Mick. That is not going to be a quick resolution there. Unless Pete, and thanks for the call, Mick, unless Pete Alonso goes to the Mets and says, hey, listen, let's figure it out. I don't want this again. I'm getting rid of Boris, or I told Boris to just get it done. Give me an extra 2, whatever, and I'm giving you a discount, which he shouldn't do because he's had a really good season. This thing is going to drag out again. So as much as nobody wants to go through the Alonso contractual squabble stalemate again, I got news for everybody. We are, because he's going to absolutely opt out because he's had a season worthy of opting out.
And you have to realize that there are much, much bigger fish to fry than worrying about Pete Alonso. Now, I am in agreement that they have to bring him back. However, that's like, dude, they can't go back with the same thing again. So, like, Met fans are going to say, well, they got to bring Diaz back and they got to bring Alonso back, or even forget about Diaz. Got to bring Alonso back. Okay, and then what? That's when you say the then what? That's the key to the offseason.
Yep.
Not Pete Alonso.
Yep.
It's the then what that's going to be the entire offseason. Whether it is, now, again, I don't know, and I'm not advocating for this. I'll give my thoughts when the season is over. What they're going to do with the staff is, like, to me, I don't know how the entire staff would stay intact. I don't care how many bases they stole or what they think of Hefner, the pitching department, or the hitting coach. Like, change has got to be made. I'm not saying I'd fire Mendy.
Yeah.
You can't
I'd probably start at third base.
Okay,
I'd keep the first base coach.
Fair enough, but my point is, like, those things are going to be addressed, and then the even bigger issues, like, what do you do with Nimmo, McNeil, Lindor, and so on? Like, there are major discussions to be had that even surpass Pete Alonso coming back. This is not anywhere close to being all about bringing Pete Alonso back.
I agree. Like, that's the big ticket conversation. Like, all right, Pete, because Pete generates, passion, because Met fans love him, and you should. But, like, that's just to merely get back to this point. You almost assume that's Pete's. You hope that the assumption's on point and Pete's back because he's a proven production guy. So if he is back, and I don't know if he will be, but if he is, that's still not good enough.
Correct.
Because he's here now, he's been great, and you're still hanging by a thread.
Let's just pretend that Pete opts in.
Yep.
How do you fix this?
Yeah,
like,
I mean,
those are the tough. It's not about a lot. Like, you
got to fix the outfield. To me, I'm starting with the outfield. I can piece together a Beatty, even Alvarez one more year, see if he's healthy. I'm not saying I wouldn't look into some other things, but to me, you got to tighten up the outfield.
Yeah,
you just have to.
I have what I would do. I'm going to save that for next week when I feel like we're going to be having that conversation. John is in Farmingdale. What's up, John?
Hey, what's up? How you guys doing?
Hey, John. What's up, man?
All right. So I have my own beef with with you over there, Sal, but we'll get to that another day. All right.
You can get to it today. And what's the beef,
bro? So you're always hyping up the Mets, and I mean, look, the side of the glass is full. I completely am with you on that. There's some things like with the division, how you say, oh, whatever, this and that. But that's not even the reason why I called. But anyway, couple of things I got. First, Nick Madrigal, the Mets signed instead of re-signing Iglesias. Would you agree with that? The other thing
there was no room for Iglesias, though. That's the problem. Like, yeah, there was a part of me that wanted Iglesias back because of the vibes only, what he provided in that clubhouse. There was no room for Iglesias on this team. And he's not very good.
All right.
I mean, do you disagree with that? You think Iglesias is good? Look at the year he's had.
He's had a rough year. He's hit 220.
Look what he's done historically, and where are you playing him?
I agree. I just think it was more of like the vibe too, which why would you not bring that back? But then also, you sign Nick Madrigal, who's not even maybe done one
hurt.
thing,
Didn't he get hurt at the beginning of the year before he could even participate? But anyway, that's horrible. Yeah, there are deeper issues than that. Continue.
All right, so Drew Gilbert, which obviously the Mets are looking for a center fielder. Why would you not bring him up and go for Cedric Mullins? So, like, you're going for Cedric Mullins, but then you don't bring up Drew Gilbert, and he's been doing pretty decent. But now I don't really think we have any more good stars to bring up that are in the outfield,
Well, you don't know if he's going to be a star, and thank you for the call, John. And I would have loved to have had the debate with you. Like, I still don't understand why people can't, like, I predicted that they were going to win the division. They didn't. I mean, what do you want me to tell you? They won 101 games. What, you don't want me to predict the division? I'm sorry. I give you my opinion. I felt like they were going to win. I got it wrong. You want to tell me? You want to have me sit up in front of a firing squad? Like, it's been 3 years ago. Get over it. Blame somebody else for once. That has nothing to do with me. I mean, geez, we got to let it go at some point.
They keep coming back.
And then, like, you glass half full. Well, am I half full or am I realistic? I told you they were going to win the division. I thought this year they're going to be a playoff team. I mean, sue me for thinking a team with their payroll was going to hang on and find out a way to make the playoffs. It stopped feeling that way when they lost that game that Saturday night, blowing that game that Soto hits his 40th home run, 2-0 lead, hand it over to the bullpen. Nice, clean, easy it should have been for Rogers and Diaz, and they couldn't even get through that. To me, that was put the fork in them, and especially after this weekend, but even really the Peterson, whatever. There's many reasons to not believe in the Mets this particular year. What was the other part that he said that I wanted to get to? I got caught up in thinking about that pass. What else did he say right there? There was something pertinent that I wanted to get to as far as his... Oh, Drew Gilbert. There it is. Okay.
About the prospects.
They did not think that Drew Gilbert was going to be their center fielder of the future, which made him expendable. The problem is, A, they could be wrong. B, they could be right. But A, they could be wrong. B, they could be right. My issue is not giving up a prospect that you don't believe in. It's that you had a clear need in a center fielder now. You needed one. Obviously, they went out and got Cedric Mullins at the trade deadline. This one was major league ready. Even if you didn't love him, why not see what he could do? Whereas you saw what he did with the Giants, brings that energy and toughness and attitude that this poor excuse for a team could have used.
Yeah.
Like, that's the one thing that they need.
And do it before you make the trade. And then if he doesn't look like he's major league ready, well, then you make a trade, or at least you investigate the trade market.
Correct. Like, they needed a center fielder all year long. They had one in the minors that was at least worth a look, that was somewhat major league ready. They chose to ignore giving him a look. They traded him, and he went on to have some success with the Giants. I don't think he's ever going to be a star.
He's a couple of home runs. I mean, they're choking each other out. It's more like a vibe thing, more of an energy thing. But this team needed some of that. Yeah, it's just been lackluster. I mean, listen, the thing that really threw me off scent with the Mets, like, you try to determine, like, okay, well, and you're there, and I'm not there yet. I still think that they're going to get in somehow. I don't know why I think that. It's not really based on evidence at this point. Maybe I don't think the other teams are that good. Whatever. Maybe I just think that these young starters will piece something together. Maybe I think Soto's going to go bonkers. I don't know. I just think the Mets are going to find a way to get in. But like, the thing that complicated it for me is they had such a cushion, right? So even though the evidence on a nightly basis for months was overwhelming, like, God, they're just not good at much right now. I kept going, like all of us, they're up 10 games, 9 games, 8, plenty of room, they're fine, plenty of time, they'll figure it out. They'll get healthy. Manaea's going to come back. This guy's going to cut right. Sango will get right after that. When he got hurt, when covering first base with Pete, he'll figure it out. He'll be fine. And time was always on their sides, really, Sal. So it was always time-driven rather than... if just watching them play, tangible evidence on a nightly basis that what they had on the roster would actually propel them to a greater height. It was more, well, the other teams aren't that good, and they're already up 8, 9, 10 games. They'll find a way to figure it out. But here we are. Am I not?
Well, because BT, all they had to do was play 500 for a stretch.
I know. They're playing 39% baseball since June 3rd.
Okay.
39%?
Right, so think about that. So if they played 500 for a 3-week stretch in August or a month stretch,
I know.
They would have avoided this.
It's wrapped up, or they're probably hosting the wild card.
Like, that wasn't asking much. Oh, Sal, why do you have belief? Well, what? You don't think I believe they could play 500 for 2 weeks?
Yeah, no, I get it.
And no, they can't. They go on a 7-game losing streak. They go on an 8-game losing streak. They lose 2 out of 3 at home to the Nationals. Come on.
Is this the worst one? If they don't make it, is this the worst one? It's got to be the worst one.
I think it is for different reasons. I don't think that this is a collapse the way that 2007 was a collapse. But I do think that overall it would be the most disappointing.
Can I give you the best?
Can I get a hit?
Can I give you the best explanation? It's not a collapse. This is the slowest car wreck in history. Everyone's seen it coming for months now, and it's eventually going to hit.
Right.
We have to wait for it to finally hit.
Right, but the biggest talking point or the biggest question is going to be, why? It's a very simple question. Why? Because there's no excuse. Like, you could say that they're not a World Series team, not a division-winning team. There's no excuse for that team, even in the current state, to be this bad. Like, do you think the Nationals right now, with all the Mets pitching issues, and by the way, the Mets had their proper pitchers lined up this weekend, where they had McClain, they had Sproat, and they had the Holmes-Manaea combination. Like, those are their 3 best options right now. They had that lined up. Do you think that this Nationals team that has lost 92 games on this year is better than this current today?
Well, no, and to your point, if they do make the playoffs, that's probably the pitching rotation, or at least, I don't know what order it would be, but the 3 that they had lined up this weekend against the Nats would probably be what the Mets tried out in the playoffs there with those 3 guys.
Maybe not anymore. It changes by the day.
Maybe it changes. What I'm saying going into the weekend.
I got you, right.
The Manaea-Holmes combo, the 2 kids, that's what you'd say, oh, yeah, we're good to go. That's what we want.
That series was on a tee to be set up for them to sweep. Crappy Nationals pitching lineup. That's what I'm saying. Like,
it really is. Boy, if you didn't live this every night, Met fans, you really wouldn't believe it. It is insane. 888-808-1019, BT and Sal. Oh, the Fan will come back. We get moment of the day. Get back to the calls. A little baseball, obviously a lot of football on a busy Monday on the Fan. Hey, September's Prostate Cancer Awareness Month. Men, make sure you get screened here. It is a simple blood test, and when detected early, the survival rate of nearly all cases jumps to 99%. The Yankees, Montefiore, and Fans for the Cure will have a free screening at the stadium coming up before the game on September 25th. So everybody who gets screened gets a voucher for 2 tickets to a game in 2026. For more information, visit fansforthecure.org.
This is Andrew Perloff with an Odyssey Sports Minute. When coaches say all 3 phases, offense, defense, and special teams, they were talking about Sunday's NFL slate. 2 games came down to blocked field goals. The Eagles' dramatic win over the Rams and the Browns' shocking upset of the Packers. The Jets almost pulled the same trick against the Bucs, but just fell short. We've also had punt and kick returns for TDs all season. It's early, but this is not the season to take special teams for granted. I'm Andrew Perloff.
Lowe's knows that free makes everything better. That's why our rewards members get free standard shipping on the things they need and want, starting at Silver Key status every day. Savings for rewards members add up fast, so why wait? Join for free today. Lowe's, we help, you save. Not available in Alaska and Hawaii. Exclusions and more terms apply. Loyalty program subject to terms and conditions. Details at Lowe's.com/shipping terms. Subject to change.
Thank you for making Total Wine & More America's #1 online source for spirits, beer, and wine. Better than all those delivery apps. Total Wine's prices are up to 30% lower with super fast delivery and no hidden fees. Order direct at TotalWine.com and pay less today.
Drink responsibly, B21.
Thank you for making Total Wine & More America's #1 online source for spirits, beer, and wine. Better than all those delivery apps. Total Wine's prices are up to 30% lower with super fast delivery and no hidden fees. Order direct at TotalWine.com and pay less today.
Drink responsibly, B21.
You know what they say about judging a book by its cover? Everyone with an addiction has a story to tell. Don't know? Don't judge. Addiction is a treatable medical condition. What helps people seek treatment is support. What does not help is shame and stigma. We can all make a difference. Learn how at oasis.ny.gov. The New York State Office of Addiction Services and Supports. Every step of the way.
Our transportation, water, and energy infrastructure is critical. But did you know that those projects are built by the local 825 operating engineers and their contractors? They even built MetLife Stadium and the stadium before that. That's why their advocacy organization, ELEC, the Engineers Labor Employee Cooperative, fights for those priorities every day. That's ELEC, representing the hardworking men and women who build New York and New Jersey.
The FanDuel Sportsbook app is your home for all your favorite NFL bets, from yards to touchdowns to who will win. With FanDuel, any play can be the play of the game. FanDuel's giving all customers a 50% profit boost token tonight. With the Lions taking on the Ravens, you can build a same-game parlay with a Derrick Henry anytime touchdown, Lamar Jackson over rushing yards, and Amon-Ra St. Brown over on receiving yards. Make FanDuel your go-to app for any snap. Just play FanDuel.com/Evan. Play your game with FanDuel, an official sports betting partner of the NFL. We love the app around here. It's safe and secure, and when you win, you get paid instantly. FanDuel Sportsbook is also the official partner of WFAN. 21 and over, physically present in New York. Opt-in required. Bonus issued as non-withdrawable profit boost tokens. Restrictions apply, including any token expiration and max wager amount. See terms at sportsbook.fanduel.com. For help with a gambling problem, call 877-8-HOPE-NY or text HOPE-NY 467-369.
Connecticut's best values at Town Fair Tire. They honor all manufacturer and valid competitor rebates, offer the most free services for life, plus give you the guaranteed lowest price. Nobody beats Town Fair Tire. Nobody.
Town Fair Tire.
Dunkin's $6 meal deal is kind of wild. You get a bacon, egg, and cheese sandwich, 6-piece hash browns, and a medium iced or hot coffee, all for $6. That's the main character meal energy you need this fall. Get it now in Dunkin' stores or order ahead on the Dunkin' app. No substitutions, participation and times may vary. Offer price varies in California and Hawaii. Limited time offer cannot be combined with other offers. Exclusions and terms apply.
Move and be moved in the Mazda CX-30. With advanced safety features, intuitive technology, and a refined, comfortable interior, you'll love every drive. Right now, lease the CX-30 for just $199 a month. Visit your local Mazda dealer or go to MazdaUSA.com for more information.
The impact of a meal goes well beyond feeding our bodies, because feeling full can sound like this.
How did the interview go? I did it! I got the job! I can't believe it!
And like this.
Mom, I got first place at the science fair with my volcano project.
That's amazing, sweetie. Congratulations.
Because when people are fed, futures are nourished, and everyone deserves to live a full life. Join the movement to end hunger at feedingamerica.org/act now. Brought to you by Feeding America and the Ad Council.
Here's a tale of Becky. Didn't know what to do with new meds prescribed and no real cost clue.
She squinted at prices, that can't be right. Then tapped GoodRx and saw the light.
She could get a deal. Book telehealth if she feel.
Learn about those meds without any stress. That one little app does all the rest. Even my horse downloaded it. Dang, save time and money on prescriptions.
Check GoodRx. GoodRx is not insurance.
Today, we're constantly taking photos and videos to remember our favorite moments. But what about those captured before the smartphone? What about the memories tucked away on aging VHS tapes, film reels, or in fading photos?
These cherished memories are fading away with time, vulnerable to threats like heat, moisture, and mold. But fear not, there's a solution to safeguard your legacy. Hi, I'm Adam.
And I'm Nick. Together, we founded Legacy Box over a decade ago with one mission: to bring your memories into the 21st century.
It's time to bid farewell to old tapes you can't watch and faded photos. Legacy Box transforms them into digital treasures, ready to share with a click.
Just like magic, your shoebox of memories is now safely stored in the cloud or on a thumb drive.
Over 1 million families have trusted Legacy Box, so you can rest assured your priceless moments are in good hands.
Don't let your childhood fade away on old tapes. It's time to digitize those priceless moments.
Fast forward into the digital age. Visit legacybox.com/value and unlock 50% off your order. That's legacybox.com/value.
Get the scuttlebutt on your favorite team, the Fan, on the Odyssey, iHeart, and TuneIn apps. Call of the Day with Brendan Tierney and Sal Licata on the Fan.
Edison Heating and Cooling, New Jersey. Did I say that? Oh, the mic was off. I'm sorry. Let me say that again. Today's Call of the Day is brought to you by Edison Heating and Cooling, New Jersey's heating experts. Fan Eddie in Vernon, New Jersey has really pressing issues on his mind. What's up, Eddie?
You had a caller telling you that he couldn't eat his macaroni and gravy on a Sunday.
That's what he said.
I want to know exactly what is macaroni and gravy.
Well, you're not Italian, are you, Eddie? Not that you need to be. What
I am Italian. My name is Maserati.
Maserati, what a name.
Eddie, I'm with you. It's sauce. Macaroni and sauce.
Well, you know what he means, Eddie. He's got the meat there, obviously, which makes it the gravy.
Macaroni isn't even right.
What?
Macaroni?
Yeah.
Eddie,
what's wrong?
Pasta!
All right, well, whatever.
Come on, man.
You can have spaghetti and meatballs. It's not pasta.
Sauce.
No, it's not pasta. I mean, Eddie, now's where you're losing me, and thank you for the call. Well, I did hear that, and I will admit, no, I'm getting caught up trying to do a sports talk show here. I don't want to get totally derailed with that. I am not, never once in my household ever, when my grandparents are alive, whatever it may be, did we ever refer to sauce as gravy?
We always say gravy.
Really?
Yeah, we do. And I say it too now. Yeah, I do. There you go.
All right, you have a call today. Yeah, I would go macaroni and meatballs. Now that I think that through, like my mom would say, we have macaroni and meatballs this weekend. That would be it. But it's always sauce.
The good old days, huh? A little neck bones, a little sausage, a little ginger ale, a little bread, a little salad after the meal.
No. Used to love that. A football Sunday.
Almighty.
Fried meatballs were my favorite thing on a football Sunday. My mom would make. They were delicious. All right, let's get Mitchell and Fort Lee in here to close us out. What's up, Mitch?
Mitch.
Hey, BT. Hi, Sal. BT, hope you're feeling better, Sal. I hope you're doing all right also. Guys, I got two things. First I'll get to football in a minute, but baseball, I got one problem with Major League Baseball. I discussed it with Sal, that I can't believe that Major League Baseball, through the whole country, is going to play the third 3 playoff games 2 days during Yom Kippur. They've only been played 3 times since they've had the playoffs. And I think that's really horrible, not just for the Jewish people, but for people that are fans, and people get invited to people's houses also. And it's just really wrong. Would you guys agree with me there? It's really wrong.
Yeah, I mean, is there a way around it? I'd have to really take a deeper dive into the scheduling. I mean, if you can be sensitive to that, it certainly would be better than not. But I don't know, based on the limitations, logistically, if they could.
Yeah,
I don't know.
Here's what I would say. You have a difficult decision to make, but sports are what they are. You can't just play. They play on Christmas Day all the time. The NBA plays on Christmas Day. The football now playing on Christmas Day.
Which bothers me. The NBA is one thing, but football, it's a different watch. We've talked about this. You could just kind of, the Knicks obviously were into it, but it's just on. You're right. It's on 5 games in a row.
More background noise as opposed to sitting down, locking into it. But what I would say is you have a decision to make. You could either choose not to watch it or not to go. I'm not saying it's a fun position to be in, but what do you want to do? You got to be with your family for the holiday?
Well, didn't Sean Green not play years ago because of that, right?
I think
Sean Green elected to sit out?
Yeah, and also I would assume that this has had to happen before.
It's happened with the Giants a couple times, Monday nights. I know that Mara and the Giants organization has either expressed resentment for the league making them play during a Jewish holiday or being proactive or trying to be so that they wouldn't have to. I mean, it's come up before. It stinks. The timing stinks.
Yeah, I guess my point is then where do you draw the line? Okay, so you can't play any sports whatsoever on Yom Kippur. You can't play any sports on Christmas Day. You're going to run out of days. If you honor everybody's holiday.
Yeah, well, maybe that's the trick. So we don't have to watch these teams anymore. Just, forget about whether it's a holiday, religious or not. Just don't play anymore. Yeah, Problem solved. Don't have to watch them.
It's a good point. Yeah, I know. For the football teams, if they make it to Christmas.